Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult.
Just a peek behind the curtain. We were talking about Blink 182 before the live. We went live, guys. And I don't know what's going on. I'm delirious. It's so hot in here.
You were going to keep
and
your
Maffew
video.
was going to do like a Tom DeLonge intro or DeLonge.
It felt long.
Yeah. Now I've just thought you could have gone, if you like a lot of wrestling. Yeah. What's the next bit?
On your podcast.
This is
Come on,
horrible.
join our cult.
It just sounds like JFK. Yeah. We want to cult you.
I'm the first
Diddle
to know.
you. Always.
Okay.
Anyway, hello, I listen to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
We're here for the next 4 hours.
This is Jack, this is Fraser, this is Maffew, this is Puppet Jack. How you doing, pal?
Do you like my stupid hair? Yeah, I'm good, man.
You tell we didn't know what to wear.
Will.
It's just fun doing that voice.
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. It is hot. I'm sweating already.
I'm
We've just
really
started.
warm.
It's always a good way to start a podcast. How are you, Fraser?
I'm
We're
doing
off to see
grand.
you.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm hyped to be here today. This is a fun way to kick off the podcast.
Jack huffs himself.
I
Yeah, all right,
Can't
Jack.
breathe.
You've committed to the bit. I hope you continue this throughout the whole episode, just speaking like that.
No.
Fraser, that's silly. How dare we beat a dead joke into the ground?
Yeah.
So in the news,
Fraser's here.
Yeah. I'm here.
Oh,
under
I'm
the
here
trademark
today.
of the podcast,
normally
where we
you-
say something and Jack says it again.
Normally you like make a big deal when there's someone different on, you know?
Someone here.
Yeah.
Someone new. Oh,
In the
and they're
grove,
lovely.
there's someone
You've
new.
not said throbbing once.
Yeah.
Throbbing Jack and Throbbing Fraser are here. The Throbsters, they call themselves.
Oh, no.
It's hard to do that while maintaining eye contact. They're here, the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. Also, Joel is behind the camera, being professional and trying to help the sides.
Yeah.
Tubman's got back from Japan. He's done one episode. He's like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do this.
You went, it's not right.
Yeah, it's not right.
So good. You're
Stay
sweaty.
together for
You're
the-
happy to be here.
Stay together for the pod.
Of course.
Joel's on job website. So in news, further details on Roman Reigns' injury at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns apparently was hurt during the main event of SummerSlam. That was a week ago, I know, but it
Yeah,
did happen. In an update from Dave Meltzer, though, it was noted that Reigns sustained either a hip or back injury at SummerSlam. Reigns is expected to take some time off very soon, but it's not expected to affect his part-time schedule, which I
God.
couldn't tell was written sarcastically or not. But I just put, hey, half and nothing is still nothing. And also, Jey Uso
Hope he's all right.
has been added to the WWE Illuminati section.
He has. They're doing the old
No, not
Alumni.
Illuminati section.
Yeah, hang on. I thrown that in it.
He's there with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing the old Kevin Steen Ring of Honor.
They are,
Where
yeah.
they change things on this website as well. Because apparently I was too young to really be following it, I think, at the time. But apparently when Steen walked out of Ring of Honor, they went through all the archive of matches and X'd out his name on every single card.
Wow.
They were
was
taking
great.
it
Took it
seriously.
really seriously.
So good.
And then it never went anywhere.
Watch the
Because Cordet actually didn't like it.
That's the Steam went NXT.
Jay will show up and just random. Yeah,
Oh, was
and
it
show up in
then?
NXT.
It was later than I thought then.
No, it was a joke eventually.
Oh,
Sorry,
right, okay.
Sorry.
It's Reigns. He's not meant to be appearing on any show, I imagine, until Survivor Series anyway. So
That's what I thought. It's like, oh no, he's going to be. Well, wait a minute. Hang on.
yeah,
It's his previous schedule, so.
he did take a bump on SmackDown. So it's clearly the hip or rib or whatever injury. He
It's
took a
just-
spear from Jay.
Yeah.
Well
just
done.
All the small things.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Damn it.
Speaking of injuries, WWE confirms Sami Zayn is in fact injured. He had the. Screw saying this. He's suffering from the traumatic All-Cranon bursitis.
It's his elbow
Bursa
thing.
sack.
the bursa sack.
But he took a bump as well, a hell of a bump.
Yeah.
He had a match.
Yeah, the whole match.
He had several bumps in his match he had, which, wow, they're working really hard in WWE.
I'm glad he's now taking time to get it sorted because it seemed like the beatdown was to write him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same injury that Cena had, I think.
People pointed
10
out,
years
yes.
ago. So it's like one you can wrestle on, but if Kevin Owens isn't going to be around.
Yeah, he's
may as
going to
well
have
just-
action with a
may as well
broken rib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Just wrestle.
dead, Dave.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Lacey Evans gone from WWE. Dave Meltzer confirmed that. Well, she already hinted it herself by going, when the clock strikes 12, rather like Muppets Christmas Carol. You will address me as Macy Estrella from here on out. Oh, and this jacket is up for grabs. Be on the lookout. And she must have typed 15 question marks after this. Hashtag coming soon.
But she's doing kind of a reverse Jey Uso because at least the last I saw, she was still on the website.
Yes.
Like in the active wrestlers, in the active roster.
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
God, it's lunchtime, you know.
I think they've forgotten about her, so that's just going to start.
I was going to say, anyone going to miss her? She had 11 matches this year, only 6 televised, and only 2 wins, along with multiple losses outside the ring to Sergeant Slaughter's family.
Well, we were talking about on the news, me and Tom were talking about it, and Owen did a very good editing job because we were going over her gimmicks. Like she tried to be they tried to make her like, because she's really a Marine, or she was.
Yeah.
They tried to do that. She's a Marine. She's a mother.
Yep.
Comedian. Croupier.
Lord Mayor's group
And as we were saying this, Owen flashed up Brian Butterfield doing the.
Very good.
Tom interviewed Peter Serafinowicz recently.
No.
And Brian, but both. Brian turned up later.
Peter just appeared.
And then someone went, he's Darth Maul him, and someone went, I can't remember who it was, and the other someone went, huh? And I went, no, he is the voice of Darth Maul.
Genuinely.
I like someone laughing like, some weird joke to a sketch.
then we
It's like,
started-
no, he's literally Darth Maul.
So then obviously it became like lightsaber, double lightsaber. Sarlacc pit.
It's such a great character. I remember I actually got I tracked down the DVD of the Peter
Oh, I thought you
Serafinowicz
meant
show.
Darth Maul. It's such a great, such a great.
Audio
everything.
commentaries,
I was
deleted
9 or
scenes.
so. Like, it was the
Oh,
sickest
cool.
guy. Oh yeah.
Really cool.
Curacao.
That's the noise it made. Really.
Yeah.
But yeah, bye
Oh,
to Lacey.
yeah.
This week in CM Punk's Gauntlet Match news segment. Let's just get this all out the way and then do a
It's
comment
been a
at the end.
hard week to try and be a stan of
You're a big CM Punk fan.
I'm a huge CM Punk fan. I'm starting to think he might be slightly uncompromising to work with.
Just a little bit. Yeah, it's tough to work with.
So, Hangman Page. An incident reportedly occurred over the weekend after Hangman Page was originally booked to record a pre-tape interview at the Greensboro Coliseum on Saturday. The building was playing host to Collision, and it was noted that Page was told to do the interview away from the building. Many in the AEW locker room believe that Punk was responsible for Hangman Page being sent away, but PW Insider Elite has reported the sources within AEW have claimed that Page was not removed, was simply told the location of the promo had been moved to someplace else, which had zero to do with CM Punk. Punk, in the meantime, the post-collision promo, which wasn't seen on TV, was recorded by people, did point out to Hangman Page, hey, which I think is the funniest thing to get wound up over. Hey, Hangman Page, you say you're a big deal. Well, you're a peg warmer. Unlike me, who moves merchandise and pops ratings and sell toys, because I went to the toy store near the arena and there were loads of your toys
He was
still on
rambling,
sale.
wasn't he? Like,
Yeah.
It was the most insecure I've ever seen him on a mic. No one's buying your toys at
I
this
think what
one
he was-
shop I went to.
One toy store.
Peg warmer.
At first, I was like, is he trying to lean into the booze and do a heel promo, or is he genuinely annoyed? Like, I don't know.
I think he's trying to lean into it, but it just did not work at all.
Then apparently he realised what he'd done. This is the drunkest behaviour from a straight edge man.
Well said.
Because it's like when you wake up after a night out, you're like, what was I doing? Why did he do that? And he apparently texted Paige to apologise
Loud
for that.
apology.
But I don't know if Paige would be well within his rights just to be like, go away. Leave me.
New
leave
number,
me
who
alone.
is this?
Thumbs up emoji.
Stop talking about me by this point. Because it just comes off as picking on him now, doesn't it? Like, Hangman's... We don't know the full story, but from an outside point of view, it just looks like Hangman's past it and Punk's just going...
Yeah, you have to pick your battles with this. Like, but I'm right. He's like, but shut up about it, all right?
Yeah.
Obviously, Punk's not in a great light here, but I still keep just thinking, how has Tony Khan let this sort of situation develop?
Well, it's still good. It's still good. Ryan Nemeth. You better greet... I love the news and monkeys we have here at Cultaholic. You better greet CM Punk if you're going to be on AEW Collision. It emerged this week that Ryan Nemeth has been sent home from a recent edition of AEW Collision, with CM Punk reportedly blocking him from being at the show to the point that Punk didn't even want Nemeth to be at catering. PW Insider Elite reported that Nemeth was booked for the August 12th edition of AEW Collision, the same one as we were just talking about, but he drew the ire of Punk. One talent believes, after Nemeth said hello to everyone at the hotel before the taping, but he did not stop and say hello
that old
to
chestnut.
CM Punk. It's 1983, apparently. The actions of Nemeth were perceived as him blowing off Punk, so to speak, and his group and the talent stated that they could see Nemeth acting that way would set off Punk, given what he's tried to set in the Collision locker room.
Maybe he just didn't like blonde people. I'm trying to think of a correlation here.
He had an argument with Dolph or something and went, your brother's just by association.
He does that wrestling dolls. His brother's Dolph Ziggler. Further details emerged that previously they'd had issues with Nemeth tweeting literally the softest man alive after Punk's AEW return
Yeah, Ryan
promo.
Nemeth's in with the elite, isn't he? He's
Nemeth's
one of
looking
the-
more and more
yeah.
justified as these weeks go on. Punk appeared on the June 12th taping, and then apparently Nemeth and him were backstage and confronted each other. Punk is said to have cornered Nemeth in his locker room, got inches from his face, and then angrily and aggressively asked if they had a problem or if they should settle their issues outside. Punk also told Nemeth that his tweet inflamed existing tensions, that the optics of the tweet sent a bad message. The confrontation in the locker room was called awkward and weird by numerous wrestlers in the locker room.
In hindsight, that story now looks ridiculous because Punk is getting annoyed. He did exactly the same thing with the Hangman thing after the show.
That's the thing, say
Yeah.
it to my face, and then he's there mouthing off a Hangman page after the show.
But when someone calls you the softest man alive and then you kick him out of the venue because you're being soft.
He didn't kick him out. Oh, he kicked Ryan.
He kicked Ryan Nemeth out of the venue.
And Daniels.
And Dan, the head of talent relations.
Whoa. Christopher Daniels. Details have seemingly emerged this week as to how AEW Collision operates on a Saturday night. Report emerged saying that CM Punk has potentially blocked several AEW roster members and backstage officials from working Collision. The likes of Nick Nemeth, Matt Hardy, and Christopher Daniels believed to have been sent home or outright refused the opportunity to work the shows. With Daniels, AEW Manager of Talent Relations, a report from PW Insider states that Punk has allegedly barred Daniels from working backstage at Collision, in part due to his role in the infamous brawl-out backstage fight. I don't remember Daniels even being brought up in the bloody
He was there.
thing.
Yeah, he was in the room.
So Punk's going.
3 lads attacked me and the dog was bitten and blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, Daniels, you were there. Ooh, enemy for life.
Nothing's come out about what his role was.
Allegedly.
He might have
There
done
you
a BME off the lockers. Fool.
He yells, Angel's wings!
Oh, yeah, he does the same.
Yeah.
Punk wouldn't like that. That's his move.
Oh.
It's not Triple H's move or anything.
You saw Christopher Daniels drinking a Coca-Cola. Many believe this situation AEW will need to rectify in some manner going forward due to the importance of Daniels' role with the promotion. Jack Perry. Fightful Select has reported that Jack Perry was brought to one of AEW Collision's shows in Canada to film a segment, and the former Jungle Boy ended up having words with CM Punk over Perry's plans for the segment. According to those close to Punk, so Ace Steel, Perry wanted to use real glass, something Punk took exception to over his belief that Perry wanted to use real glass so he didn't need to come to work the following week.
Brian Alvarez has come out with a clarifier on that.
I bet he has. I bet he's loving all these anti-Punk news.
So he's said something along the lines of,
What did I do?
no, that was worded a bit weirdly or something was lost. Lost in translation is what he said. He
Says the guy whose job is reported.
Well, he was clarifying someone
Yeah.
else's report. It says that it sounds like there's some sort of weird thing going on in AEW. This is what it made it sound like, where if you do this dangerous spot, you can get next week off. When really, apparently, Jungle Boy had already booked next week off, wanted to get this spot out of the way so he could enjoy his week off. But there was only real glass there. I think it sounds like a sort of logistics thing, not like you'll get a week off if you go through real glass.
dangerous-
Yeah, I was going to say, none of this sounded like a real thing.
It was weird, wasn't it?
This looked badly written. So I'm glad Alvarez has clarified. It's like, oh boy, I'm going to go through real glass. You shouldn't. That's bad for you.
But I'll get a week off.
It's
What?
the only story that CM Punk, I think, is in a positive light, in a sense.
The way it's
right?
written
This one,
currently, yeah.
This
Been
one,
like, you
this one
shouldn't
just sounds
use
like
real
Jungle Boy was
glass.
being a silly bit.
Yeah, don't use real
It
glass.
says like Shivani and agents and people were all like, "No, Jack Perry,
And he went, no, I
at
will.
your
Glass is
you'll
bad.
ruin your beautiful face."
Yeah.
Jeff Perry went, CM Punk's a dick. Hey, PW Insider Elite.
I wanted a week off.
Perry reported he wasn't happy about people trying to block the segment over it being a safety hazard, and Punk's side claimed that Perry was throwing a temper tantrum. Ooh, like, this doesn't sound
Rolling
real.
on the floor crying. in the locker room.
The conversation between Punk and Perry was described by several in the AEW locker room as an argument.
What? It doesn't sound real, but these are all wrestlers.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's a good point, isn't it? Tony Khan, despite all this, TK
No
stayed
offense.
on the
Fraser's a worker, brother.
Yeah.
Of course, sorry,
sweet,
bro.
bro.
Sorry, yeah. I'll shake your hand afterwards. Stayed on the Battleground podcast that he didn't want to provide any clarity on Punk and his alleged blocking of AW talent. He said, no, not really. Although it was a great show Saturday night. He just goes on and says absolutely nothing.
So by this point, I was like, God, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Dynamite is the show. And then, well, we'll talk about Dynamite.
Yeah.
If there was ever a time for the Elite to re-establish dominance, put on a banger of a show, lads. Don't put on a weird show.
No.
We'll get to all that.
I am.
Are you going
Tapped
next
out.
week? Next weekend?
Well, yes, I'm going to All In. Yes.
Me too.
excited?
I'm kind of curious. I'm like, what's going to happen?
You get to meet CM Punk.
Well, the thing is,
Stir the pot a little bit.
the problem is,
Oh, I've got to yell at him.
I'm scared of meeting him now
Okay, because you've been so.
He's my favorite wrestler, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to this guy.
Because if you don't shake his hands,
I
he's like,
just know that he'll just be an arsehole.
What, you want to go through glass?
Just be nice to me. Like, don't be nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm almost the point of being tapped out of this. There were so many of these reports this week.
I like ones on the other side as well, but I don't want to talk to them because the mood's all bad. I just don't want to. I don't want to be in an argument with anyone.
Punk will bring up like a tweet that you've tweeted like 4 years ago.
So currently
Hangman's quite good.
Currently, and this things might change, but currently our plan is, and I was happy with this plan at first because I like doing Vox Pop stuff. I like interacting with our viewership. I like doing stuff with a live mic. So after the show, one of us, we're taking 2 presenters down. One of us was going to go outside. I'm going to go outside and do what happened outside Wembley, and hopefully people will come round. If you find me stand in the back of the video, I might ask you a question.
Sweet.
And then our other presenter, which I think is Jack Atkins.
It's Jack Atkins.
The plan currently is that he's going to go to the press conference. And I was like, sweet, I get to do. Now I'm like, kind of want to go to the
Start
press
the pot,
conference.
yeah.
What am I going to make? I'll just be outside thinking, what's going on in the building? What's happening?
You could do it live. We're
Someone
going
will-
live to Jack Atkins.
Someone will
and he's-
fly out a window like in a saloon, like in a Western.
But what's Punk going to be eating in England? Is he going to be eating mince pie?
Nando's.
Yeah, we'd be.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be a Greg's.
Oh, yeah.
Are there many of them
It's
in
got like
London?
A yum yum.
Near Wembley, I don't know.
Yeah, are there any
Oh,
Greg's?
there's Greg's in London. They're very rare.
Oh, wait, he's
there
an
is.
EVP. He'll be prawn sandwiches.
That's true.
Ross will like that.
No, London's like chicken shops, isn't it? That's their thing.
Chicken cottage.
Chicken
Yeah.
cottage. It'd be
Of
in a
course,
chicken cottage.
yeah.
Chicken
You'd
world.
be drinking a
He's
Mocha.
got having to pause because he's burned his mouth. He's just been
Drinking
cooked.
what's it called? Mirinda. Like the drinks you only get in
Oh, yeah.
strawberry.
He's having a Pret because they're everywhere. in
Pret?
London. Yeah, Pret Mange.
Right.
Everywhere.
Oh.
He's eating the cups. Yeah, so I
Are
just
you
want.
looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Not obviously
was
we're
well-
gonna get negative stuff like that later on because of the criticism because wrestling podcast.
know.
But dude, I'm gonna have a good time. Regardless of the booking of the situation or Pac not being injured, thoughts and prayers. That we're still gonna go there and
Yeah.
have a great time because the amount of people that are gonna be there that I
Right.
want to see and hang out with,
It's about
all
the
the cool
vibe.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's about the atmosphere.
I'll give it the worst show of all time.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
the worst show ever. Like great.
I think it's going to be class. And I think there's also like a... Because Wembley seems to be... I've only been to Wembley once. And I've never been... Because I'm a Sunderland fan, I've never been in the stadium.
Bless you.
But I've been... Actually, Sunderland used to make a playoff final quite a lot. I've been to Wembley
I've seen it
Arena
until I die. Yeah.
for Progress. Yeah. And so Wembley seems like quite its own little self-contained area. But there's the box part there, and I think they're doing fan stuff there. Like it'll be a bloody party, guys.
Yeah.
There's cool people about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also indie promotions doing shows, like Rev Pro doing a show, Progress are doing a show.
There's karaoke stuff like that.
There's karaoke.
Mm.
Bloody hell. Oh, with Lana Austin.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I was trying to say, CM Punk, the news, I just want something to happen. Less of this fan fiction. Less of the soggy Pringle stuff for CM Punk and more stuff that's actually happening on camera in front of him. Or a resolution.
Do you want to talk about the matches that have been announced, or should we wait until we talk about Dynamite?
We'll
and
get
stuff?
to that.
Okay.
I must-
fair
We
enough.
do the week in wrestling bit.
My favorite bit, though, I don't know if you've got it, though, the Tony Khan chanting for CM Punk.
A gorilla with his headphones on.
Yes, I was covering
I
that.
would do the same, to be fair. But I don't own a wrestling promotion.
In the press conference, everyone's silent. Tony's, can we welcome CM Punk? CM Punk! Jack, not now.
Jack Atkins is a big CM Punk fan as well.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
tattoo.
Well, no, he
CM
is.
Punk
No, he
tattoo.
is straight edge.
He's got an X. Yeah.
That's different.
Sitting
Yeah,
on- waiting in the press conference for him.
Wolverine.
That's the thing. The group of us that are going down, I'm in charge of a group of good boys.
Yeah.
Jack Atkins doesn't
Well-behaved
drink,
boys.
and the two other lads are just lovely, well-behaved boys.
Who are the other two lovely lads?
Luke
Ooh,
and Pierce. I don't know if you've spoken to Pierce before.
not really.
Fair enough. He's a lovely lad.
Good.
Prodigy.
So I'm just going to be in charge of. Whereas Ross went down with all the
wrong-uns.
all the rapscallions. I know. And they said wrong-uns. I was like,
You said it now. You called us it now.
but I've got
Yeah.
like the good class.
Are you in charge, though?
No, I won't be really. It'll be the Jack Atkins will be in charge. He's like the dad. Yeah.
Like an expensive stamp.
Jackie-
Cultaholic
Jackie
will be
Orlando.
first class.
Yeah. Jackie Orlando will be in charge.
Yeah, the rambunctious one.
On that happy note, let's go to the next segment.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
The Hall of Fame, because Tubman is no longer in Japan.
Oh, damn it! I've not thought of one.
Oh, go on.
I have had all. I knew.
Jack, you do this every week.
I don't know. No. Yeah. Suddenly.
Will you have
Thursday.
one by the time I finish reading this? Or
Yeah.
should we
Yeah.
give some
yeah.
time?
Well, I
Cool.
think I think
you'll be
I came last. So yeah. I've got time to
Yeah.
think.
Spoilers.
In condescending order from last week, the next undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Seth Rollins, 14%. But you will have bragging rights if it does happen.
Exactly. It wasn't to win. It was It was
Just to
planting
get-
the seed.
Yes.
Also, I'm glad I did it because last week Ross tried to change the narrative and claimed that he predicted that Adam Cole would turn on MJF, not the other way around. But it was me and you.
We predicted it
Yeah.
first, and you mocked
two
me.
have-
Ross
yeah,
mocked
yeah,
me.
you and Moss-
Ross,
you and Moss.
To begin with, I was fully justified about what's happening on TV. Now it's changed. I'm like,
No,
oh,
it
yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
changed.
It's not changed.
We're
Nothing's
just, We're
changed.
just cleverer boys.
Yeah, we were ahead of the time.
Oh, is this how this works?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
oh, 100%.
We just
You guys are
analysed-
so eager to be right.
We just analysed
we-
the
no,
narrative.
not
more. We just
eager.
drilled down
Yeah, but I
into
enjoyed
the
the
are
product
right.
more. I enjoyed it as a fan.
Do you know that comic? Shh, let people enjoy things.
That's
I
me.
hate I hate that meme.
Hank the Tank is innocent, 27%. I'm not a fan of that one.
No, yeah.
Oh, well.
Wait until you hear the wording that Ross has chosen here for his own pick.
Exact quote. The fly that evaded Gunther at SummerSlam, proving it is better than any other wrestler alive today, 60%.
Quite a victory.
It was
Who's
the
in
best-
charge of the writing for this again?
Ross.
Right.
Sometimes Fraser if Ross isn't here.
Yeah.
It was
It's usually
the,
when it goes up late.
it was the best pick of the three, to be fair.
Yeah.
probably
That's
will.
also the reason why it won. So well done, Ross. You're not here.
So
Press
my
F
time.
in the chat. Fraser.
I like Jack struggled to come up with a Hall of Fame pick this week, so I picked mine like just before we came on, and I'm picking our editor in chief, Aidan Gibbons, because there's something he says every single day. It seems like every couple hours now he says something, and it seems to be his catchphrase. It's kids love, and it's just something like kids love Gangrel,
Kids
or
love Vader.
Kids love Vader.
Yeah.
Kids love the Berlin Wall, and it'll just be like some it'll be like something completely random.
Yeah.
And it gets me every single time. I'll be listening to music and all I can hear is him shout very loudly, "Kids love war," and then it's like bovril, and
Yeah.
it makes my day, honestly.
Often the humor comes from it often being something that kids won't. The
Kids
kids,
won't
the kids
love.
of today won't have even heard of.
Yeah, and it's just
Kids
Aiden-
love the Blitz.
It's Aiden,
Rationing.
The Blitz.
Aiden would say that.
Aiden is
He is old.
Aiden went to Aiden's an old man in a young man's body. So Aiden,
It's like Benjamin Button.
he's a history graduate, and he just knows a lot about like the war and all that. Like-
Doesn't know that, but he likes corned beef.
nothing wrong with that.
Any tin
No,
foods.
yeah, that's the thing. Whenever we do a big Greg's order for the office, he always wants corned beef.
corned beef
I don't
bake.
even think corned. I don't
Nothing
think
wrong
corned-
with it.
I
We've
don't
been
even-
through this debate.
Is corned beef even real? I don't think it exists.
It's not real. It's just a
It's
weird
like
thing.
red
that-
It's a
beef and
left-wing
it-
conspiracy.
and it makes your teeth go.
but it's
I
just
hate
he's
that.
he's maybe one of the funniest people in the entire office.
He is lovely.
Intentionally?
No,
Sometimes.
sometimes intentionally, but like it's people falling over, just really funny. But he's been working very hard, and I think he deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he totally does.
And he's not getting to go all in. He wasn't at Money in the Bank,
Oh.
so we can get him in the Hall of Fame.
We need to get
there
him
we
to one of
go.
these events, man.
Yeah,
He did go down for something in London recently.
he did. I can't remember what it was, but
And he also met Takeshita with you.
we did. We went progress. So we
We don't just show him in a room all the time.
sitting here. Yeah. So
Why is he not going out to London? Does he still think you need to travel by horse?
He's got to. Yes, it's horse and carriage. No, he's got to do all the live coverage for it on the
Yeah.
website.
Oh, I see.
So he's working hard. So I think Hall of Fame.
He
Aidan
does
Gibbons.
deserve. He does work very hard.
Yeah.
He's good at his job.
That's a very honourable,
Yeah,
Warrior
really,
Award
yeah.
pick. That's not going to win,
And he
but well
got
done
en-
for
and he
you for
got
doing it.
engaged recently, so
He did.
congratulations to him.
Up the Aiden.
Yes.
Well done, him.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yes. They're a proper couple since school. Like
Like
they're a
10
proper love
years.
story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since she was at school.
Since they were
So they're both at school.
school.
They're both,
Oh, okay.
they're both quite.
But
How old do you think
what was
Aiden
he doing?
actually is?
Janiting?
Oh God.
Aiden is only like 26.
Something like that. Yeah.
He's a young
They've
boy.
been together. They've been together 10 years, and they met when they were teenagers. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice
Good.
story.
All right.
Who's next? Aiden Gibbons for the Hall of Fame.
Well done, Aiden. Because of last week's lovely present from Tubman in Japan.
Yes.
That's his full name now, Tubman
Tubman
in
in
Japan. He got me a lovely Bob Sapp action figure. And not only is it Bob Sapp action figure, it's Bob Sapp when he was in K1, when he wasn't a joke. We saw him and went, oh my God, are my affairs in order?
Did he do much of the kicking in the K1, or did he just punch people?
He would do both.
He would
So
kick?
He was kick and
he kick?
boxing. Kick boxing.
I know, but did he not just do away with like Steve in Tekken? Did he not have any? If you press the kick button, does he just do that?
I think he would defend mostly with his knee because it's the size of Bournemouth and he was just
Okay.
puncher. So, and it reminded me not only that Tubman is a lovely person, but also of a story about meeting a famous person. I was at MagFest one year, and it was the year that Nobuo Uesumo, the composer for the Final Fantasy series, was there.
Jesus Christ.
And he was playing there, playing live, playing songs from Final Fantasy, having a good old time, and had to be waiting on the last day. Everyone's going home, and I bumped into him, and I was like, "Oh bloody hell!"
It's the
and someone had,
Fantasy. That's from
that's the one. Well done, you. Yeah, that's why I didn't pick this when Ross was here. He wouldn't have got it.
7.
Yeah.
Stab that last. Whoa, no, you bastard. That's Final Fantasy.
That was it in 3 seconds.
Oh,
Yes.
it's Kenny Omega. No.
All right, 4 seconds. So I was talking to him, and someone had told me that he was originally training to be a wrestler, and he got hurt and transitioned into composing. Now I thought, someone's pulled on my legs to know who I am. I thought, what the hell, he's right here in front of me, I'll ask him. And I went, did you, and I, it's been a long festival, so, Puroresu, hello, talking with my hands.
Maffew Desu.
Yeah, hello, Nobu-san.
Origato gozaimasu.
Yeah, just looking deep. Try not to be offensive and do my best. And I went, you trying to be a wrestler, correct? And he was like, yes.
Wow.
I went, oh, it's true, is it? You actually were trying to be a wrestler? He goes, yeah. I'm thinking, wow, that'd be an amazing thing. And he went, you like Puroresu? And I'm like, yes, but because it'd been a long festival and I was not expecting him to say yes or ask me, oh, you like wrestling?
Yeah.
Like, just asking me a question. I went, and scrambled to think of an obscure Japanese wrestler, something that'd really get him going. And I'm not a fake fan. And of course, my Jack moment. Like, I could have said,
Wait. We can't brand social missteps a Jack moment.
He's Britain.
Hang on now. Well, yeah, what the hell?
I could have thought Master Chono, Tenru.
Oh, he's absolutely jacked that.
Inoki, whatever.
I made a right jack of myself.
I absolutely did. Because then, in my tired thing, I just thought and tried to think, say anything. Say any Japanese wrestler. Say Riki Choshu. Say Rikidozan. Anything. Say anything. And in my head, I went, Bobu Sapu.
Oh, no.
And I said it like that. And Nobuetsumo, with his, not just him, but the composer of Final Fantasy series, him and his bandmates, Bobu Sapu, and started laughing their asses off.
Just trying to botch him, really.
When you said bandmates, I thought you meant the drummer.
Yeah, over my head.
Yeah.
But
did you get to tell him you were the Botchamania man? He might have heard of you. He might have known.
He might have known.
Did I tell Nobuetsumo I'm the Botchamania? No, I didn't.
He used lots of gaming music in Botchamania.
He might be a big fan.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never
You never know.
Oh, we'll never know.
KSI's a fan.
Yeah.
Nobuetsumo, KSI, the same thing.
Yeah.
Kids love Nobuetsumo.
He's got it.
So, yeah, just me, just going, Bobu Sapu, with the pronunciation like that and making the band laugh. Either from the fact that of all the people I said was Bob Sapp, I said it like that, made them laugh. So I thought I'd share that moment of looking a bit fragile and stupid because God knows I laughed at other people being in positions like that. I thought I'd share. So Bob Sapp, thank you for the memory being reawakened.
Bobu Sapu.
Bobu Sapu, that's what I said. So he understood, Fraser. Just so he understood.
Is that not how the French say SpongeBob? Like it's like Sponge Le Bob.
Bobu Sapu, Bobu Sapu.
I think it's Bob Le Spond. Or
Bobu Sapu. The German one's SpongeBob Scumcock.
SpongeBob.
No, it's not.
It is.
Wait, what?
No, it's not.
SpongeBob Scumcock.
Someone's having a laugh there.
I'll load it up here. This will be your pick for Hall of Fame.
Oh,
Anyway,
God, yeah.
I
Oh,
still
no,
can't-
I've been
Can
enjoying
we just bring it
Thank
back
you,
to the fact
Bobu
that
Sapu.
he used your name as a... Oh, he's Jack, that's...
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to make of that, really.
That's what everyone else has been saying.
No, they haven't, Matthew. No, they haven't.
Word on the street is, what have you got for us, Jack?
Jesus, I don't know.
Jacku Jobu.
Oh, you know you were going to find the gem with
Yes.
SpongeBob.
I was loading this up.
Is it?
Oh, you're still thinking that?
I don't know how you do this every single week, like coming up with that.
I know, man. Well,
Here's a no either.
that's why it's often like just something we've seen lying on the pavement that day or
Like,
something like that.
I love lamb.
Nominated the ice cream that I saw on the ground. Jesus.
Is this going to get a strike?
Turn it off.
SpongeBob Scumcock.
It reminds me of the Schnappy song when I did German at school. Ich bin Schnappy, das kleine Krokodil.
Snappy the crocodile.
Wohne in Ägypten und das ist auf dem Nil. Ja.
Kids love that.
Kids love Schnappy. Schnee, schna, Schnappy, 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 Schnapp. I'll nominate probably Owen Mawson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
He gave you his jumper.
he did.
First of all, he gave you his hoodie. And also, last night on our Twitch stream, it was the end of year awards. End of season awards for the Cultaholic FC.
That makes sense.
We stayed up. We finished 17th, one place above relegation in the Premier League. We managed to survive.
Well done.
And it was all down to, it's the last game. This was 2 weeks ago. It's the last game of the season. Owen goes, let's start Chris Holloway on the left wing. And I go, Chris Holloway? He's not been good for us for years. But he's an original and he believes in the club. He's a tiny little sprite on the screen, but we believe in him as well.
No.
And he
So he's a Dolph Ziggler of the
Right,
club.
exactly, because he's never been one of the fan favourite OG. The chat don't really care for Holloway as much as they do £5
Ken,
Ken, Glenny Omega, many of the other players that we've
Zach
got.
the Jobber.
Zach the Jobber.
Babu Sabu.
Yes, he's there as well. Great centre back. And despite years of playing for the Fabes and not being brilliant, he scores the winner. He scores the bloody winner that keeps us in against Brentford. And so then this week it was the Hall of Fame Awards. The end of year awards. And I sneakily nominated Owen without him knowing. I went, stop the awards. I'm nominating you, Owen, for moment of the season, for your tactical decision to play Chris Holloway instead of our usual left winger. And the chat went, no, F that, none of that. And they didn't let me nominate him.
Man, the Twitch chat can be so unforgiving.
The Twitch chat, it turns out, wanted to nominate themselves for an award for a tactic they dubbed Chatball, which we put up against Chris Holloway's winner for moment of the season. And I went, let's see if that's a vocal minority and there's a large silent majority. And there was, because the chat lost horribly. They voted against themselves. I think there's like a vanguard in the chat who've taken control and have tried to be like, it's like how the people hate politicians. They've tried to represent the chat and the chat have gone, nah, F you. So they didn't let me nominate Owen for an award. So this is redemption.
That's fair.
Owen Mawson, tactical genius.
So we've got Owen Mawson,
Tactical
genius, versus Aidan Gibbons.
Yeah.
Kids love Aidan Gibbons.
Versus
Bobu Sapu.
Maffew goes up
This
to
is
the
a great
composer,
week.
most famous composer in the history of video games, and says Babu Sapu. It made him laugh.
Incredible
judging by
week.
Bob Sapp's win-loss record, I don't know who's going to win that fight.
It's tough. It's a tough.
Because he became a can, didn't he? He used to fold.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Almost like he was taking a dive.
He said-
I don't want
Oh,
to.
No.
allegations.
He never took a dive. He just said, like, look, if I've been hit, I don't like being hit. Never took a dive. He
isn't
just
he
like, oh, that hurt.
Isn't he what they call a glass cannon? He's a massive dude.
He said if he didn't get the win in the first 10 seconds, he's like, all right.
yeah, because he was a bodybuilder. He wasn't he wasn't a fighter. He just had incredible strength and size. God, what a class Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Wow.
One of the best.
I've been here before. A few times.
Kids love this Hall of Fame.
Jack, or the guy from Blink, where can you go to place your votes?
You can go to Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/cultaholic. It's Fraser's job to put it up this week.
But it'll be up on Saturday night.
So
Tomorrow.
are you going to be tempted to put up one thing to vote for?
I'm going to
that's
write.
yours?
I'm going to make mine look really good.
Okay.
Or like word art.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Animated. Just Aiden, a photo of Aiden.
The font 3 times bigger than everybody else's.
I learned a bit about an anime yesterday.
An anime?
I was
An
Googling-
anime.
I was Googling one anime series.
What one?
Jujutsu Kaisen. Apparently it's like the new anime that all the cool kids are watching. I haven't watched any of it, but looks new and I'm scared. It looks kind of 3D but 2D. And I'm like, I don't like this. Give me 2D cartoonish lads running around saving the world. None of this dark fighting. It was weird.
Not into.
No, I need to watch it. Apparently, I'm sure there'll be comments saying like it's the new anime.
It's
the
really
new
you,
hot
like
thing. this.
this time last year. You talking about TV and film that's so.
Oh, it's
obscure
going to
and
become
weird.
Jack on anime now.
It's
Well,
You're done with film.
That's it.
Oh,
I watched,
William.
I-
in the news this week, William Friedkin passed away.
And
Director
Michael
of
Parkinson.
Mike
The
Parkinson
Exorcist.
just today. Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever seen The Exorcist or?
No, I've seen. I know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not a horror boy. Fraser's
I
not
do like a
horror
bit of
boy.
horror.
Have you seen The Exorcist?
I've not actually seen The Exorcist.
Fair enough.
No.
It's aged so badly.
I've seen the Texas Chainsaw Man. Well,
What do you think of the original TCM?
I've never seen it actually.
Oh, liar.
I just meant this week.
Yeah.
Also, I watched this week a Buster Keaton silent film,
Which one?
Sherlock Jr.
Ooh. Nah, Buster Keaton's mint.
I had 45 mins, and I was like, "What's a film that's 45?" It was Sherlock Jr.
Buster
It's 45
Keaton,
min.
yeah.
And I
I've seen The
sat-
General.
No, it's the
Oh,
first
nah.
Buster Keaton I've seen. I sat and watched it, and I was like, "How do they do some of this?" And it's old. It's like from the 20s. I was like, "How did he do that?" Like, yeah, very good. There's a bit where there's like a pool. He's playing a game of pool,
Yeah.
but one of the pool balls is a grenade,
Yeah.
and you don't want to hit the grenade. And he's doing trick shots in what looks like one take, and just missing. And I'm like,
How you doing it? Yeah.
Yeah. There was
Yeah.
crazy
Crazy.
back then.
my letterboxd review is "Dude Perfect, have nothing on this guy."
Oh, that's good.
I was blown away by it. I was like, "What?" It was the story was okay. It's more about the stunts and the.
Oh, I mean, he's so good at it. I mean,
Apparently, like, nearly broke his back in one of them. Like it went wrong. The water spout bit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's it. Yeah. In the general, he's on a train, and the idea is he's on the front of the train going forward, and there's one wooden, what they call them,
It's like just a big
rail,
wooden plank
whatever. Yeah,
that's-
there's a plank in the way, and he hits it with another plank, and it bounces off perfectly. But it's like, if they didn't hit that, the train would have gone off the tracks.
Yeah.
And that's it.
The one where he lies under the van as well.
Yeah, jeez.
I should have nominated Buster
Buster
Keaton. Yeah, but I've nominated
No,
Owen
screw
Lawson,
Owen.
Tango
Owen Lawson slashed.
You know what? Kids love 1920s silent film actors.
Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton.
Kids love.
Dude, even
Fred
Tom would have
Astaire.
gone, you're a bit behind the times here. Like. Anyway, those are your 3 fantastic picks for the Hall of Fame. Jack's already plugged it, but I'll do it again. Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling, Smackdown. Carry on, my Jaywood son.
Come on, that's a good
I
one.
actually like that, yeah.
That's good.
Because he is wayward.
Yeah.
And he was super kicking everyone like a young buck.
And his name is Jay.
Carry on, my wayward son, bitch.
It is good, and Fraser's obviously correct there, but all I saw was Jedwood.
Carry on, my Jedwards. Hey, John. Hey, Edward.
Like, who be the tribal chief at Jedwood? With that hair, it's Scotty Too Hotty.
Yeah. Oh, mate. He's one of the. He reminded when we saw him at Thunderstruck, just walking past him and stuff. I mean, you'll have been closer to him.
Jedward.
Yeah. But it's also their dad, Scotty Too
Yeah.
Hotty. Reminds you that. Think of Scotty in the segment where Austin's like bullying him. How Austin looks massive next to him. Now think how massive Scotty was.
Scotty's big.
I was like, what's going on? Why are wrestlers, especially from America, so big?
Mr. Hottie was like,
Mr. Hottie,
Big.
yeah. Apparently, Fraser said he wanted
he introduced himself as Mr. Hottie to me. I was like, at the backstage when we were like, I was like, can I grab you for an interview? And I was like, sorry, I've not introduced myself. Hi, Fraser. Hi, Mr. Hottie. I was like, do you want me to call you Mr. Hottie? So me and Chop just called him Mr. Hottie for the rest of the night.
A part of Scotty Too Hottie's character that often goes overlooked, which I really saw come out in that Shreddy match, is how mad he is. Like, you know when he's like making his comeback and he goes like he does like this evil face. I was like, hang on, Scotty's actually weird. Sorry, Smackdown. Sorry.
He's very emotive.
Carry
was
on,
a
my
really
Jay.
fun-
Like rather like yourself today, Jack.
Very fun. Thank you. Very fun match. Well done, Shreddy.
Oh yeah, big win.
Yeah,
No,
considering
he definitely lost.
Yeah, well, he was in the ring though. Innit?
But yeah.
as far as he was
he was in
winning.
the ring with Scotty.
Considering he was like, oh, I need time off, my body's a wreck. Wait, Scotty Too Hotty? Yeah, I think I'll be
Yeah.
alright.
Hey, I went over to him to congratulate him after the match,
Yeah.
and I clapped him on the shoulder, and then went no, but it was his other one. I was so glad because I thought I've just like got way well done on his, and I was drunk.
Put him out for another 6 months.
I know, but thankfully it
Whoa,
was.
what happened to you? Jack the job of choppers.
No, but thankfully it was his good shoulder.
Yeah.
So I bounced off him.
Yeah, phew. Charlotte takes on Asuka to start the show, but Damage Katal interrupt. Io attacks both women, and Bayley helps her beat them down.
I liked Io's little unnecessary flip. Like,
Oh, she's
super
something else in
necessary.
these bits.
yeah.
Io's great, and I almost wish they had her separated from Damage Control. I'm assuming that'll come at some point.
Yeah.
Because I just like her when she's a mad loose cannon on
I
her
feel
own.
like they're maybe going to
Bayley's
hold it
great
off
at it.
until Dakota's back to have a triple threat.
Oh, to have a match, yeah.
That makes sense. Aye, she's there waiting for a high five that never came from Bayley. Like, okay. Asuka Charlotte though, we're supposed to do the 9-minute match where most of it was in a commercial.
Yeah,
it was just the
yeah.
setup. Right. Santos Escobar is interviewed backstage ahead of his US title shot, but Austin Theory attacks him and injures his leggy. The LWO chase Theory away. You damn kid.
Type leggy. Yeah.
His leggy.
You just type that normally.
I did, yeah. Okay.
These are Jackson's,
so
by the
this
way.
is when I was like, are they doing this? Was this always the plan, or was Santos injured or something? Like, why have they done this?
Yeah, well, we'll have to find out, won't we?
Because it does seem like whenever they're on the cusp of creating a new Mexican star, they go, Rey Mysterio. He's probably better.
He is the next Ray.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I don't know. It felt weird this segment.
Yeah, but we'll get more on that later on. Karen Cross gets a video package where he teases getting a stable. Maybe you'll be lucky if you get an outhouse. He faces AJ Styles, but AJ wins after Mia Yim takes out Scarlett on the outside, and everyone was ready just to go. How can you not take
Cross
the moonsault?
never
Diddy's
win. Oh, that was an unfortunate botch.
It was. They don't have any chemistry. Like it was-
Kane and Jericho.
No, but this time they'll have it.
Oh, next time, of course. It felt like I don't know. It should feel bigger, but it didn't.
Yeah, the Karen Cross that I like seems to have disappeared.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him for some time now. And we're
his
talking
head.
years.
Yeah, like
his head.
Impact.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'll defend his NXT run up until he won the title, and then it was just like, you're crap, you.
It wasn't even his fault.
Yeah, some of the worst book I've ever seen. Anyway, yeah, woohoo. Theory is interviewed about taking out Escobar, who may or may not be cleared for later tonight. Rey Mysterio tries to attack Theory, but gets held back. It's obviously easy to do for Rey, bless him, because he's not very big.
Oh.
Then Edge comes out to cut a promo. Next week is a celebration of 25 years since his WWE debut. He wants to have a match to mark the occasion against Sheamus. He credits his appearance on Celtic Warrior workout to inspiring him to come out of retirement and helping him to get back in ring shape. The Brawling Brutes interrupt and show the footage of Edge falling off his bike on Sheamus' show.
Nasty fall.
Yeah,
was
but
like,
they're like,
"Jeez."
it is Sheamus on my daughter's bike.
Also-
you're big and the bike is small.
Seamus San. Did you say?
Seamus on.
Oh, Seamus on.
Seamus-
I was talking about
Seamus
on
on.
Discord, so we'll still talk.
Also, when they showed that, you can't see Seamus because I think he's filming from behind, or like the camera's on him maybe. But him and Edge are both big lads, so I just imagine the bikes are like penny, like they're just like going through the forest like that.
They joke back and forth, and the crowd like, okay. But Sheamus gets serious and tells the story of Edge being the only wrestler to say hello and give advice when he was an unsigned talent backstage.
Oh, the old opposite Ryan Nemeth, the anti-Nemeth.
Sheamus agrees to the match, and they shake hands, but Sheamus says he hopes Edge isn't making a mistake.
Oh, this was a fantastic segment. Really built up the match really well for me for just having 1 week's build.
I enjoyed the MJF-esque reveal of previous relationships off-screen, friendships and that. Although I think they have referenced this before. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see them both talk about it and say, I respect you as well. But I'm worried, just at the very end when Sheamus is like, I hope you're not making a mistake, that we're going to get another classic Edge. The bad guy's like, I'm going to break his neck again. Like, you think?
You think?
Seems like Edge always does this kind of thing. Write him off for another
not.
6 months and then he comes back and beats him in
At
revenge.
WrestleMania. Keeps the feud going until then.
Yeah. Let us know when it's a big show
You
again.
made me hate the segment.
Yeah.
No, it might not. It might not be that. It might not be that.
I thought it was alright when they got serious. I thought like it was obvious that they could probably like each other outside the ring, but you have to make it like a WWE thing inside. It feels fake.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he on the bike.
Like
That's
Rollins
funny.
and Becky.
I'm like, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Anyway, LA Knight beats Top Dollar and cuts a little promo afterwards,
Top Dollar should have won.
as does Michael Cole. Shut up.
Jesus. Shh, don't you dare
How
say
dare you?
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley hangs out with the Street Profits. They're all very smartly dressed and drinking nice drinks and talk about how cool they are.
They
And
are
you know
cool.
what? They're right.
Yeah, really cool.
The thing I said last week has really been a hit in the office, unfortunately.
What thing did you say last week?
I can't say it again. But I compared the lip thing, the heel lip sneer to.
That one.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Carrie, I'll tell you after the.
Yeah.
You
Santos
and Ross
Escobar.
couldn't believe what I'd said.
Limps out for his title shot. Oh, now it's come to me.
Yeah.
I had people on Twitch going, so why did Jack bring that up? And I said, because he couldn't say Mugabe.
I
again.
panicked. I did a jack.
You jacked
I
it.
jacked it, yeah.
He jacked it. Yes.
It's catching on.
Santos limps out for his title shot, but Theory attacks him again. Theory mockingly apologizes for there being no title match tonight, but Rey Mysterio, a.k.a. Santos' dad, convinces Adam Pearce to let him be Escobar's replacement. Match goes ahead, and Rey wins to become US champion for the third time.
Hooty hoo!
As you were saying, Fraser, they've done this with, let's see, we name all the people.
No, it was me who said
Sin Cara Uno.
It was me.
Sin
You
Cara
said it.
Dos,
Yeah,
I
he
guess.
always does this.
Charlie said
It was me who said
I
it.
can't hear what you're saying. The Lucha House Party.
Alberto Del Rio?
Kalisto.
Yeah.
Dom.
Maybe Andrade. No, Andrade isn't a bit of a push. Yeah, Dom. It's a good pick, yeah.
Yeah.
Garza?
Kind of.
They weren't associated, but like...
Yeah.
They
Los
always-
Lotharios.
They always try to.
They always try to make the next Rey Mysterio,
Yeah.
and the next Rey Mysterio always ends up being Rey Mysterio.
Juan Cena. He was under
Juan Cena, there we go,
Yeah.
famous luchador.
They always put Mexican people in a story with Rey Mysterio because he's the biggest luchador ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go, you're in a story with Rey Mysterio, and then they go, then it's like they realize, oh, we've just got Rey. We've got Rey Mysterio. We can just
Why
do
not
it
use
with
him?
him.
His knees work now.
Yeah.
So let's use him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never slowed down.
If you put him in water, he just sinks to the bottom, but he's there. And crowd still going nuts for him. He still looks great, still wrestles really smooth. Austin's Theory.
Don't trust
Theory's
anybody.
My theory is red wine's cool. Theory's title reign, there, what's easy for me to say, finally over.
Longest since Dean Ambrose.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like,
What,
yeah,
like
but
the
least
early
10
Shield?
years ago,
Yeah.
Least impressive since Orlando Jordan.
Oh.
It was so disappointing. I'm glad it's done, but it did feel like it just sort of fizzled out there. Like,
Cena didn't.
It
know.
Lacey evened out.
it should have been Santos, though. Like,
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So obviously what happened the other week was that Ray got what was apparently a legit concussion on the outside. It wasn't allowed to continue the match, so Santos was given the win. So, now Ray's come back here. So people are like, so I guess the original idea was for Ray to win then? And
maybe. Although all the reports after that, I think, were going, no, Santos was always going to win that match. And it was going to be a passing of the torch moment there. But it does feel really, really weird.
So then why they've done
I guess
this?
they could go Santos turns heel, like, you stole my title shot.
or you could...
So we get the original LWO, which was the...
against Ray, yeah.
Ray, yeah.
You could just have them stay stablemates and go against each other.
You could do. I guess Santos, is he better as a heel? I think I prefer him as a heel. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
having met him in at Money in the Bank, he was really
You met
nice.
him?
Yeah, we interviewed him. It's on the
Oh, yes,
channel.
of course, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can go
That's
check that out.
Was he a nice guy?
He was lovely. Yeah,
That's
really
how I
nice.
felt about Andrade.
Yeah. I was like, he's so good as a face. Like, he's just nice.
Give him more stuff to do.
Well,
on telly.
I would say that would be something that I'd agree with if it wasn't for other more over good guys. So isn't it better to be higher up in the card as a bad guy than to be lower? Right now he's the third or fourth most cheered
he'd be quite
babyface
entertaining.
behind Ray and LA Knight. And
Yeah.
Edge.
I mean, it's nice that we've got Ray as the US champ and Dom as the North American champ. Both of them, both of the
maybe
champions of the
why they-
Americas. So
yeah.
maybe we'll see that at some point.
Oh, they've got to do that.
If they do it at Survivor Series, if they do another
Do you think Ray
interbrand.
would let Dom beat him? He didn't at Mania.
If
Dom
it's
should have
not,
tried harder.
if it's not clean,
Should have
maybe.
targeted his knee.
Yeah, exactly. Judgment Day versus LWO. War Games.
Austin Theory trying to join Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, guys. I like goth music.
Yeah, he's
Not all of it. Don't ask me to name any bands, but you know.
I love Pendulum.
Roman Reigns arrives with Heyman and Solo. Jimmy Uso interrupts from ringside, but clearly isn't with the group. Roman admits that he owes Jimmy for his help at SummerSlam and asks what Jimmy wants in return. And he names all the things. He was like the bad guy from Twisted Metal. I can grant you any wish. Do you want a car? Jimmy surprises Roman by saying that his actions had nothing to do with Reigns. Jay arrives and demands an explanation from Jimmy. Jimmy says he didn't want Jay to win because he'd become the tribal chief and become corrupt with power like Roman. Jimmy says he'll take a super kick from Jay, who turns his back on Jimmy instead. Jimmy leaves while Roman mocks Jay and gets super kicked for his troubles. And as you said beforehand, takes a nice bump, considering he's injured. Solo tries to help, but Jay takes him out too. Jay seems to invite Jimmy back. Jay seems to invite Jimmy back. Hey, come on, buddy! But super kicks him on the ramp instead.
So good.
I was like, this is a really weak explanation. And he went, all is forgiven. Yeah, whatever.
Brilliant.
He says he's leaving WWE and exits through the crowd.
I like that
and that
bit.
was it.
I like Jay going rogue and seeing where that goes.
Yeah.
But to me, it wasn't enough to justify the way that the tribal combat match went.
Oh, it didn't justify that at all. Him being like, you'll turn into Reigns.
You'll have been mean like Roman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
cool. What do we deal with the Roman that we now currently have?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Ooh, ooh.
yeah. But
Super kick.
the super kick to Jimmy was good. I liked Jay walking out, and the fact that Reigns took a spear from Jay, and Jay has a pretty good spear. It looked really good.
It was like, oh no, it wasn't like that at all. I just wanted to shoehorn a Street Fighter
Go on,
movie
go
reference
on.
in. There's a bit in Street Fighter towards the end where Ken tells Sagat, "Hey, I owe you one, Sagat. If I'd never met you, I might have become you." And then he leaves and like walks out all like good guy and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like that wasn't really foreshadowed in the film, was it? When he's like,
Well, yeah, because Ken's like...
he was a con man. He was a small time.
Yeah, you want to
con
get
man.
like the money and stuff, and he was like, no, the way
Oh,
of our
yeah,
master
Ryu was
says
the
we
good
should
one.
do
Yeah,
this. And
yeah.
Ken's like, shut up, I need money. It's capitalist society, Ryu. And
There
he's just
wasn't
like,
enough
no,
time.
no.
There wasn't enough time spent on that bit. I don't think.
Yeah.
It's almost like the film's a bad film.
It's almost like the film, yeah.
It's not great.
It's almost like Jean-Claude Van Damme pulled rank and made it focus more on him. Oh, what a film, though.
We're making my new film, Cocaine Fighter. I
You
win.
need to watch it, Fraser.
okay,
There's
will
a
do.
bit where... There's a bit where...
Have you not seen it yet?
I've not. No.
There's a bit
I'll
where
I'll get on my alert.
I just assume everyone in this office has seen it for some reason.
One of the most iconic bits is where Guile and Bison are cutting a promo on each other through a news report.
Yeah.
So Bison's in his lair with a big screen in front of him. Guile's on the news, and he's like, I know he's watching, and it's like a wrestling program. He turns to face the camera.
Okay.
He's probably hiding.
He is probably hiding in his American hero Belgian accent.
From you,
and he goes,
scurrying around
and he goes,
like worker ants.
Oh God! And he goes, I've got a message for you, Bison. And he does that, and he's massive Bison
muscles,
comes up, and he's got the American flag tattooed on it, and it's like, yes.
You
Come
think
on.
you're
America's
so
hero.
clever, Guile.
Oh, Bison's it's
In
Raul
3
Julia.
days.
You should nominate that for the whole thing.
I probably have. I will have.
yeah.
Before. We'll have nominated bits of it.
Yeah.
Where were we? You were losing. Sure.
The hostages will die, and the world will hold
Something
you
Borat there.
responsible. Victory, Bison,
Mala.
Bison. Charlie, we're coming to help. Charlie. So Bison's like, your name is Charlie.
Charlie's Blanca.
Charlie's just like, cheers, mate. Cheers.
Oh my God. What a film. What a film.
AEW Collision.
No, I don't want to talk about wrestling. There's a bit where Zangief and E Honda have a fight in slow motion over a miniature city, and they play the Godzilla noise like. It's really good.
Oh, have you seen Wang's video about the
Wang.
the YouTuber? He's really cool.
Okay.
He looks cool. You'd love him.
Okay.
The guy who plays Sawada, the really, really low down character, was supposed to be originally the star of the film. He goes into detail about it.
Sawada?
He only gets like 3 lines, and he can't speak. He can barely speak
Who
any
is he?
English. He's the guy who goes, Kono.
Oh,
The man. Yeah. Can't act.
You can't do that accent.
Colonel.
Stop doing
The man who gets
Colonel
on
Bobu
the boat.
Sapu.
Yeah, I know. I know what you got. The man who gets the boat would have to be out of his
yeah,
mind.
he does.
That's it. He was supposed to be the star. He's supposed to be the
It's
Ryu.
fact that
But they're like,
he
you
said
can't speak English at all.
He said one word, and I knew exactly which
Yeah, that's
character
how bad he
meant.
is.
But-
Yeah, he was supposed to
but
be the
Colonel.
big dude. Like, he wasn't happy when he found out, like, oh, I'm this dude.
None of the
Not even in the
American
games.
heroes can speak, apart from T-Hawk. He can speak American accent. But you've got Guile, you've got...
Speak American.
You've got Connor, and you've got Kylie Australian Minogue as well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So good.
Sounds like a really good film.
I need to calm down.
Yeah, there's
Have you
a
got
few
a review on
legit.
your letterbox?
No, I need to.
Oh, write it now.
Yeah, there's a few really legit good lines that I appreciate. The Bison Tuesday bits are still
The
good.
Tuesday bits
But the other
become
one that gets no love
Yeah.
whatsoever is Sagako's. Look at him, greatest fighter since Iron Fist. And you go, oh yeah, what happened to him? He retired and became me. Some good action line bits. AEW Collision. Oh no, it says here. I agree. Tony Schiavone opens the show interviewing Ricky Starks. Starks refuses to take the blame for his attack on Steamboat last week, saying, you know who attacked the Steamboat? Guile in the river, who's trying to take Bison. Saying that CM Punk brought him into a dangerous situation. Now he's going to set the whole company on fire starting next week because he has his manager's license.
Now, I've started to agree with you a little bit here, Matthew. I thought this was going to be
Music to my ears. That.
just a nice little feud to tide things over until Punk turned heel and went full Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah.
But this Ricky Starks promo made me agree with what you said last week, which is that it's become too black and white. Like, Punk's the face, and Starks is the evil heel.
He attacked
And
Ricky Steamboat.
I'm going to burn this place down. Surely it would be better if Starks was like, yeah, I cheated to beat him, but he cheats all the time, and he's CM Punk.
Yeah.
They've had a really nice shades of grey depending on what
It
city
was
they're
good
in.
at first,
Punk
yeah.
has cheered and booed in equal measure, but sometimes he has cheered more than booed. So they've done a good job. Then again, I'm not sure how long you can keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
Can't keep it going. Can be grey all the way to the grey event. But Ricky's just like, no, I'm evil now. It's like, no, that's not a good fit for you, Ricky. This was still a good promo. I liked how Ricky delivered his lines and stuff like that. I just don't like the role that Ricky suddenly like, I'm supposed to boo him?
Yeah.
Mr. Sex?
He was just getting the pops he was always deserved as
Yeah, I
well.
always find him more entertaining though, with a bit more edge.
But he's got
Than
edge as a
heel.
baby
But he
face,
does,
so-
yeah. That's
That's it. It's like,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
because like I found
he's good at it still.
Yeah.
I booed Ricky Steamboat after this.
the annoying thing is him being suspended from the ring for 30 days. Like, we're just not going to see him wrestle, and definitely not All In. Like,
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. You're
That's
right.
him missing All In.
Oh,
that's
is
him
this
missing
a-
All Out.
oh, is
No,
this
but he has a
a-
manager's license.
got manager's license.
Manager's license, so he'll be there
So he's
ringside,
ringside.
to watch.
But you're not gonna go
God,
see Ricky
damn it.
Starks compete at either of the shows.
Tony Khan's a
Nope.
strict boss, as we learned this week.
Idiots.
In my office now.
Yeah, some of those old detective, like, not detective, what's the role? The rank?
Pulling rank. So Sergeant?
Get my off. Yeah, Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Why did he?
I got the mayor
like
up my
address
ass.
One more thing.
Like Lacey Evans watching Sammy Guevara.
Oh, it's terrible.
That went bad.
Oh, so funny.
You've got Sammy Guevara doing the most beautiful, picture-perfect forward rolls I've ever seen, and she's like, "Nope."
Oh, I don't like his attitude and confidence.
Yeah.
We'll grind that out of him soon. Don't you worry.
Need to teach him how to roll as well. Shut up, Lacey.
He can better than her.
Lacey
Of course
Evans.
he is. Hey.
The Acclaim beat the Iron Savages. Oh, that's right, formerly known as Bear Country.
They're now the Iron Savages.
That sucks. They cut a promo afterwards, paying tribute to Billy Gunn, who was of course dead, and said that they want to become tag team champions again. Backstage, Bullet Club Gold call out the Young Bucks, sing up a tag match between the Guns and Bucks and Dynamite, which does in fact happen. I thought this was this. I told mates, and they were like, "Oh, how long's this match?" Oh, I went, "No, this is what the Acclaimed need. They're doing something." That isn't just, hey, it's us, bye. They're having a nice long match. The Iron Savages are obviously not going to be winning anything, bloody hell. But they looked really okay here. They were good, solid opponents they claimed to play around with. The crowd was really hot for them. And then, they got lots of sympathy.
Right? The heartbreaking moment. The most heartbreaking moment on AEW TV
Fraser's
ever.
a big Acclaim boy.
Big Acclaim
I am.
fan. So it is, as you said, it's nice to see
sorry
them
for
back
your
in the
loss.
ring. Thank you. Yeah, I've got an opinion on that, but I'll get to that later. I think they need more of these matches across TV, and I don't think they'll get them. I think they're going to go back to the, hey, we're here. Hey.
Yeah, on Dynamite they'll have that.
Yeah.
But on Collision, where there's actually time for things to settle.
Yeah,
which
hopefully.
just makes it the best show. Mercedes Martinez and Diamante cheat to win. I guess, fierce that. Against Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. Martinez says she's coming for Statlander's TBS championship. I love that little thing where someone's rolled up and the other person stretches themselves and uses the ropes where they physically can't kick out. It's
Yes.
something so simple. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
More of it.
Yeah, Diamante was cursing up a storm.
Yes, she was.
But luckily they're down like to 500,000 viewers, so it's all right. No one's watching.
It's at least it's a storyline in the women's division.
Yeah.
Yeah, between four solid women's wrestlers.
Yeah.
Again, Collision getting more and more ticks.
It also feels like they put the belt on Statlander and has just done nothing with it. Like, this feels like the first...
She's a quirky alien. Man.
Yeah, but like, this is the first sort of like, other people have gone, yeah, I really want the belt. Like, this is an important belt to us, so it's nice.
She's been a fighting champion. Like, she's been defending it. Yeah. Do you remember the early days of AEW when JR just would not accept that she was an alien? Every time from the
Female
Andromeda
alien?
Galaxy, he's like,
Rubbish.
where's you from?
I love your JR.
I don't know if that sounded like it.
Yep.
Toni Storm is still having a meltdown after losing the women's title, but she's glad Saraya is in the four-way match at All In because it gives them both an advantage.
Oh no! Foreshadowing.
Yes, and obviously you've been watching Buster Keaton, so you'll be about ready for Toni Storm's
She plays the banana skin.
Sunset Boulevard style acting here.
So I'm not seeing it. So Saraya's winning in England then. Big pop.
Right.
Surely, yeah.
I feel like they were saving a spot for Jamie Hayter to have the big...
Especially because because Hikaru Shida won the belt out of nowhere. It's like, oh, she's a transitional champion
Yeah.
for Saraya.
You needed one hometown pop.
Right. Ospreay. Oh, he's the heel.
He's the heel.
But he will get a pop.
But
But
he'll
he's the
get a
heel,
pop,
yeah.
yeah.
And of course, especially
But
it's gonna
Saraya's a heel as well.
It's going to be a giant pop because of the 80,
she will be cheered.
She's going to turn on Tony in the match, isn't she?
Yeah, and it's going to be a giant pop because of the 80,000 people there. Half of them are in the Knight family. Samoa Joe wins a quick match against Andrew Everett. Yay, the biggest man in wrestling. The man used to do the double moonsault.
7 foot.
That's a big.
Like, how they kept on saying that on commentary. Oh, is he 7 foot tall?
I always used to mix him up with Cameron Grimes.
Cameron Grimes,
yeah.
right.
Next, they
And
were a
used to be
tag team in
yeah.
TNA, yeah. He calls out Punk for not accepting last week's challenge. Now to make matters into his own hands. That's Samoa Joe saying that.
Not Andrew Everett. Yeah.
Though that would have been cool.
Yes.
Yes, amongst almost missing in the sea of all the real life feuds he's having. Yes, he is wrestling Samoa Joe
Probably not
at
one of the
Wembley.
only-
We think because it was not hyped on the Dynamite last
We've
night.
got one more week to build to the biggest wrestling show ever.
Ever, yeah.
Or one off.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Christian Cage cuts a heel promo on the North Carolina crowd, saying it's the biggest family reunion he's ever seen.
That's quality. That's proper like Rick Rude.
Yeah.
That's class.
Yeah, that's a Peter Kay joke. He did that. He said about my dad didn't like this because he's from the area. He says, my mate was a teacher at Whitley Bay School. 30 kids, 2 surnames. He also claims he's better than any wrestler from the Carolinas, including Ric Flair. Brock and Arn Anderson interrupt. I swear I thought Brock was done. but here he is.
Yeah.
With Arn reminding Christian that he isn't the real TNT champion. This sets up a title match between Brock and Luchasaurus, which the champion wins. After Bell, Darby Allin chases Luchasaurus away with his skateboard and challenges Christian to a match next week.
Dinosaurs that's the natural enemy of a dinosaur. Wheels.
Well, of course, these cars are running around with their ancestors in the petrol. Brock was like, "Oh, you're
Just
here,
stop
are you?"
oil.
Yeah. Just sit there, do nothing. That'll help.
Maffew shoots on just the ball.
Those are much like Jack on a podcast in the middle of the M1. Stop oil and listen to Green Day.
Yeah. Oh man,
Sorry.
big Green Day debate in the office this week. Me and
Do you wanna get
Fraser's
into it?
Hall of Fame nominee. No, it's okay, but your Hall of Fame nominee, Aiden.
Gibbons. Yeah. Editor-in-chief.
Just debating the best Green Day album.
What is it?
Dookie.
Aiden thinks American Idiot, which
It's a great album.
I'd agree with,
It's a
because I
great
don't
album.
really know Dookie.
I'll take Warning over both of them. Somewhere in the middle.
Warning's a class underrated. I stopped a man who worked on the bar at number 28 in Newcastle and went, "I like your Warning tattoo. Very underrated album." And he went, "It is." And we were like, "Yay!" He had like the lightning, the guy getting struck by lightning, the little logo.
right,
Yeah.
I did that similarly. That Rise. There's a guy. There's a guy with a at the Manor War.
Bob Sapp tattoo. Oh.
Hey, great story. Let me tell you. Let me yelling because it's Rise. So you got
Yeah.
Disturbed's playing. So guy did the Manor War hammer, and I went, "Oh, Manor War," because I'm getting into more. I was by then, and he went, "Oh yeah, bad about what happened to them, right?" And I went, "Oh yeah," because they played at Hellfest. Famously, they cancelled or whatever happened, however it's worded. They were supposed to headline Hellfest, but didn't, even though they were on site because of issues just talking about. We want this to be this and that and that. And goes, "We're not going to do that." And goes, "We're not playing." Goes, "All right, then there's 10,000 bands here. No one's going to miss you." So they were cancelled even though they were there. So it was a big to do. And so I said, "Oh yeah, it's a shame about the Hellfest thing." And he went, "No, not that. One of the guys in the band's are nuns."
Oh, no.
And I said,
He's
"Oh
got a
no," and he
tattoo.
went, "Yeah, I've had this tattoo 6 months."
Oh, you got it after the... it came out.
Yeah, he heard the news and went, "You know what I
I've got to
want?
get that
I'm on a-"
tattooed.
He can get it. He'll get it. He can get it.
Get lost
He can
profits,
get it.
mate.
No. You can get it covered over, right? You'll get that sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he won't be getting a Brock Anderson tattoo over him, I'll say that much. It was nice that this was a long match, again, just to show the difference between this and the Dynamite, which can be like watching a show on fast forward sometimes. But even then, it's like, bloody hell, Brock. But then again, now that we know about CM Punk feuding backstage, it's probably one of the few people that could sneak through the battle lines. So. And it's nice that he is 40 years old, like his dad. And also like Darby Allin chasing off Luchasaurus and then yelling at him afterwards, going, "Whatever, you're like 68 billion years old." And Luchasaurus yelled, "Million!" And Darby Allin sounds way better on the mic.
He's improving.
He's actually improving. Look at that big boy now.
Yeah.
No stabilizers needed
Christian
for him.
Cage, though.
Gonna climb
the
Everest?
most
I mean,
entertaining. Is he the most entertaining heel right now?
In AEW,
In
by
AEW?
far, yeah.
Because like MJF's not really a heel.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if
yeah.
Well,
we
MJF.
could admit,
CM Punk, I guess, is whatever.
Yeah. Bang Bang Gang.
Oh, I like the Bang Bang gang.
They're good
They're
fun.
great.
Nah, I think Christian's taken
Yeah.
best talker. Shivani interrupts. Excuse me, Powerhouse Hobbs. Almost timed that burp. That would have worked really well.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah.
Who's holding a literal book of Hobbs. He says the next chapter is called Redemption and calls out Miro by Christ. Miro arrives but is ambushed by QTV. He fights them off because they're QTV. But Hobbs hits a spine buster and leaves his book on Miro's chest. Miro versus Hobbs. Yeah, yes, please.
Yeah.
So I've got a Miro-related answer for one of the mailbag questions. And I'll save that for then.
Oh, goodies.
We spoiler for what's coming later.
Just a little cheeky.
Yeah, stick around.
Yeah. It's like
Still to come.
I think the gist of the question is like,
I don't spoil.
okay,
Yeah, just do that. That's enough. You tell him. In the main event, the House of Black retain the trios titles against CM Punk and FTR. What do they call them? CMTR?
CMFTR.
I'm not calling them that. After Samoa Joe interferes to take out Punk. And nothing bad happens after the show goes off air. That's good. This match was, again, not to sound weird, but I'm glad that everything else had time. This had too much time.
right.
Oh, I
This
really
was
liked it.
like 20 odd minutes. It was okay.
They're all
it
good.
just went on
Aye.
and on.
Well, I was
and
waiting
on
for.
and
I was like, this will be the Joe's going to.
Yeah, right,
I
yeah.
didn't really. I didn't let myself believe that there might be a title change, especially so
Yeah.
soon to All In. But I like the tease of a future match between Punk and Malachi. they both sit cross-legged.
It was cool, right? Yeah, it was a cool spot. I think I enjoyed
They
it.
both complain a lot online.
Okay.
go
Oh,
on.
sorry. just
No,
me.
I think it was good. It was a nice main event.
Well.
I think I enjoyed it more because I was just tidying.
I was going to make a joke and go, they're both going out with someone of Puerto Rican heritage. And then I'm like, hang on, is AJ Lee of Puerto Rican? But I don't think she is. The joke was going to be,
Although,
because Malachi
Zelina
is,
Vega-
but Punk's not. But I don't
Zelina
know.
Vega played AJ Lee
Bang! In
in Fight With My Family. So they both went out with AJ Lee.
Okay, we've done it.
They played.
NWO.
Both the
AJ
partners
Lee.
played AJ Lee.
That's 6 shades of separation. We've done it.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's what they'll feud over.
Right. I went out with the real AJ Lee.
Yeah, I got with a Puerto Rican. You got with a Puerto Rican.
Oh. I don't know if AJ Lee is Puerto Rican.
I don't know either. Let's move on before we
Because I
offend
kept
any
thinking,
other people.
she does wear a lot of blue and red. That's all I could think, like the
That's
flag.
it.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I rest my case.
Yeah. Well,
That
Collision.
was that. Yeah. Raw. Anyway, by the way, Collision overall, very good. Very solid.
You like the pun?
yo, that's good pun.
Thank
Monday
you.
Night
Yeah,
Raw.
Collision was good.
One step forward, Drew steps back.
Because when you see
take
what
a boo.
storyline Drew's been booked in.
Oh, we
what?
noticed. We noticed. The Judgment Day opened the show minus Finn Balor. They tried to present a united front, but Priest is annoyed that Balor isn't with them. JD Don't Google Me interrupts with a message from Balor. The stable should focus on their issues with Cody and Sammy rather than worrying about Balor's
This is a new
friendship
thing.
with
He has
JD.
never done this before. No, he's never.
JD goes to leave but gets attacked by Sammy Balor, leading a match between the two. It's just because the amount of times they're on the bloody show.
Yeah.
It's just to emphasize how
there was that
often the
news
Judgment
report-
Day
how do you
were
say it?
Balor.
There was that news report a few weeks ago, or maybe like a month or two ago
Baloo
now,
the bear.
which is like WWE see the Judgment Day as the new bloodline, and they really do because they're everywhere. They
Yeah.
take so much time on the shows.
It's good though. Like they're really
They're
entertaining.
good. I'm starting to get.
just-
I'm not getting sick of the Judgment Day. I'm getting sick of storylines involving tension in factions.
That's the
There's
issue.
a lot
yeah.
of that going on right
I'd
now.
rather that they get over this
Judgment
hump
Day,
and they
Bloodline.
stay together.
Well, then
Alfred,
in
not me. Andre Chase, you.
oh
Yeah,
yes,
on his
yeah,
head.
that was
Call
the
their
one.
name.
I remember
So
thinking.
every
I remember
faction-
thinking this. Every brand's got it. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I hope LWO doesn't do it.
Oh
With
yeah.
the fact with tension between Ray and Santos.
They might.
No, there will be issues when they go, wait, hang on. What part of the Philippines is Latin?
yeah, exactly.
And then I'm gonna predict that maybe the Outcasts it'll happen there as well in AEW. Well, AEW is just happening in real life. It's
Oh,
just
yeah, I was
so
gonna say.
Yeah, there's tension.
It's just
everywhere.
who's left.
yeah.
JD goes leave but gets stopped by Sami Zayn and they have a match. Bless Sami Zayn wrestling with that
Yeah.
giant ball sack on his elbow.
him a Z-pack.
Because he's such a pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Z-pack. There we
good.
go. How dare you be uploading footage of just a video focusing on his ass.
Just his elbow.
But yeah, good for him. Sammy wins despite his injured bollock and interference from Finn Balor. Finn tries to attack Sammy after the bell, but he manages to escape. Yeah, Sammy doing everything he can on his way
Yes.
out for a bit. Well done. Chelsea Green talks to Adam Pearce.
Chelsea Green.
She's so good at it.
It's great.
Yeah, she is good.
So good.
Really helps the character. About not wanting to relinquish the tag team titles despite Sonya Deville's injury. Instead, she wants to hold tryouts for a new partner. The Cowie Girls arrive and they want a title shot, but are taken out by Piper Niven.
She's back.
Who tells Green that she's a new partner.
Scotland, Chelsea, I'm your new partner.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
No, I was going to have tryouts and
No, I'm your partner.
okay.
Move.
Okay.
Get shifted. Like,
Wow,
so funny.
that was booked fast.
Yeah. I mean, I think they should have done the Chelsea's Got Talent on TV. It's been really fun on Twitter.
Chelsea's got talent.
Yeah, it was so good. She had Matt Cardona audition. She's had Matt Cardona's dad audition.
What's happened here is,
He was so good.
and it's not a surprise in hindsight that those two have ended up together because they are both all about maximizing their potential.
They're
aren't
always
they?
fun.
Cardona and Chelsea.
They're having fun, Maggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just always coming up with ideas for themselves. And if all wrestlers did that, well, not if all wrestlers did that. God,
I'd be so annoying.
Be a mishmash. in
Yeah.
there.
But he is very good at it, in fairness.
Yeah, and so is she.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her stuff's usually
This Karen
her stuff's
character's
usually
great.
good. The Jilted Bride in Impact was
Oh,
good.
that was so
She's
good.
good at it.
Yeah. It's funny as well, like anyone would actually want the tag team title. I thought we were going to do a different direction. And her going, do you want to be a tag? No.
It's cursed.
Because, God, there might be people that are injured in the minute in this company. God. Cody Rhodes is interviewed backstage ahead of his match against Finn Balor. He says Balor has been a leader everywhere he's gone in his career, but he's not the only leader in the Judgment Day. What?
Sowing the seeds of tension. He said Priest
But there
and
isn't any
Ripley.
leader. There's
He
no
went-
leader in Judgment Day.
he
That's
went
all this
Priest
issue.
and Ripley are stars and Dom's Dom.
He's talking poo.
Yeah, well. I think
Must
Rhea-
think he's in a feud with
I think
Antia
Rhea's the
Gogo
leader.
again. Not a poo spout here. Bloody hell.
Rhea feels like the connective tissue
yeah.
between them all,
Yeah,
right?
she does.
And getting hits on YouTube, yes.
Yeah. So should we get her in the thumbnail?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the big question is yet. At
It's
the time.
Is Rhea Ripley the
something to do
leader?
with AEW, and then it's going to be a picture of Rhea Ripley.
Would CM Punk argue with Rhea Ripley if she was an
just remove the Cultaholic Wrestling logo and just replace it with Rhea Ripley.
Just there.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley podcast.
I
There we
looked
go.
there, you sold it. I was like, Joe
Yeah,
was
I
quick,
looked
Joe
at
was
that.
quick on that. I
I was
remember
like,
once,
wow, he's had this set up. That'd be
I remember
amazing.
once I was hungover in uni at a seminar group talking about like
Rhea Ripley.
no, talking about I think the
Shall I
Don,
start wrestling?
I think the Don DeLillo novel White Noise, which has recently become a film with Adam Driver in it.
Okay.
And the seminar leader was like probably only like in his mid-20s, like he wasn't much older than us, but I remember just hanging in this seminar group, clinging on, trying to listen to what's going on, trying to take notes. And at one point he's doing like, he says it as a bit, he goes like, and it's as if this character's gone, hey, how you doing? But I only heard him go,
Oh,
and I went,
no.
and I like looked at the door and he saw and he was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, just, my head was swimming.
I thought you replied being like, I'm all right.
He didn't do it to me. He did it to like an imaginary person at the other end of the room. And everyone else is listening and I'm just like, aye.
Maybe
You
they
have to
are.
point out for everybody. No.
And he went, no, I was just doing it.
Jack, no, it's a bit.
Aye. But my seminar group was on a Thursday. It had been Love Shack Wednesday the night before.
A Wednesday.
Love Shack Wednesday, mate.
Oh my God.
Love Shack. That's a little place where
it
you
was
can get
it was
together.
the place to go in Durham. But they rarely ever played that song in there. I
But
know
what's the point?
They play
then?
like
Better been free admission. If they're not going to play
if
that,
you knew someone who had handed out the wristbands, if you got in with them.
were you in with them?
Some of our girl mates were because they're girls.
yeah.
So the lads with the wristbands were like,
Well, you got
"Ooh."
wristbands. Oh, God.
Cheap list
Did
again.
you have people... No, if you were college or uni, who would get the stamp and they would try to not wash until next week.
Yeah.
Oh,
But there would be occasional back-to-back
That's
night
dedication.
outs where
that's one word for it.
they would try and lick the stamp and then put it on paper.
Oh, don't lick the stamp.
Yeah, put it on
to
paper
make a stamp.
To make a stamp so they could go back again. And
But they change the stamp every few months.
yeah. So I've had that.
Yeah, but which bouncer's going, hey, that's January stamp, that is.
God, can I look at that, mate? Just getting real close.
Sometimes the stamp was just the date. They had just the numbers.
Yeah,
of the
I
date.
think once they stop doing
You know,
it.
just use a Sharpie then.
Sometimes they do Sharpie.
No, but if it was just the date, you could just draw the numbers on. And get in.
Yeah, you're right.
Smart.
Any
Yeah.
students listening? You know,
Yeah.
it's Freshers Week soon.
It is.
Christ.
Oh, it's going to be busy by the office. All In's going to... Cobalt's going to be bouncing.
Love Shack, baby, yeah.
Glad I don't live
Don't
in
give
town
away the
anymore.
location of the office.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, don't go...
Cobalt in London.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
yeah,
busy,
yeah.
Kids love Sandyford.
That's right.
Imperium arrive and...
When I lived in Sandyford.
Oh, go on.
With Owen, when Owen used to live in Sandyford, or like just off Sandyford, I heard someone out my back window one morning going, "Good morning, Sandyford." Like,
Oh my God.
Yeah, she was buzzing, and I think it was like a summer day as well. Like, it was all,
It's a student on their first day of uni.
People throwing rocks and stuff.
Shut up!
The same one time, me family went to Pontins or something like that, holiday shack thing, where it's got the little estate, I guess, a little thing she can stay in. And me and my brother were woken up in the middle of the night by what sounded like this man having an angry yelling session with somebody, but we could barely hear it. And he's just like, "You shut up, now you shut up, I'm going down, F you, and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah." And there was this dead silence. And the guy went, I don't know, I remember this day, because he's obviously aware that he's woke everybody up. He's had this moment of reflection. He just went, "By the way, if anyone can hear us, I recommend the restaurant of this place is really nice."
Oh. Fair enough.
3 in the morning after yelling at his bar and just goes, "Oh, yeah.
So he knew people could
I
hear it.
recommend the fish and chips," or whatever. He just started to just do this plug and then he walked off
Oh
dramatically.
my god. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It was the most badass and stupidest thing I'd seen at that age. Until I saw Imperium arrive and Gunther cut a promo on Chad Gable. He says he admires Gable's hardworking nature and Olympic background, and he's achieved more in a year than Chad has in his entire career. Alpha Academy interrupts, and Gable can't wait for his title shot, but tonight he's facing Giovanni Vinci. Ludwig Kaiser tries to flirt with Maxime Dupri and gets slapped like last week. And so it just goes, yeah. Gable beats Vinci, so Gunther demands a match with Otis right now. Gunther wins, but gets immediately German suplexed by Gable after pinfall. This was all mint.
Yeah, very
It's
good.
good. I always forget Gunther is actually quite good on the mic. I always
Yes.
forget because, Kaiser does most of the talking, but and the fact that he's putting over Gable while also being like, well, I'm better.
Their match is hopefully going to be
It's next week as well. It's on Raw. I really hope.
Get it on a paper.
I really hope it's just a case of shenanigans happen after
Because it's a tease the idea
This
that he might
feels
be
like-
losing, yeah.
Yeah.
This feels like because they've already done a match which had kind of shenanigans. This
Yeah.
feels like the blow off, and I hope they get a pay-per-view match.
No, I don't think it's been the
The next pay-per-view's Payback, September 2nd.
Is it in a fun location at
But
least? 'Cause
that's 8 days shy of Gunther breaking the record.
They're going to do it on Raw instead.
So
Right.
it's going to have to be on an episode of Raw or something after
Yeah.
if he does lose the title.
Gonna see what Payback is because Triple H recently has been putting the B pay-per-views in fun locations.
Fun location.
Like London,
Fastlane's
Puerto
the
Rico.
following in October, so maybe there. I think you could drop it there.
Payback is in
Bitch.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Oh, PA. Oh, the crowd's going to be mild for that
Your
one.
least
Love
favorite
the
state
Royal
Oh,
of
the
the 50.
happiest place on earth.
Yeah, I thought you were an anti-Philadelphia guy, not just the state of Pennsylvania.
You know what? Exactly,
hate it?
Jack. The state of Pennsylvania.
Don't they go to Mr. Burns' mansion in Pennsylvania in a Simpsons episode? I'm sure I can remember Homer going, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and it's stuck there too. Gunther is on another level here. And I like the fact there's all right, Ludwig, don't ruin this. And Ludwig's on, oh, okay, which is really a rare thing you see. But I guess maybe they looked and goes, oh, we've got everybody else feuding. Bollocks to it. We'll have Ludwig, I don't call him Vig, like we're mates or something. Viggy Vig, actually beat Riddle and look credible. So it's like, all right, Vinci, you could lose this week, and Kaiser can float with Maxine Dupree. It's all working so well. And then Gunther goes, oh, bollocks to this, and then it just power bombs Otis.
Yes.
Incredible.
I'm really enjoying it too.
Loving all this.
Great mid-card action.
It feels more important though, the mid card, because Gunther
But
is in it
come Royal Rumble,
on Tuesday. Yeah.
I hope Gunther breaks the record, but I do hope he loses it before the Rumble because he's got to be a main player in that Rumble match, guys. And I think the best way to get the tension out of that situation is for him not to be the IC champion.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I think Rollins is winning the Rumble. No one else agrees with him.
Nah, talking rubbish.
Nah, it'd be Cody. Cody.
No, the big Gunt has got
Cody.
this.
It'll be Cody that wins the Rumble. Come on,
It'll
back
be
to
Rollins.
back. Cody.
Rollins.
Oh,
If they
fucking
wanted Cody
rubbish.
to be the dude, he would have just won it last year, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he would have.
The story never ends.
You can watch that video where you talk about the storytelling.
The comments on that video are mine.
It's doing really well. Doing really well. Go and
The-
check it out, Jax.
Thank you.
Etsy.
It's had a little boost. That video's had a little boost since the tribal combat match.
Some bad
The
storytelling.
bad booking gave that video a bit of a boost. And the comment section is just a free for all. People accusing
It's a
each
tribal
other.
combat.
Yeah, it's people accusing me and each other of being pro or anti WWE or pro or anti AEW.
You're both in
like,
They're like, and people are like, oh, you obviously stand for this. I'm like, there's watches from every company in this video.
Really?
It's funny. That's just all you have to discuss now. It's
You're only pro NWA.
Yeah,
That's
man.
the only
obviously.
thing you're about.
You keep that really quiet.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big Japan supporter, obviously.
That's right. Who's your favorite Big Japan wrestler?
Yuji Okabayashi.
He is good.
Bob
Or
is sad.
Daisuke Sekimoto. Or Bob Sam.
Sakimoto's still going strong considering he's massive
He
and
is.
battering people.
Who was it who had the class match there? Abe is good, obviously. He's younger than I thought. He's in Voices of Wrestling's 30 under 30. They're doing a 30 under 30 at the minute.
Oh, okay. I like Voice of Wrestling's
Abe's
content.
in there. Dom's an honorable mention. They're
course,
they're
of
not
course.
very far at the time of recording into their countdown. But now I'm looking at it, actually, a lot of good wrestlers though are under 30, like famous ones anyway. Ospreay will be on there surely. Like he's under 30. Anyway.
Go have like the 40 or 40 because that's the
40
proper age of
over.
wrestlers now.
She's
Yeah.
40 over for, yeah.
30, whatever. JD McDonald Google Me tries to interrupt the meeting of the Judgment Day, but Priest is having none of it. Bala wants to show that the group has their killer instinct back by beating Cody tonight.
Ross is going to be like, what are you doing next week?
Yeah, some of these silly gimmicks, Maffew. Meanwhile, we see Matt Riddle offer to be Drew McIntyre's tag partner, and Drew reluctantly agrees.
I hate
In the
this.
same way where he gives money to a beggar.
I absolutely hate Matt Riddle now. He's just so.
Thank you. See, I knew Fraser was smart.
He's just so annoying.
Why don't
And
we be a
it's-
tag team, Drew?
Hey, Drew! It's like, shut up, man!
Also, I know Riddle's a big guy, but Drew's so tall. Riddle's like
Aye.
that, and Riddle's probably like 6'1", 6'2", and he's just
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
up at him.
Riddle's not that tall.
He's taller than me, and I'm
Oh, okay,
5'10", so he's probably 6 foot or so.
It's just Drew's like a fridge.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah, yeah.
A knackered fridge.
And I just don't want to see him tag with.
But it's the way that the bit that's so annoying isn't Riddle's character wanting to be friends with Drew. It's Drew's character going, go on then. Drew wouldn't
son.
do that. That's
He's
not
an
my Drew.
enabler.
Yeah, that's not my
He's
Drew
like, I will
McIntyre.
tag team with you for once. Like, cool, shut up.
Yeah, but you know it's going to become. Actually, this could be the start of. Drew could turn heel off this. He could.
You know what they should have done?
Something.
Had Riddle team with Sonya Deville.
Why?
Chelsea. Just team with Chelsea.
Chelsea Green is what I meant to say.
Chelsea
I messed it up.
Green.
Why?
Actually, that'd be funny if we started with
Just
Sonny's
in
not on
hospital.
TV. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, go bother her. But yeah, it's like, oh, I'm the NXT Women's title. Yeah, because you know, I just seen funny in my head. Now it's got a why and reasoning behind it. I've dropped the bollock completely and going to move on. Drew and Riddle beat the Viking Raiders. Later backstage, they're challenged to a match next week by the New Day, who are dressed for a rumble at a certain port. Or was it a dock? Who cares? They had the chairs.
They're probably going to beat the New Day then.
Yeah.
I thought New Day were like, the New Day were justified by wait. Because Riddle's like, we won one tag match. Next up, the tag titles. New Day go, excuse me? Wait. You just formed. And now you think you can win the tag team titles.
To be fair-
New Day would be justified smashing their heads in.
For Riddle's experience in the tag division, that pretty much is how he did it with Randy Orton. They had like 1 or 2 matches and then went, right, tag titles. Here we go.
Yeah, I guess so.
So his only experience is, I just get a partner and then I get a tag title shot. But he's
That's a
really
good point.
annoying.
But yeah,
And
that's it. I was going to say, what you just said is right, but he is annoying.
I find him really, like, the bit in the ring where he kicks the flip-flops off and...
What is it now? Is it like gophers or
It
something?
looked
changes
like
every
honey
week.
badgers, and then even the fact that he's gone to trunks, it's like, I think you mentioned it before, Dragon Lee with his 2 tight trunks.
Fraser wants Riddle to go back to the slightly longer shorts.
Longer shorts.
Yeah.
He looks too naked.
There's quite a lot of skin.
He's got an arse tattoo, and you can,
and you can see it.
I went to Bethany because she's not that up on the modern wrestlers. I was like, so she was asking what I was like, this is what's on the card for.
Tell her
Like,
not to Google him.
I was like, this is what's going on at the minute. Like Riddle's doing this. Do you remember Riddle? And she went, yes, I do remember Riddle. And she said with disgust, he's the one who gets his feet out. And I was like, yes, he is.
Yeah, he's quite uncomfortable.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Riddle dubs his team the Glass Bros. Wade Barrett's not impressed. Their debut commentating on Raw this week, and I thought they did a very good job. So he tried Edinburgh's. He's not from Edinburgh. He's from Ayr.
I was very glad that Wade pointed that out.
Wait, completely like, no, I'm not putting up with this.
Rubbish.
For some reason, so many Scottish wrestlers are from Ayr.
Yeah.
Training school there or something?
There'll be one near it, yeah.
Dawes from Ayr.
Yeah, he's from Ayr. Drew's from Ayr.
Is the top end of Stevenson near Ayr?
No.
Oh, fair enough.
That's the top end of Stevenson, which is, I think,
Yeah.
north of Glasgow.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it does
thought it was.
tap end.
Yeah, I thought this idea was all the way
Is
up
it
north.
like
so
is it like being from like Jarrow? Is it like being from a town outside of the city?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far.
I was gonna say it's not that rough.
It's not
that much of that rough.
Whoa. Called sand dancers.
Oh, that's how shit. Yeah.
No, Ayr's. I've never actually been to Ayr,
Okay.
but yeah, it's about half
If
an
you're
hour
from
outside
Ayr,
Glasgow. Let us know.
Are they just wrestlers walking the streets?
Aye.
Does Drew just hang about?
Is it like the school in Mucha Lucha? Have a buena time.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bueno. Drew's obviously trained in Ayr and from Ayr, but his accent's from Holyrood.
Yeah.
Scottish jokes.
There we go.
Raquel Rodriguez still isn't cleared to compete. Apparently, she's gone from medical room to medical room, I guess, from arena to arena across the country,
Yeah.
bless her. But wants Indy Hartwell to show the world what she could do against Rhea Ripley. She loses to Rhea Ripley, but Indy teams up with Candice LeRae to take her out after the bell. Well, brave Indy Hartwell, eh?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh,
She had a nice video package stuff hyping her up, and then she just lost.
yeah, she did. Rhea and Candice is a unique match, I guess. It's been a while since. Oh, she had a kid and everything. She's probably quite busy, but it's been a while since Candice has had like a proper feud and stuff, I suppose.
What's the last thing
Gargano's
she
been
did?
out.
What's the last thing she did?
Don't know. The only thing we seem to talk about on the podcast about her is you and Ross don't like her nickname, the Poison Pixie.
Yeah.
It's yours and not like
It's
it.
no, it's all right, but like you only get the context if you watch all of NXT, right?
No, I just think she used to be all sweet and nice. Then she turned heel. So
She's
she's
not
not
been that-
Poison Pixie.
But she's not been that on the main roster.
She just kept the nickname.
So, like, yeah,
Edge is
yeah,
still,
right.
Edge is still the rated R superstar on the
But
Ultimate
that was on the main
Opportunist.
roster. Not everyone watches NXT. I mean, and you could, yeah, I guess you could look it up, but
Here comes the proud babyface, the murderous assassin. Nakamura's interviewed, speaking of which, Nakamura's interviewed in the ring and asked why he blindsided Seth Rollins. Nakamura says he wants a title shot.
Fair enough, yeah.
Cheers. Seth arrives and claims that all Nakamura had to do was ask because he's a fighting champ. He accepts the challenge. Nakamura whispers something in Seth's ear, which confuses him, allowing Nakamura to take him out with a surprise Kinshasa.
He just whispered something in Japanese, and that's why Seth couldn't. He was like, "What was he saying?
What did he say?
Bob. And Seth's like, did he mean butt kicked?
Yeah, what could he have said that caused Seth to freeze and drop the facade?
They've done this a few
that could be
times.
the big
Roman Reigns
question.
and Edge.
What did he say?
Well, we'll get engagement in the comments.
Undertaker and Bray Wyatt. Like, what
Should we do that? I might ask Adam if that's a good. No,
It's rubbish though.
I'm thinking of the SEO. You know,
Rubbish, Jack. You jacked it.
Hey.
I'm thinking of the
Jacked
pride,
it,
the pride
yeah.
in your eyes. There, he's like, I done it. No, it would get the comments going.
It
wouldn't
would, yeah. There would be some good engagement.
Get the people going.
We'll speak to Adam.
In the intro, in the break.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
He could have said some hilarious things, which the comment section could provide.
Wrong answers only.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Oh.
But it was great.
This is what we're doing now.
Great segment. You know,
What's it in?
Nakamura looked like an absolute star.
I feel like
Yeah, crowd were accepting a bit like
because
that,
we-
yeah.
I feel like because we all obviously work in wrestling, the general enthusiasm of wrestling that we each individually have for wrestling fluctuates in the office. And right now, a lot of people are down on wrestling currently. And
Really?
and just with fun questions like that, I'm trying to pick everyone's spirits
But get
back up.
everyone
Oh,
excited.
mate, don't talk to Owen about wrestling recently. He hates it.
Oh.
Because
loves
just when
it.
I go in cycles with it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, which is a luxury, obviously. It's, I'm working in something I enjoy. But
Yeah.
We all love
That's the thing you got to
wrestling.
remember at the end of the day.
Of course.
And again, it's
Yeah.
a lot of it's really, really
I'm
good. at the minute.
not high on it at the minute because I am high on it at the minute because All In's coming up.
Good on
Yep.
him,
Yeah,
Dave.
exactly.
And a backstage interview, The Miz is still angry about LA Knight. He accuses Saxton of being on the LA Knight bandwagon just because he beat Top Dollar and thinks he's a star now. Okay,
Top
that was
Dollar's
funny.
catching straight every week from multiple people.
Miz says that to prove he's better than Knight, he's going to beat someone special next week. Someone better than LA Knight has ever beaten in his entire career.
So is this going to be when the heel beats a jobber to prove that they... Is it going to be like
It's going to be LA
Tozawa?
Day,
Tozawa's the one that
non-union
really
equivalent. I say, there's a strike on, so I can't wrestle.
They'll use, like, it'll be some jobber that they've called, like, LA Knight.
Bob Sapp or someone.
They do it.
Imagine if it's Bob Sapp.
Stop it.
Who could it be? I guess it could be Sephiroth. Sorry. Oh no!
It could be anybody. That's a big question.
I
Who's that?
I hope it's not bloody.
Who's Miz wrestling
I hope
next
it's
week?
not- I hope it's not bloody Bleach, lads. Am I right?
Bleach, lads.
Mr. Bleach.
Mr. Bleach
not the guy
from
from
Bleach.
Bleach.
Still bang.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no Bleach from Bleach.
I hope it's not Piccolo.
Peggy Lynch and Trish Stratus' match goes to double count out as they brawl on the outside. They continue to fight all the way up the concourse where Zoe Stark helps Trish take Becky down. The bad guys stand tall. Hey, yo. This match, considering the hype, considering it was like, okay, they didn't do this at SummerSlam because they're going to save it up for this big old match in big old Canada and the crowd's going to be going nuts. God, the crowd were mild.
Yeah.
God, the match was just bang average. I like both wrestlers, obviously, but it was just with the no heat. It all been based around this furious feud they've got going. It was like, this is a dud. But I like the brawl that they did in the concourse. Thank you. Always forget that name. Let's call it the backstage bit with the
Like
fans.
the crowd, the food bit.
Yeah, right, the food bit.
Food and merch.
Yeah,
and
that
drinks.
bit made up for it. Obviously set up the cage match that Trish is hoping to have.
It did seem like the lack of heat threw them off a little bit. Like there was a few bits, like obviously the Stratisfaction, where it was like
No,
or
it's the Stratosphere, yeah.
where it was like, okay, you obviously had to redo the spot, but it did seem like they felt that the crowd should have been more into it and should have given them a bit more to work with because it just felt really long and like I don't know, they both have chemistry together. We've seen that before, but something was off. Hopefully their next match, whenever it is, will have a bit more heat.
Yeah, I mean, especially if this is just a setup to the
Yeah.
blow off. Why go all out? I guess. So.
Americans do concourses way better than we. Like if you
Canadians.
when you go to the Canadians, North Americans,
Yeah.
Dominic Mysterio's people.
Yeah,
that's right.
Whenever you go to the football, it's like burgers, pints,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a bookies in the olden days, I guess. Old turnstiles. There you go. That's toilet. Whereas
Yeah.
when I went to and I know it's West Ham Stadium, which is very modern and stuff, and the American setup for the baseball was like, this is Cubs Village, this is the Cardinals Village, this is the mixed village. And like you go around and there's so much stuff. And I was like, this is because people turn up like 3 hours before the game and like
It's a
just
vibe.
drink and stuff. Yeah. And a bloke came up to me and went, he was off his face and he went, "Are you from the wrestling podcast?" It was meant, shout out to him if he's listening.
Hey.
He was wearing a Mets.
Mets fan forever.
Meet the Mets.
He didn't know my name. He just went, "The wrestling podcast." I was like, "Oh, yeah." Didn't say Cultaholic. Didn't know any of that.
The wrestling podcast.
And I was like, "Fair play." Well, it was a good sign. The podcast's branching out.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Mets fan.
You're from the Rhea Ripley Wrestling Podcast. That's nice to get recognised.
Yeah, it's dwindling.
Oh, but stop it.
Oh, next week's.
Next week.
Oh my God. If you see
it's
him,
dwindling because I'm not recognised outside of...
Come and say hello.
Can you guys
Weatherspoons.
crowd surf me around Wembley Stadium, please?
Oh, that'd be
Yes.
amazing, wouldn't it? Imagine doing what happened at on a bit on top
on a
of
litter.
During All In.
Like Caligula.
Yeah. Sitting in your
Oh, I was thinking also, I nearly
Caligula.
said hedonism bot from Futurama with the grave.
That's how we should do it. So if you see him, meet him outside.
Smuggle grapes in Wembley Stadium and then, Backstage, Gunther gives the Wrestling Imperium an absolute bollocking. Elsewhere, Pierce books a rematch between Becky and Trish, this time in steel cage. Oh, we just guessed that bit. The JD tried to help Finn Balor in his main event match against Cody Rhodes, but Priest accidentally allows Cody to get the briefcase and use it on Finn. Cody wins, but gets beaten down by the JD afterwards. Sami Zayn tries to save the day, but JD don't bing me.
When you
cuts him
said
off.
the JD,
JD,
you meant the
Judgment
Judgment Day. Then JD comes out to cut off Sami Zayn.
It is quite confusing.
Yeah. I wouldn't have shortened Judgment Day to JD. I think that's Matthew's artistic license coming through there.
But JD...
But JD, don't Google me.
Thank you. Cuts him off. Priest puts Sami through the announce table to end the show. The segment where it goes, I want to use this. Come on, referee. And then ref takes a chair and goes, all right, Priest, give me the briefcase. Okay.
Unhand me, Priest.
Yeah. And puts that, goes through his legs, and Cody gets it. That could have been from a Laurel and Hardy.
good.
It could have been Buster Keaton himself.
Yeah.
It makes them look stupid.
But it was great.
it was.
I saw someone tweet it being like, this is the best silent film that's released in the past. Or,
Someone uploaded it with like vaudevillian music.
it was so good. It was a nice way to finish it. It's nice though, that although the tension between the Judgment Day and the Bloodline are both happening simultaneously, this is slightly different tension. Like, it's just sloppy mistakes, whereas the Bloodline obviously a bit more personal. I'm kind of glad that it looks like they're going to stick together right. JD's just going to join them, and it's trying to get over that little hump.
So you're trying to say that they're sticking together for the kids?
Yeah.
So here's your... Yes.
Here's your briefcase. Hope you catch it this time.
That's a sad Blink song.
That's not right.
They've got a lot of sad songs. Like Violence, You Kill Me. I'm a big fan.
Like,
It's Christmas Eve and I roll. So, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, I've just looked ahead and seen the title that
Unless you're
Jack's
NXT,
given NXT.
come the ships.
It's the feud we've all been waiting for. At first, I'd put Burn the Cum, and I was like, that's weird. I don't know. A bit too... It sounded almost violent. I was like, I don't like
Burn
that.
the cum.
Yeah, Cum the Ships instead. Oh, Burn the
Are you
Cum.
from
word.
the
Burn the cum.
podcast?
Burn the cum, yeah.
No.
Hi guys, welcome to the Burn the Cum Wrestling
What's a podcast? No. Tony D and Stacks
Go to the doctor.
defend their tag titles against the Diad. Ivy Nile comes out and single-handedly distracts the entire schism.
That was stupid, man.
Yeah.
She stands there and goes, come on then. And all 20 of them walk around going,
Including all their masked minions. This allows 2 further masked minions to come out the crowd, and hey, they're not masked minions.
Oh, well, we don't know.
Who
We
could it
don't
be?
know.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, we
one
don't
of them
know,
does
right?
that rolling Death Valley driver that only Julius Creed does, but
It couldn't
you
have
know,
been them.
It could have been Shingo Takagi.
That's right.
Yep.
It cost Diad the match, allowing Tony D and Stacks to retain. This match was exactly what it needed to be.
Yes.
It's not about the post-amble rather than the preamble. I did like Stacks taking a nice bump on the table, which
Stacks
he
is
didn't need to
great
do.
for that sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I just hate the Dyad and the Schism's music. It doesn't fit them at all.
It's almost Wyatt family-esque. Do you not think?
But it doesn't suit them, does it?
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
It's like Saturday morning cartoon.
I guess so.
Avengers Assemble.
Well, there was more.
Or Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
There was more of the schism later on, so don't worry about that.
Great.
Jack and Fraser on holiday camp. They've joined a cult. Love is mine.
Cultaholic.
Aye, there we go.
Uh-oh. Eddie Thorpe performs some woodland rituals. Oh, there's no one normal in this bloody show. To enhance his fighting spirit ahead of a confrontation with Dijak.
Well, last week we learned that his for Sona as a wolf, like all the lads. And then we learned that Richards is also a wolf.
Have we done Joel? Do we know Joel? Joel, do we know you?
Joel's a wolf.
You're a wolf.
No, because
That's
he was
the
that one. He was that one crappy thing. Elwin did the proper one with better ones, and he was a gator.
But we're all wolves
Yeah, but
here.
we made Owen do the
I
crap
think that was the
one.
only answer on that part.
What are you?
He's a wolf.
Well, call it out.
We're all
You're a
wolves.
wolf.
We're all
Yeah.
wolves.
It was a crap quiz.
I
You
take
can't pick
that
the
result
first
very
result every
seriously.
time, man. I'm just saying.
Wolf.
Tom's a baggy.
What?
West Brom, he's not from Wolves.
Ah.
He's actually from Worcester,
Oh.
but his family support West Bromwich Albion. They're Wolves as rivals.
Oh, that's
But wait,
drama.
what for Sona is he? Did he do it?
Tom, no, I was just making up a joke.
Well, he
I'm
would
gonna
be
make him
a-
do it.
West Brom are the baggies.
He's
That's
gonna
their
be
nickname.
a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Ah.
Not a hedgehog.
Yeah,
he's
he'll
gonna be a
be
Sonic the Hedgehog.
whatever Knuckles is. Echidna.
Echidna.
Echidna. I don't know what that is.
Kinder surprise. Backstage, Kamala Hayes is signing autographs. You know, this very natural setting.
For 2
it's
hours?
definitely
Yeah.
a real
He's there the whole show.
signing. A real signing
there
where
was
you
like
only see
4
security and the
There's
wall.
like 4 8x10s there, and he's just
Takes forever.
Takes so long.
Writes a whole book on them.
Yeah.
When we do sign like posters and stuff here, I don't know how Pacitti and Andrew do it because it takes long enough just to go through all of them just with a squiggle. Pacitti writes "You love it" under each one.
Yeah.
And Andrew draws a cat for each one,
What?
like a cat's face. It's not like a photorealistic like.
Garfield every time.
Hey, man, he's a good artist.
He is a good artist, Andrew.
Yeah. What do you
Oh,
sign?
he's so good at stuff.
What do you sign like?
I write JG King. Well,
JGK,
that's my
that's your
initial.
names.
Yeah.
You don't do like a worked with Jack the Jobber.
No.
Oh, what do you sign?
When we did
Maffew or
those
Maffew?
those giant posters, I did my normal signature, and they went, "That's just a squiggly line." I went, well, it's a signature. So then for some of them, I did Maffew in capital letters.
Yeah,
Maffew.
okay, Maffew.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I don't sign anything Maffew. Like, yes,
Big Daddy Botch.
from Maffew Bank Loan. What about you, Fraser?
It's just a squiggle in it. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think I've signed anything.
I think the Japanese have got it right. They use stamps so much quicker.
Yeah.
Douche, 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 douche.
They made the noise of the like, douche, 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 douche.
Bob.
Bob Stamp.
But he has to do it in 10 seconds or he leaves. Wesley arrives and tells him to hurry up because once Wes becomes number one contender tonight, the only thing Carmelo will need to sign is a contract for Heatwave 98.
Yeah,
Late-
he was doing this last week.
Leader
right?
Dijak comes along and issues a similar challenge to Carmelo. He's not picky, is he?
Well, they had a number 1 contenders match tonight.
It did.
In this very ring.
They did. Andre Chase has organised a match for Thea Hale to get her anger out tonight.
That's a good idea, Mr.
It's
Chuck.
so good.
Yeah. Thea's annoyed at Andre for always thinking he knows best, and Delightful Hudson takes her side. She mockingly tells Chase not to throw in the towel this time and storms off with Delightful in pursuit.
He's so good.
What,
He's-
Duke? Yeah, man. He's the best.
Mr. Chase,
so good.
why would you do that?
Oh, he's
impression.
fantastic.
I rated Andre on Twitch. I didn't swat him. That's
Yeah.
illegal. And told him off.
Jesus.
And told him off.
Why did you throw the towel?
Told him off for throwing the towel.
Oh, did you?
He said, "Come on." He's been getting it all stream and it's all on his gram. All he's been getting is this. And he says, "Come on, Maffew. You know me. You know I'm innocent." I said, "I told him Nixon wasn't found guilty. I'm still unsure about Andre."
He was on Twitch playing as himself on W2K23 the other
Nice.
day. It was great. Yeah.
He's
Andre
a nice
Chase
guy.
Is one of the few members of the current NXT roster to have a pinfall victory over Carmelo Hayes. That
Yeah.
random week when he just beat him,
Wow.
Yeah.
he rolled him up, but like clean
Carmelo should have tried harder.
Chase U is one of the most entertaining things
in wrestling.
in wrestling today.
I
And they
agree.
should be on the main roster as a little group. And
Yeah,
they should take down the Judgment
I
Day in the
worry
bloodline.
that they'd clash with Alpha Academy. Similar
That's it.
vibes.
Merge them.
Yeah.
Merge them.
Blair Davenport beats Dana Brooke. Dayla fails to demonstrate her killer instinct to Kalani Jordan, who stops her from using the bell mid-match. Is that what happened?
So last week, right, Dana's like, Kalani, you've just lost your crap.
Yeah.
I've got 1 win, so I'm going to show you what real killer instinct is when I
Right.
beat Blair Davenport next week. And she lost.
Lost.
Yeah, what was his last minute? So Dana went for the bell, then had it taken away by the ref, I thought.
Well, I thought Kalani was like, no, don't do it on the outside.
Oh, so, right.
Maybe both things
No, then
happened.
that happened. Then had it taken away, then failed a roll-up, which he just like tried to roll up, didn't finish it, so Blair had to come out. Then Blair gave her 2 knees, and she lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I said she can't do the I've been here for years and still suck routine because we already have the tally on the main roster.
The thing is, I don't think Dana does suck. In terms
she
of-
lost.
In kayfabe, she does.
Yeah.
But I like Dana. I think she's a valuable part of wrestling shows.
Someone's got to make the drinks.
Yeah, there's no
There wasn't a
sarcasm.
punch- Like she's up for it. She's game.
Yeah.
She's like
She's
Liv
up for
Morgan,
it.
but like doesn't win. Like she's game for anything.
She's filling the role of
like,
a lower mid card.
Dana's done stuff like with jumping off ladders and that. Yeah,
She
fair
has,
play to
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Fair play to her.
So you want to see her get a big push?
I think I enjoy her in her current role. I also like her voice. She's got a good wrestling voice.
What's she sound like?
I think she's got like quite a New Yorkie.
Do an impression.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, I'm walking here.
I'm gonna find out where she's from now.
I'm walking
I'm
here.
Dana in. Dana in. Oh, can't say that, can you? Dana in.
She's from Denmark.
I'm Brooklyn here.
She's from
Dana Brooklyn here.
Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio.
By
I'm
way
Dana
of-
Brooklyn. I sound like I'm from Brooklyn.
She started working as a diver and gymnastics.
Hey, I'm diving here.
Then transitioned into bodybuilding and fitness competition.
Nice.
Hey.
When's your
Damn it.
birthday?
When's her birthday?
What are you getting now?
It's November 29th.
Oh,
Okay.
still plenty of time.
She's going to be 35.
Wow.
Right.
Charlie Dempsey and Damien Kemp try to help Drew Gulak beat Trick Willie, but they're intercepted by JB and BJ.
Yeah.
Trick wins and taunts Ilya Dragunov after the bell.
He going to drag that ass. He's not like.
No. But Trick's, I quite like Trick. This
Yes.
is a sort of first real exposure to him as a singles guy.
Was it you or was it Tom? I think it might have been Tom saying that eventually down the line, Trick versus Mello, Trick wins.
I was thinking that. I think it was Tom that's been saying it, but I do agree with him. I think it makes most sense
In
from a
the
storyline
future. Yeah,
perspective. You know, if they keep Mello on the roster in NXT long enough that Trick
Who better to
naturally builds
send
up.
Mello up to the main roster than his good buddy?
Yeah. And end it as mates. Rather than you don't want tension.
Yeah, it doesn't have to always be, haha, I've turned to the dark side, Anakin.
Yeah.
It can just be, just this. Liked Drew Gulak doing is very simple. Leapfrog. Sunset flip.
Yes.
Counter.
That's good.
Could gift it. And yay, Trick Willie.
Yes.
Up the Willie.
Up to Willie.
Oh, no.
Then Baron Corbin, actually before he goes in the ring on the mic, he's backstage and he goes, hey, you want to know what I have to say? To the interviewer. And the interviewer goes, yeah. And he just walks off.
It was great though.
I laughed.
You care about what I've got to say? Yeah. Cool. See you in the ring.
Someone
And then we got a promo package saying Dabba-Kato is coming back.
Oh, yes.
I put why.
Sooner than we thought. It was actually later on.
Yeah.
So someone in our Twitch chat, might have known, I think it might have been Jazzy Bongo, said
He's going to debut on NXT next week.
before every kickoff of every match, put in the chat, burn the ships. Sorry, everyone. It sounded like maybe I saw.
You did a naughty.
did.
I didn't mean to.
I can't believe you said it.
Unintentional naughty.
Yeah, right. So Baron Corbin gets on the mic, but it's interrupted by Von Wagner and Robert Stone. Stone. Why does it say Stone twice?
Does it? Oh, sorry.
Von Wagner, Robert Stone.
Anderson.
Stone. Stone cuts a promo on Corbin, who asks if Von can speak for himself. Stone hands in the microphone and Corbin says, that was a bad idea. But actually, no. Takes it away from him. Wagner says, screw you and your 10 gimmicks, 8 of which I can't remember because they suck.
Whoa.
And he goes, you talk too much. Hey. And that's my thing. And next week, Corbin's going to get tabled.
You talk too much.
Corbin tries to... That's that voice of his. Corbin tries to attack, but Von clotheslines him out the ring.
Yeah.
This was the best segment from Cum and Baron Corbin in forever.
I'm on the cum train. No.
Yay! Choo choo.
What do we call, what are his fans? I'm a...
Cummers.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a cum. I can't say that.
Come nation.
I'm a cummerbund. There we go. I'm one of the cum army.
Come on. Yeah, no, there's no good way out of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking nothing's coming up.
No.
Nope.
I'm a towel.
Right. Yeah, I'm one of the... I'm told. Okay.
I mean, it was good, but I still can't get behind Von Wagner as a face. I prefer
What?
Baron Corbin.
Whoa. Whoa now.
Because even Baron Corbin was cutting quite a face promo. Apart
No,
from
he
the
wasn't.
one line where he was like, "I don't care about NXT."
That's not a face promo.
Everything else was like, he was like, "I'm getting back to where I used to be. I'm going to be the top guy." It felt like the fans were behind him, and then
When you look at Baron Corbin and you look at Samoa Joe and you see that it's not true.
yeah,
Von Wagner's the ultimate babyface here.
yeah, the company
Yeah.
dog.
He is the cum dog.
Yeah,
The cum to dog.
Just look at the
That's
mess
the one.
you made. Oh, no.
Come the dog. It's good. I remember this type of Baron Corbin promo was what we used to see on Talking Smack back in the day. Where it's like, are you not worried about The Undertaker? Baron Corbin's like, well, whatever. The world needs ditch diggers. Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio call out Dragon Lee and Lyra Valkyria, setting up a mixed tag team match next week on Heatwave 98. Later, we see Lee and Lyra. Oh, this promo. Later, we see Lee and Lyra trying to learn more about each other, but they speak different languages. How they get this.
But also,
this came all crashing down after that wonderful Baron Corbin Von Whiting promo. This promo was
interestingly,
just...
So Dragon Lee speaks Spanish.
Yep.
Lyra speaks Old Irish because she's from the forest. But
She speaks owl.
How can they get along? But crucially, which is something that NXT didn't quite get around here, they also both speak English, so it was fine.
Yeah.
But then for some reason they decided to talk in their languages that the other one can't understand, and then we're like, oh, we don't understand each other.
How will we ever get along? It was
We
awful.
have to be.
You've got to
We have to
suspend.
be close, like the other team. Whoa, Senorita, I am taken. Come on now. There's a hilarious misunderstanding.
Suspend your disbelief, Jack.
Yeah.
They can't speak English.
They can. They were both
No,
speaking English.
No, I've not seen that.
I understood what happened because they were speaking English.
No. Didn't happen. Wasn't on the show.
Are they going to win?
Yeah. No, it's
Ooh,
not.
not against Rhea and Dom.
No, the most dominating tag team.
I love NXT, the weirdness of it, because we can go from something like that hits hard and actually gives you intelligence. Go from,
What, come Tuesday?
we go from Come Tuesday. We go from the thick of it straight to Tots TV with this segment here. Anyway, after that, we get a Mustafa.
They understood Tilly, to be fair. Tom
did.
and Tiny.
Teeny Tot and Tiny.
We're the Tots from Tots TV. 1, 2,
duh.
3. Woo.
Yeah. It was so weird because
What's that?
Tots TV.
this is definitely before your time. Well, I hope so.
I'm a Tot. Je suis and Tot.
suis
Tilly,
and
Tom
Tot
and Tiny.
This is like a Fraggle Rock all over again.
Lovely
I got-
donkey.
I got.
What?
So
the
the
reason
was
why-
like, you
go
know,
on.
Rosie and Jim, the puppets. It's like
Yeah.
a kid show with 3 puppets called Tilly, Tom, and Tiny. Tilly was a French girl.
A puppet like that.
Tom was like the clever one. He
right.
wore
Had no
glasses.
effect on me
Yeah,
at
there's
all.
like a red one, a blue one, and a green one. Tom
Okay.
was the clever one.
Right.
'Cause he wore glasses. And
Tom was
Tiny
the
was
pervert.
Tiny was just a little arsehole, I think.
Yeah.
And Tom and Tiny were both quite brummy, I think. They were like, oh, Tilly. No, Tilly.
Well, no, Babs. You know the Brummicks you used to yell at each other quite a lot. One bit per episode, they started going, "No, you clean it up. No, I'll go." You.
Tots
But
TV.
the reason why I was thinking about
TV.
this recently, Toss TV, was because apparently
They live inside their magic house.
it's the magic house.
Sac Magique, the magic bag.
Did you know
Right.
this, Jack? That
I
house.
recognise that, yeah, but that's creepy. That is creepy.
It's a puppet. The house.
Everything's better with puppets.
the house was specially built. Apparently, it's what I got told this week.
Oh, the cottage.
Yeah, to make it look like it's a house that little puppets can live in. So it was built to scale, and it's out in the middle of nowhere.
That is mad.
So apparently, it's a popular place for what they're called urban explorers.
Urban Explorer
Yeah.
discovers
Yeah.
eerie remains. Oh, it did
Isn't
get,
it?
it
It's
did
only
get
the-
spooky.
Oh,
Yeah, but if you're not
Don't
expecting,
buy the sun, sorry,
yeah,
it's
but if
the
you're not
sun, I think.
expecting to see a tiny house in the middle of a
That is
forest,
creepy.
you're like, oh my god, all right, elves are real or something.
That's like something from that Carlsberg advert that I hate. Can I use your bathroom? Oh,
yeah. Yeah, it's creepy.
enough of that. The Danes don't want it to leave.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I'll have nominated for the Hall of Fame before,
And
definitely.
they're in a pit, like, it's, yeah.
I used to turn it off when I was a kid. I was traumatized.
My brother used to be terrified of the. Oh, I forget which beer it was that was advertising, but it was "Beware the Jabberwocky, my son, when the moon is fat," and it was all made look like a silent film and stuff. And it was just this guy running around. It was all very weird. And at the end, he'd be like, "Drink beer." But the build of that, my brother was like, "Ugh," and I'd be like, "You know, do you think this is scary? It's just a guy running around."
It's the guy in a mask.
Yeah.
Remember Belly's gonna get you? Belly's gonna get you.
Belly,
It's a man running down the street, like over building. He's like running away from this massive
Actual belly.
Yeah, it looked amazing actually.
It's like the Absorbable off in Doctor Who. There's a reference
Yes,
I get.
it did. Well done, you.
There we go. Yeah, Peter Kay in a big fat suit.
I've seen the
green.
PK in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I got told that was really, really bad.
Oh,
and I
it's
watched
terrible.
it and I thought, that's not, because maybe it's just because you get told it's going to be really bad, so you lower your expectations. I thought people were
No.
going on too
It was
hard on it.
designed by a kid on Blue Peter, and that kid should be
Yep.
ashamed. It was terrible. It ruined Doctor Who. And then he
Fraser's
has...
a Whovian.
Oh, no.
Is that
He
what
ends
it's
up as a
Whovians?
pavement slab.
And, oh,
Is it-
And then they
oh,
insinuate
that
things.
thing. Oh, that's the ending. And then he insinuates,
Ian,
well,
we've
you
still
know
got an
that,
active love life. Or it's a pavement.
Shocking that.
PK Tots.
Kids watch that.
Oh my
Tots
god.
TV.
Peter K. Doctor Who.
Peter K.
Tots
Doctor
TV
Who.
never did anything like that.
Absorbaloff.
Peter K. Doctor Who.
Yep.
Oh my word.
Right.
Jesus.
Je suis pavement slab. We see a Mustafa Ali vignette where he gives a political speech laying out his case to get a North American title shot. In Ali, you can trust. So, his gimmick is he's a diddler, but the crowd is still going to cheer this gimmick. Because, not that typical, come on. So what's Ali? All right. Ali keeps on getting cheered no matter what he does.
Yep.
He cheated to win last week. Crowd, yay! He's an evil politician. The crowd are definitely still going to cheer for him, suit or no suit.
I think it's sowing the seeds of a heel turn.
Yeah.
But we're not.
What's
meant
more
to
heel
get-
than a politician?
Well, yeah.
Open your eyes, Jack.
Aye,
This
but
is
politicians
America,
sometimes
though,
have
isn't it?
very cult followings.
In America, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a character he's been wanting to do for years. I remember 2-3 years ago, he was like, "Oh, here's a thing that I filmed that was going to be a
That's right.
politician character," and it was like it never
And
saw the
everyone
light of
went,
day.
"Oh,
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see this little bits of it in there. I'm excited to see what
But
they
the
do.
music made me think,
Oh,
it's all sinister. I'm like,
Yeah, it was,
what's he
yeah.
planning?
Yeah.
Well, they've also been kind of lampshading for weeks now that don't trust Ali.
kids
Like,
love
he's-
evil politicians.
Like he's lying to Wesley and that, but he
Yeah.
was he, but he was. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. Wesley beats Dijak to become the new #1 contender after Dijak is distracted by the presence of Eddie Thorpe on
That's
the
right,
outside.
guys. We're on the
which-
Wes side now. Come on.
Wow, this was a little banger, wasn't it? Wesley able to pick up Dijak via his die leg and powerbomb him like that was impressive. Then Wes couldn't do a move because his shoulder hurt, but then Dijak also couldn't do a move because his knee hurt.
Yeah.
That was a bit silly because it happened immediately after one another. So then it turned into bad busting Eaton.
They had a good match, a good opening match on a special, on a PLE.
Yeah,
They
what
did,
was
didn't
it?
they?
Yeah.
I'd
but
forgotten about
it
that.
ended sadly with like lots of interference and stuff from Tony D, I think.
Oh,
when
he broke his finger, right?
Yeah,
That's
but the
right.
match up until that point was really, really good. Yeah. Is because he lost, is he Dijak the Jobber?
Oh,
That was good.
Thank you.
That was good. Well done.
Thanks, guys. Climb on board. We're going to the comedy zone now.
All aboard the cum train.
Come on board. Hey.
Oh.
We see an NXT Anonymous video taking that live event. It shows Gallus arguing with Tyler Bate with such a match between Tyler Bate and Joe Coffey tonight. Do you have that image I sent you, Joe?
I still can't take Gallus that seriously. Just
You're
It's hard to
from
take them.
their
I
land.
know, and it's just
You've probably encountered so many people like them.
I have, yeah. That's probably why I don't.
I got sent this by,
Off of-
let's say, Jay Laffey said he was out by the river.
Is this how Tyler Bates sees the world?
Yeah.
That's a photo.
Okay.
So yeah, Tyler Bate and Joe Coffey tonight are scheduled for a one-off match. They didn't have like a big match up till now. Thought that was surprising. Thought maybe they'd bumped hands and or whatever. No one cares. Tyler says he won't be corrupted by Joe's anger, and maybe he could send him on a trip to find some balance in his life.
I think that was a threat.
Like
I think it was
wind in
meant
the
to be like-
willows.
I think it was going to be like a.
Terrifying.
Maybe I'll knock him out. You know, Tots TV.
Maybe I'll forget I said all this
Tom
and go back to
Tilly,
bed.
Tom, and Tyler.
Teeny Tom and Tyler.
Tilly and Tom are like 7 and Pete Dunne. And he Butch, he's French.
Lovely donkey. We see an Ilya Dragunov vignette aimed at Trick Willie ahead of the match next week.
Tyler, where's my Progress Tag Team title? I can't find it anywhere.
Where's the last place you left it?
Have you got it, donkey? British Strong Style doing Tots TV is the best thing I've ever.
Get in the Hall of Fame.
title? None. Afterwards, Coffey and Bates' match goes to no contest when Dabba Effin Kato runs out and attacks Tyler.
It beats up both of them, bro. Well, he
He-
tries to beat up.
He tries Teeny, Dabba, and Tiny. He tries to get Joe as well, but the other Gallus members pull him off
Out.
to safety.
I definitely didn't say pull him off. I didn't do
I'm
that.
just bored of this bit. So sorry. Any thoughts?
No, Dabba's back. Come on.
Top dollars few. I'm no longer bottom. He's rubbish. Have you seen Dabba Kato wrestle?
I have, yeah. It wasn't the best. But,
There
Good in
you
Raw,
go.
good in Raw Underground.
yeah.
Shane
Dominated.
McMahon told me it was sick. This is sick. This is sick.
And he made his debut at WrestleMania. Well,
And the Nigerian drum
Commander
match.
Aziz, yeah.
Yes.
so he's good enough for a debut at WrestleMania. He's good enough for NXT.
Yeah. He's the modern day Fandango.
And I think,
better than
he,
Tyler
I
Bate
think
anyway,
he was
innit?
in the Greatest Royal Rumble as well.
Yeah, he was Babatunde.
he played the greatest. In the car park, Bron Breakker tells Baron Corbin that he isn't finished with cum. Corbin says he looked pretty finished when Von put him through that table. Corbin knows that Braun intimidates everyone else in NXT, but not him.
No.
See, he's a face.
Yeah, that's a bit.
Like, that is a bit weird, isn't it?
He's
Braun
like,
is definitely a face.
is Corbin a tweener because people are
Yeah.
cheering him after
Or is Braun
defeating
the
Gable
tweener?
Stevenson.
Hey, he's burning all the ships.
He's burning the ships.
Okay, fair enough.
Whatever. It's time for another exciting edition of
Hard hitting home truths with Fraser. Hi there, I got
right.
a buzzer.
Dabakato, I apologize. It's time for another exciting edition. The metaphor somehow interrupt the plans.
They like hack it somehow.
So,
They hack it like that old Doctor Who thing with the Max Headroom.
Life
Whatever.
from the moon.
For the moon.
Yeah.
Reef.
Do the other members of the metaphor understand
I don't
Dar's
think they do because he's very hard to understand even for people in
He is
Scotland.
pretty Glaswegian.
He's right, Paul.
Wait,
We're
he's
there
from Ayr.
for.
He's from Ayr.
He's from here, right?
Faye Ayr. Yeah.
It always sounds like I think he's got a great accent. Like I quite like his accent, but it does sound like he's always got something stuck in his throat.
He's got a gravelly accent.
Fraser and Dar argue who was the true Heritage Cup champ. Yeah. Fraser brings out a button he calls the fraud alarm and buzzes every time Dar tells a lie. Dar gets annoyed.
And they sell every single individual press of the buzzer.
Oh,
Like,
the metaphor were great here. The metaphor were fantastic. Every time Nathan does one of these, his hair recedes another inch. He looks like
that's very cruel.
He looks like a 40-year-old bloke.
No, he doesn't look
who's lost all his money thanks to a cryptocurrency crash.
He is 25.
There's no way.
He's the same age as me.
Look what NXT's done to him.
If he shaved his beard, he'd look young again.
No, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't, Jack.
No, he absolutely would not. Aiden, when he came on screen, Aiden looked over at my screen. He went, "Oh, who the hell is that?"
And that's 1940s Aiden Gibbon.
Kids hate Nathan Fraser. He looks so different to Ben Carter on AEW Dark.
Okay, yeah.
Nathan Fraser, the GB News version of what he used to be. But metaphor, fantastic.
You pointed out you liked Noam's tracksuit, but,
his
but you
tracksuit.
said he would get killed for wearing it in Glasgow.
If he wandered around Glasgow dressed as how he does in NXT, he'd get shivved.
Okay.
Yeah.
If he's lucky.
Yeah, Socky Hall Street on a night out, and he's going up to feet going, "Hey, I'm doing that.
Life from the moon.
For the moon." He would get a Glasgow kissed.
Yeah, but so would like Gallus. That's right, this is a man's pub.
No, because they own the pub. So they'd be in the pub and they'd be in charge. He'd be the barman.
I always used to
Wait,
think-
what, in full kill? Full
In
kill,
Glasgow,
bloody hell, full
aye.
kit.
A Wolfie. He'd be behind the bar. He'd be the barman.
I often
like Bobby.
wonder. I often wonder how a lot of wrestlers became wrestlers, especially like the cooler ones, because I'm like,
You didn't like wrestling.
yeah, right. I'm like, how?
you wouldn't get bullied.
And Dar is one of the ones where I'm like, well, all his references to stuff are Oasis or football references. Like, I've got a great left foot or Champagne Supernova.
Aye.
And I'm like, so you're a normal British lad who likes Oasis and football.
Yeah.
But when were you a wrestling fan? Like, surely you would have been too busy having
But he
girlfriends.
was like
I don't
15 when he started
Yeah,
wrestling.
he's
trained when he was a teenager before it was like, you're uncool.
Okay, all right. I
Yeah,
see.
let him train when he knew he was a bit underage because they even said that in his speech where they go by because he was young. So he was in really early progress, like the first 10 shows. He's there and he's outshining everybody. And he's still getting ID'd for energy
It's
drinks
weird.
back
He's
then.
30
but
and he's been wrestling for about 17 years.
Yeah.
He's younger.
he's so
he's
good. He
younger
was
than
so
30.
class
I
back
think
then.
He's younger than me.
I think he's 30 now.
No, I disagree.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go. Oh, I think I'm right.
Is Jack about to...
I think Jack's going to eat his words.
I reckon he's probably.
Can't have a Jack
30.
moment.
I reckon he's 28.
I think he's just turned 30.
Go on.
Oh no, have you seen this? Or
Nope.
something?
But I just get a vibe.
He knows.
He knew as well.
How old is he, Jack?
He's 30 years old.
Well done.
You've seen that on
No, it's because when I interviewed him a few years ago, he said his birthday was around about July, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a July this year.
And
That's
that
what
was
good
quite a
detective
few
work.
years ago. And we're past July.
I've been defeated. I'm
Yep.
sad. Sorry, Fraser.
Yeah, well, it's all right. You know, you're getting some hard-hitting home truths.
Oh. That's it. Just take the standing 8 count, Jack.
I know.
JC
Speaking
Jane.
of home truths, though, what a band.
What a band. This summer's gonna be the best one yet. That's my mate's band. Shouts out Gilly. Doesn't listen to this.
Monagilly.
Yeah.
JC Jane moves the turnbuckle pad during her match against the Hale. However, Andre Chase goes, I'll help. Goes to fix it. The Hale thinks he's about to throw in the towel. and goes to use, and she's obviously trying to use the turnbuckle as well.
He should have left the towel on the apron when he climbed up.
She gets distracted, walks right into a roll-up for 3.
Literally walks into it. She turns around. JC's lying halfway across the ring, and she walks forwards and gets kind of sucked into the roller. Yeah, it's Andre's fault. And she storms off, by the way. Sorry, I should She storms off. Well. Andre looks after her like, no. Turns to Hudson to go like, do you see what? And Duke's face is, he's just like, with his big trophy.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Give him the NXT title.
Give him the yes, absolutely.
Give him all the titles. We get a vignette featuring the voice of Humberto Garza with words of encouragement for his grandsons. We see footage of Angel and Carrillo trained together as children. Yeah. They both wake up in a bed and look at a photo, the same photo of their grandfather. Though, as Fraser pointed out, it looks like they're on the opposite sides of the same bed.
It's the same room. The lighting is exactly the same. The duvet's the same. They've literally just gone, swap in and out.
They just live in NXT Village where they've all got those cabins.
No, they're in the same bed and they're having a lover's spaff right next to each other.
A lover's spaff?
Dude,
do you mean tiff or something like that? Or lover's spaff?
It was a lover's
spaff. They're cousins. Oh.
Last week, it was definitely a love music video.
They were sad because they're losing.
It's legal there. Right?
It's the biggest family reunion I've ever seen.
They were clearly in the same bedroom and they've just gone, right, swap yous in and out.
They could have printed off another photo of his granddad.
It's like when
there's one photo in existence. He's such a big star.
One photo.
They had to go
with him.
They had to go on.
The Unabomber had better photos.
Have you got his PNG for a ring?
They had to go on Wikimedia Commons and I need the ones royalty free.
Korea's want a sample on the front.
Did you know that our grandfather was citation needed?
My grandfather, Webb P. Garza. Carmelo Hayes is still signing autographs backstage. This made up place.
Bloody hell.
Wesley arrives with his contract for the title match, and Hayes says he'll see him next Tuesday. He then plays 3 hours with Barrymore. Wes says he wants to do this right now and drags Carmelo's table down to the ring, which I thought was a nice touch. Carmelo follows, and Wes talks about his past achievements. Carmelo agrees that he's talented, but not good enough to take the NXT title from him. Carmelo signs the contract and tells Wes to don't go chasing waterfalls.
Just into the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Oh, I'm happy you know that. Yeah. He holds up the title.
TLC.
So Wes does this. It was by the way, it's a TLC match. Yeah. He holds up the title. So Wes does a sick little jump and stomps through the table.
Not sick.
Yeah, I didn't like
you
the
guys
jump.
talk about this because I'm going to run the toilet.
The stomp was horrendous.
Did the stomp as Maffew leaves? Yes or no, Maffew? Was the stomp good?
I like the stomp.
You like the stomp?
I did like the stomp.
What?
Joe Holland, get in here.
Joe, come on.
Get in here.
Get on the seat. Come on, son.
Joe Holland.
This is your time to shine.
Get in here.
Come on, Joe.
Here he is.
Get your arse
Joe,
down on that
did
seat.
You one of us.
Can you do it as Maffew?
I don't know about.
Oh, no.
That was really bad.
So, what do we talk about?
Did you like the stomp in NXT? He drags the table to the ring because he's going to get the contract. You've got to have a table for a contract signing.
Of course.
So he drags the table to the ring, sets it up. They go through the bit. They do the reference TLC. Don't go chasing waterfalls. And then,
but we don't yet know that it's a TLC match, but it's probably
going to be a TLC match. They sign the contract, and then Wesley just double stomps to the table, like he just
jumps a little coup de grace.
I might have seen this on Twitter.
Stomp to the table, and then he just stares him down as he's like slightly taller because he's
like Mario on a Goomba.
Exactly like that.
It was weird.
It's a thumbs down from me.
Who's your favorite thing in NXT? It's a great show. Who's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is my favorite person currently in NXT is Duke Hudson.
Duke Hudson, yeah.
How's your fantasy team going?
Let's get on to
it. Here we go. You're not in the fantasy league.
No, but Team Friendships.
I've made mistakes already. I'm not that confident. I might retire.
I looked at your team and I was like, you know, when you look at someone else's team, you're like, I wish I'd done what they did. That's how I felt before that. And I've only this week. There's only been 1 week of fantasy Premier League. Obviously, this is for everyone. And I think I'm like 3 or 4 points ahead. No, it's nothing at this stage.
Yeah, you're on second, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's nothing at this stage.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Where are you, Fraser? Come on.
What
happened?
We should have
Team
it instead of
Friendship.
Team
Friendship just decided to just we didn't want to take all the points.
Oh.
Yeah, we're a good start.
Hey. Oh no,
It's on my
Joe!
FPL
No.
now.
Goodbye.
No.
I need to find a way to get Chilwell in my team, but I can't this week, and I'm scared he's gonna like get like a brace or something.
Steve James is injured.
Reece James.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's always. I feel so bad for. He would be the best fullback in the world if he wasn't injured. Yeah.
Why did you like the stomp?
I thought it was a cool display of power. Look, I'm going to bring this table that you've had more importance over this entire episode when you should have been giving it to me. I'm going to stomp it right in front of you. Rather than just going, I'm going to put you through a table or something. It's like, nah, screw you, stomp, and good.
Okay, so you like the idea of the stomp.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the stomp. I don't like the actual stomp he did because it was just silly. He just did a little jump up and just stood there, slightly taller than.
Well, he wanted to break it. I mean,
Yeah.
he's obviously a beautiful human being and well built.
Yeah.
But if you're going, I haven't broke.
It would have been better if he just smacked it.
I think it would be funnier if the table hadn't broken and he was just stood on it. Like, oh. Yeah.
just try not to fall off.
Crouch down.
I've seen that man when
Stop doing lifts.
he was called Desmond Xavier, popping and locking in an after party after a wrestling show, and he needs to incorporate that into his gimmick.
You think
I don't
so,
think
yeah.
a wrestler's ever done dancing.
There's not enough
before.
dancing.
No,
in
yeah,
NXT. Music gimmicks.
He was good. He was very good. Right.
Well, that was NXT.
NXT.
Yeah, what's up
With a bit of
next?
fantasy football discussion.
Yeah, we had a little
good times.
Joel was an absolute star.
Well done, Joe. Thank you very much. Sorry, there's every
I
episode
realised
we
that when I was-
have a lovely little break, and then I need to go to the toilet.
When
whatever.
Maffew left, and I was like,
Apologise.
Joel, get in here. I realised that's what I was a very specific impression of when Mark Dallas brought out Triple H in Cardiff, and he went, Triple H, get in here.
Mike Hunt was
Get in here. And the crowd don't believe him, and then actual Triple H walks out, and the pop's like, oh.
It's Triple H in a small
Weird.
venue in Cardiff.
Yeah.
So strange.
With his leather jacket going, I can't wait to ruin this entire company.
Oh, dear.
AEW Dynamite. Maybe CM Punk is right. Whoa.
I wasn't a fan of this week's
Controversy.
episode of Dynamite. And
I did see a bunch. I think it's James Vanderbeek who does the. There's a thing in
Is he
X-Men.
the WWE Shotgun Champion currently? Oh, Hayden Van
Yeah, that's him. Yes.
He's a cool Twitter account. I know James Van. I don't know him. I know of him.
He does the thing in X-Men where they see Magneto was right, like things, and it annoys the other X-Men, going, no, why are these things up? This is disgusting. Put this down. And he keeps on doing that with CM Punk was right, just like a mocking thing with the headdress on. So it's good to see this in this episode. Orange Cassidy retains the International Championship against Wheeler Yuta. The BCC attack after the bell, but the best friends run out and make it a brawl. The Lucha Bros help the good guys clear the ring. Eddie Kingston shows up and challenges the BCC to a Stadium Stampede match at All In.
Now, I saw a cool tweet from another cool Twitter account called Snowboy, who you know.
Snowboy. He'll be at All In, by the way.
I'm too scared to interact with him, man. He's a savage on Twitter, and I'm scared of him.
He's all right, man.
I've seen him tear people apart on the
Yeah,
Twitter.
on Twitter.
I'm real life.
Because you're
Oh, the
you're
wrestling
the guy
fans.
for the podcast.
Yeah.
Because he gets the dumbest people in the world coming to replies. He's like,
Yeah.
it's a joke. Calm down.
But it's like he's in some sort of like tower defense game, and he's constructed a death machine to bring the stupid people in, and he just eviscerates them. I'm quite
Right.
scared of him.
Well, just don't be
don't fall into
stupid.
his trap,
Yeah,
yeah.
just don't be stupid around him. You'll be all right.
It's hard. You can't talk about wrestling for this long and not say something stupid at some
Yeah,
point.
that's true, yeah.
Speak for yourself.
So he said his tweet was something like, "Why not have Eddie Kingston versus what's the big? Who's he? Oh, why not have Eddie versus Moxley at the 80,000 seat stadium show rather than the 8,000 seat All Out in Chicago after that?" And I agree with him.
I think I was.
What do you guys make of the whole multi-man match discourse that's been going on regarding All In at the moment?
Oh, it's a piss take. Like it's the biggest show in the history of wrestling outside of WWE, right?
Is it? And North Korea.
In North Korea, in terms of like attendance, maybe not in.
It's the biggest wrestling show in the history of the UK.
Yes, absolutely, and it just feels like they've gone. Oh, we kind of want everyone on the card, but we've also got a show the following week that we need to have more priority for because we're going to do that every year, whereas All In is going to happen once occasionally, you know. And it just feels like it feels more like them going, oh, we need to get everyone on the card. The multi-man matches, I'm sure, will be very, very good. They just wouldn't make me want to buy a ticket.
I'm curious to see how they do Stadium Stampede not in an empty stadium, because that's always been what Stadium Stampede's
I
been.
feel it's going to be anarchy in the arena, but
With a
because it's in a
stadium.
stadium, they
Yeah,
call it
yeah,
Stadium
But the problem
Stampede.
is, the stadiums are massive, so it's going to be like, over there.
Yeah.
Eddie's there like, which seat is Matthew?
Go in there.
He comes to find you, like, just half an hour. Going
I'm like,
around.
Taz, help me. And he's like, no.
At least they could go in the concessions and I don't know what things have they got at Wembley? Have they got?
Well, they'll have 3 T-shirts for the entire crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
God, they'll be so. They can probably
Subway, McDonald's.
have a penalty shootout.
Oh, they better not have that American food there.
Yeah,
doing
no,
that.
right.
Not the Dippin' Dots.
It'd be peas pudding.
There's got to be some sort of.
London.
Oh no, that was Anarchy in the Arena thing. I was gonna say music playing again and again, but that was Anarchy in the
But
Arena.
I think the only reason they're calling it Stadium Stampede is because Anarchy in the Arena
in the arena.
would need to be an arena.
It's not arenas. Right.
Yeah.
But
Unless
I think,
they film it.
You just
Film it the night before.
what does Bison say in Street Fighter? Let's not quibble over definitions.
Maybe we should save the big. Maybe the big question should be like, what do we make of the card, the All In card?
I'm not
Yeah.
saying anymore.
Not
There
that
you go.
Rollins
Yeah,
thing that
shut
I thought
up.
of before. Never mind.
What did he
Like come, you talk too much.
Like come.
I should have
and
said
talk
like
too much.
talk.
Like-
Like
It's
talk, you
it's
come too much.
Shakespearean, that, isn't it? Like, shall I compare the
Should I compare you to a cum?
to a Cummer's Day?
Quoting an internet meme which sounds as sweet by any other name.
Anyway, Dynamite.
Anyway, I liked this was just the good old Orange Cassidy match. I did like the bit where Moxie comes out to obviously watch his prey and go, I'm coming for you, OC. And OC goes, all right, I'm going to do that cool Arn Anderson, going to punch your DDT, but because you're here, instead of DDT, right? I'm going to do your little DDT. That thing you stole from Cactus Jack.
Paradigm.
Yeah.
Death Rider. Yeah.
And then
one's
that
which?
doesn't get the pin, which
In-
it should have.
In New Japan, it's the Death Rider.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no! When
No,
he's a
that's not
heel,
right.
it's the Death Rider.
Yeah.
When he's a
Is that
face,
how
it's
it
the
works?
I think so.
Because what's the one when he lifts? It's
That's,
always the
that's the
paradigm.
lifting.
Oh,
That's the
they-
super version.
Oh, I always
that's
thought
the,
it was like-
That's the War Greymon to the Greymon.
I always
Well
thought one was the
done. Well
paradigm.
No, what have I done?
Hideous nerd.
Metal Greymon. Wee. Christ, what
What's
have I
these little noises?
That's what he
It's
does.
been- Yeah, that's Greymon.
Okay.
All the
Greymon, say your famous line.
the Digimon could talk, couldn't they? They could talk.
Teeny Tom and Greymon.
The Digimon could talk. Wow.
Yeah, they all said, can I leave and join Pokemon? So that was going to set up the big brawl and everything. Eddie Kingston's back, yay.
Yay.
It's so funny him having the time of his life in Japan, having to come back and pretend to be into this.
I'll talk about that more in the big question.
Yeah,
actually,
okay.
yeah.
Earlier in the day, we see Kenny Omega having a sit-down interview with JR, because JR ain't standing up for this. He talks about how Don
JR
Callis
was the best thing
So
in this. It was so funny.
was there for him when he was just a weird kid with no friends. And now look at you. But now that's all in the
He's
past.
got the elite. Friendship, passion, family, love.
And Kenny says he's going to take Dom's cash cow away. That's Takeshita. Callis arrives, as do Jay White and Juice Robinson, who beat Kenny down with various weapons. Takeshita joins in too. This was so
funniest beatdown.
badly edited.
No, it was great.
It was all over the place for a sit-down
like-
interview,
it was
and they
like-
edited the hell out
It
of
was
it.
like a Team America scene.
So-
It was
I've
like,
seen
it escalated so fast.
Yeah, and it felt like one of these things that was going to go a lot longer, and they went, it's Dynamite. We've got to cut.
Was it-
This is going to be 2 minutes
So,
long at
I
most.
think it was happening at Daly's place, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Like, there was the big empty
Yeah.
seats in the background, and it was the daytime. It was
Yeah.
earlier today, and all that. But they came at it. The rhythm was. You're right. The editing was weird.
It was weird.
Especially one bit where he went, oh yeah, Don gave me pills. And it was just quickly moved on.
Yeah.
But he
I'm
gave
like,
him-
I swear he said at one point, yeah, Don when was a young guy, he gave me pills.
He
And it
encouraged him to-
quickly moved
He
on.
gave him his first set of weights and protein and
Yeah.
that.
Swear he said he gave me drugs.
me and
Swear
Alex-
he said that. It was so quickly done, they moved on from it. It's like, wait, hang on, let me go back.
It was like me and Atkins have been comparing it to. It was like an Eric Andre.
It
was,
Like
yeah.
it keeps on cutting back to JR, just going.
I know. JR.
More reactions. It's the same reaction shot of
There's
JR.
one shot, which is the wide of JR, where you can still see the beatdown going on, and he just sat in his chair watching, like Emperor Palpatine,
Yeah.
just watching on as Luke gets electrocuted or whatever.
Also, like they're in the middle of nothing, just sat with
oh no,
Daly's
he is
blade.
electrocuted. Damn it.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
fine.
so wait, you're right. I just
And they're
realised like, the way you
facing-
said it, the face in there, there's
then
nothing, literally nothing for a mile, and then Don Callis somehow sneak attacks
Whoa,
them.
it's Don Callis.
The only way that would work is to see him coming from a mile away. You're
Have you
right.
seen-
I've
have
just
you seen-
realised.
Have you seen the deliberately crap film Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen when he's running across the field and she's going, "Chosen one,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
coming," and it takes him. He's like in the distance, and he gets close, and then it cuts, and he's further away.
Yeah,
again. It must have been like that how they snuck up on,
Yeah.
Like they're all
They
just
snuck up
he's
on
just waiting
Kenny.
behind the camera, like. Just waiting.
like Wile E. Coyotes there across with a big stop sign.
And then I like the bit with.
I'm just a birdie too.
It's
like
like Metal Gear Solid in a box.
even just the bit up next, the Hangman Page, where it's like you're clearly not. You're clearly not a
I was going to
hospital.
say,
Oh, he's
just get
outside
to
the
that.
hospital where
Yeah.
Kenny.
Well, clearly they had to
There's
be
a
outside
hospital.
the hospital because he wasn't allowed in Collision.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, I was speechless as well because I went, wait, is Hangman Page's face a lot fatter than I remember? Or is it just me?
You're a nasty man.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, does he look like bigger? Or you like
nah.
he's eating a bee sandwich?
He's been
Is
crying.
this me?
He's been crying because mate's in hospital.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's retaining water.
It's a tough night.
So is it outside the hospital, which is that the metal
it's a
gate?
metal grate at the back of
Metal
it.
gate and ambulance, the lights on when there's no one in. It's like, all right. He says that in London, he and Kota Ibushi will team with Omega to take on Don's lads. Then obviously hospital man shows up and goes,
drinking a beer.
and goes, okay, glug.
Done. Hands it to him. There you go.
Hands it to the doctor.
I don't want to. It felt like. It felt
Outside
like,
the hospital.
I think that little segment, we wouldn't have been laughing about it if it hadn't been preceded by that little.
No, it was
The
stupid.
little punchline of the Hangman drinking the beer. That was fine.
But like it was, they didn't need to have him just outside the hospital. Just outside the hospital, which
Yeah.
was
It's
just a metal grate, as you said, with an ambulance with
Yeah.
the siren still going.
If I'm going to laugh at NXT going, here I am at the fan signing, you can't see any fans because there's this giant wall and some security dudes looking bored. Like,
And
don't
it was
make
a-
fun of this.
it was a
Why
very
are they doing these
well-
segments like this? Just
very
don't
well
do it anywhere
studio-
else.
Well-lit studio environment with some lighting and
A
right, let's
brick
get there.
wall, an alleyway.
They could have done it. Yeah,
Would have been anywhere
I like
else.
when they
and-
shoot outside, like when Moxley's under a bridge and he's
Yeah.
angry. Or they did it really
Fine.
well with Archer in the early days. Archer would always be like in a weird location
Yeah.
just off the highway. But this,
It
felt
should
a
have
bit
been
artificial.
a
They
bit
don't act like we're
more-
dumb.
Well, he's just had to come downstairs because they can't film in the. Kenny's been
but
to see Kenny in the hospital.
He's done in the hospital.
They should have done it.
Kenny's
a
in
bit-
the hospital.
He's just in the hospital. They should have done it a
Kenny's
bit more
in the
impact though.
Kenny shouts from the window. It's you and Kota, isn't it? It's 6-man. Yeah.
Well,
See
it's,
you outside Wine Lodge at off.
it's night time outside a hospital. Naturally, it's dead silent.
It
No
should
noise.
have-
No one having a cheeky tab.
It's a quiet night.
They should have
It's
done
a
it.
quiet night.
They should have done it Impact style, where it's just they stumble up to him as he's all stressed and panicked.
Yeah.
He's in the hospital. Or was it Alex Marvez that always goes up and is like, "Well, we're trying
Yeah,
to
yeah.
get close." Have him just show up at a hospital.
Oh,
and
there's
he's-
would like find them on the golf course.
yeah.
I'm on Paige. What are you doing out here? You mourning your friend? Sorry, I was
Do
going
it.
to see me dealer actually, but now you scared him off. What,
Yeah,
how
do
can
it
I
as
help
he's
you?
getting
Just jail
into
the
the
team. No,
ambulance.
Don Callis, I mean, sorry. I'm waiting for my pill delivery from the Jackal, actually.
It was.
Anyway, yeah,
Push it.
so
I'm gonna
I don't
call-
know. Like, it's over. Dynamite is insanely overproduced next to
Hold on,
Collision.
Pusher D. Thank you. Because he's their pusher. He's their
pusher.
I'm your pusher. Okay. Sorry. I'm a Clips reference, man. From ghetto to ghetto. Here, Stokely Hathaway would appreciate it if he was watching.
Yeah, he
does
would.
a bit-
Oh, he's a big fan of this.
Aye, aye. I went Geordie, but we had the women's semi-final on England Australia, up the Lionesses.
Oh, now you're pro women. Wait. I saw
on.
you in the chat.
That
Were you?
was-
I couldn't tell if you were being sarcastic or
What
not when
did
you
I
were
say in the
beefing.
chat?
In Ashton, weren't you and Ashton going at it?
Oh, that was a joke because
I can't tell though. Is like, is she?
Oh no, she said, "Come watch the women because it's better than the men." And I went, "That's not going to encourage the lads to go and watch the women's football, Ashton." But we did go and watch that.
They did,
Oh,
go, they
okay,
did go and
okay.
watch it.
That was the quarterfinal,
And then we watched it in the office.
and then we watched the semi-final in the
Oh,
office
okay, good
because
idea.
it was a weekday, and then we're going to go and watch the final on Sunday.
Oh, so you're friends?
But the statement,
Oh,
statement. So now you're pro women is a loaded stuff.
You're right. That was a dick move.
That is going to be the highlight short for this week.
no.
Joel, write down the timestamp for them.
I pulled a jack down. Sorry.
It's really nasty that. I don't like
You
it.
need to start using his name like that.
I'm gonna Maffew.
See there. Oh no! Now I've got Maffew on my face.
Math Tuesday.
Oh, that's not even Sally. Maffew Tuesday.
God,
Maffew Pringles.
Where were, oh, aye, so the women's semi-final.
Soggy Maffew.
And where were?
Come on, Jack. How are you
Women's
possibly
semi-finals.
distracted by the story?
Oh, you went very Geordie for the women's semi-finals.
Because there was like the referee missed a foul or something, and Ashton found it hilarious that I'd said "Away man," and I heard her in the background going like "Away man," and I was like, "Oh, no, that's our heritage, Matthew. That's what we say."
You
Where's
did
she-
go
where's she
very
from?
Geordie.
Cambridgeshire.
Aha.
Yeah. You even did like the Geordie sort of like. You did, when you see you sort of your back, you Joel,
Just
your back.
something when you
I
know.
told the Wembley people better get used to it because that's all people are doing. Yeah.
Ref,
Wait,
go on.
he knows, how much? Oh, wait, man. back in the arena.
Where's the peas pudding?
Pretty more. Where, whatever. Give me a Greg's. Don brings out Jericho and has another painting for him, although it's covered over for now. Jericho says that being abandoned by the JAS has made him reevaluate who he is as a person. Maybe he needs to change some things around. I've just completely lost that then. Therefore, Jericho agrees to join Don's faction, which everyone's already thought he was going to do anyway. He realized that he needs to go back to the old Jericho. The old Jericho. And team up with someone just as despicable as him. And Don's like, I
like this little...
okay, hey, that's you and me. Go out and celebrate.
It was a nice little different slant on the usual angle, I think, where he like, genuinely didn't think he was going to do it.
Yeah, but Jericho wants to, hey, what's that painting? No, I'll ship it to you. It's okay. It's you and bad news. It's great. And he's, well, I'm right next to it. Want to have a look at it? No. And then it's revealed to be a portrait of Don holding Jericho's severed head. Jericho's furious.
Don's like, the artist must have made it.
How did this isn't what I asked for?
Why is my name on the list?
Yeah, it was very, Don
admits that he assumed Chris would turn him down. They argue until Don slaps Jericho, who backs him down. Takeshita runs in to save Callis. Guy's been busy this week. But Jericho fights him off until Will Ospreay appears to take Jericho out.
Hold on a second. Where was this show? Was this in Canada?
No, it's America.
WWE was in Canada.
Yeah, WWE was in Canada.
Right, because then that implies that Takeshita was earlier in the day at Daly's place. And
Maybe,
then
I don't know if was it earlier today?
I'm not sure if that was earlier today or not. I thought it says early in the day. You're right.
No, I've just put that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure either.
I assumed it was anyway, the earlier.
That's
in the
only
day.
the third or fourth most ridiculous thing about that segment.
He
did to Detroit to Texas.
The Midwest. Yeah.
They smash the painting over his head, of course, and Sammy Guevara finally runs out with a bat to chase them away and gets a face pop, which might actually help him, but he's still a divvy. People were outraged. Mine got outraged at the fact that Don Callis' agency is now using people from both the Bullet Club and the United Empire together.
Oh, yeah. No respect for New Japan factions.
No respect. No, I tell you.
They hate
I actually was pleasantly surprised by this because, yeah, it's a really nice twist. Don going, oh, you're going to say yes? Oh, this is so awkward. And just him being such a slimy couldn't go, oh, don't look at that. Never mind, we'll just move on. Just had to lie and try and get around of it.
Yeah.
Which would then wised up Jericho to go, wait, I can't trust you. What the hell am I doing? And then Ospreay joins and,
Is it not funny that this whole segment has turned Jericho face when at the start of the segment he was like, yeah, I need to be more evil.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when Jericho's like, oh,
way more evil.
Our attitude towards Jericho these days is meant to be like, oh, you.
Like,
yeah. Well, this segment felt very Jericho creative-wise. But when it's bad, it's sometimes really bad. But when it's good, Jericho is brilliant at this sort of thing.
He's the wizard.
As much as we often are like Jericho these days, when it's good, like with the list of Owens, as you said, it's really good. Yeah.
He's not just a big ham, he's a big ham and peas.
He is very, very hammy.
But sometimes that's good.
Yes.
We get a Jack Perry video package. He says that next week he's going to fly through glass and have the next week off. The next week he plans to retire the FW Championship, which makes Taz go, wait, what did he say?
Who's he taking on?
We get Hook.
Hook
Maybe?
Of course, yeah. He will do.
Then the
Should be saved for another show.
The Gates of Agony attack Darby Allin and Nick Wayne during the entrance, but the good guys still win the subsequent tag match. At the range, Sting appears in the Tron, where they kidnap Prince Nana to go promo on Swerve and AR Fox. The embassy rush to the back to help their mate.
Yeah, what the hell?
Joker Sting's back.
Joker Sting.
It's Joker Sting, baby.
It's TNA.
I got the Joker,
when was Joker Sting?
2011.
Yeah.
It was that far back, wasn't it? Jesus.
So there's Crow Sting. He loves that film.
Yeah.
He loves The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
This made me think, God, Sting is, and I think he's always been like this. He's very Nick Cage, isn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Nicolas Cage, I mean.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Do you know
He's
think?
quite, yeah.
He's like, whoa, here I am.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is he doing?
It's like
pretty
National
out there.
Treasure with Sting.
I don't think I've seen any Nick Cage film.
Oh, you've not seen any Nick Cage films?
I surely have. I don't know.
Mr. Film hasn't seen a Nicolas Cage film.
I've never seen Con Air, and that's the one everyone goes, watch Con Air.
Face Off's good.
Never seen Face.
Face Off ridiculous, but yeah, it's
It's the
good.
one with the
ridiculous.
bees, not the bees.
The
Not the Wicker Man
No,
remake. Don't watch the Wicker Man remake.
Watch National Treasure 1 and 2.
Leaving Las
Are any of
Vegas.
these films good, or are they all just so bad?
No,
it's
see,
good?
this is something I will get my high horse, and basically people go, Maffew, are you sure you're not? No. I'm going to argue this for 40 minutes. Nicolas Cage has many great films.
Yep.
And he also has some issues with money. So also a lot of bad films. Because it's only, was it like this year or last year? He's actually out of debt finally from stuff he did in the 90s.
Okay.
Because how much
So
he
it's like
went a bit crazy.
Like when Snoop Dogg was on the Just Eat advert. No?
Yes, because he needs
Or
the
like
money.
Ric Flair. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like Ric Flair. But he has done a lot of really genuinely good films. He was either Academy Award nominated or won, I forget, for Leaving Las Vegas.
All right. So where's the joke?
Pig's meant to be
because
quite
of all
good.
these bad films.
No,
he's
because
done.
people are dumb. People are dumb, Jack. I tell you this every week.
You never know which Cage you're going to get. You could get over the top Cage that's this big personality, or you could get like serious actor Cage who's
Right.
given an incredible performance.
Okay.
I think it's
I'll have a look at his
it's tough.
Oscar nominations.
Yeah,
to see
He's not-
Raising Arizona's amazing.
he's both good and bad.
Yeah, Bad Lieutenant is amazing.
Yep.
just like life, you know?
Yeah, Nick Cage is life,
Yeah.
but he is a good actor. I would say more than bad
Oh, Wild at Heart.
List of awards and nominations.
for Nick Cage.
Yeah, I've got it now.
Yeah.
Academy Awards. He's won and been nominated for 2 different films.
Ooh.
He
Which
won.
one? Leaving Las Vegas.
He won Best Actor for Leaving Las Vegas.
Very deserved. Hell of a
And he
film.
got nominated for adaptation.
Oh, I've got adaptation.
Not seen
Yes.
It's Spike Jonze.
Yes. It's very much if you liked being John Malkovich.
Oh right, I've not seen it, but I've heard it's good.
Oh, you might like being John Malkovich.
Yeah, you'd like it.
My mate does, and he's always recommending I watch it.
Yeah, you should
Yeah,
watch it.
get that down you. I'm a bit really motivated then. I'll calm down.
What's his accent
Back to the
about,
wrestling.
man? John Malkovich, I mean. Anyway,
The
Big question.
I like Burn After Reading a lot.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched it when it came out in the cinema, and we went like a group of us from school, and half of us left going, what was that? And half of us left going, that was mint.
It
And I
took
was
me
in the
a-
half that went, that was mint.
It took me a few times to watch it to go, oh, it's a film about not. That's the thing.
Coen Brothers.
Yeah, but they usually
But it's
don't
them
do
going-
stuff like that.
It's them going extra. Coen
Yeah, it's them going, oh, wouldn't it be great if there was no real
That was
actually
the
idea
first
of.
Coen Brothers film I ever watched, so I was in the deep end.
Really?
So now since I've watched Fargo and that, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, now I see what that is lampooning.
Yeah.
National lampooning.
No.
Yeah.
The Gates of Agony, I
Oh,
thought they
I-
were bang average most of the time, but they really impressed me here. Them blocking the cutter with an elbow. So here goes for the springboard cutter. No, you don't.
Nope.
It was very novel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably Brock did that. SummerSlam. And then he took a lovely flip off the apron for Frankensteiner from Little Wayne.
Sting's a bit weird.
No, he's cool.
And then, Sting appeared in the Titantron, took all
They
the attention
rushed
away
back
from
to
him.
help Prince Nana, but I think he let him go as well.
Yeah, because he was like, come back. I need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got that crow that kidnapped Eric Bischoff, though, or held him hostage.
Yes. I thought you were going to say like Sting. So he
Bischoff's
did
like,
it.
good.
He did Crow,
Yeah. Surfing
and then he did obviously Dark Knight, Joker. I thought you were going to say he's always 7 years behind the times.
when you Barbie Sting.
Yes.
Or
what came out in
Stingenheim.
Stingenheimer.
Stingenheimer. What came out 7 years ago?
Come out in 2016.
Oh, God. Fantastic Sting and Where to Find Them.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is fun.
That's rough.
MJF and Adam Cole do lots of Australian themed preparation for the tag team title match against Aussie Open. They go an Outback
So good.
Steakhouse. Cole buys Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2 on DVD. And MJF tries to teach Cole his new kangaroo kick.
It's over.
They double clothesline a crew member holding an inflatable crocodile. So
I
T
saw all
gone.
the comments
Talk
and
over me.
tweets and that were all like, it's Charlie. And I'm like, I don't know who Charlie
Don't know who
is,
Charlie
but he's
is.
like an indie guy who's a crew member now or something. Fair play to him. At
Yeah.
first I thought it was Chris Hero. So I was like, oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah.
But it wasn't.
So TK gives them a bollocking in his office. Wrestling really is fake. Yeah. Was this there? This will get rid of the criticism. I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
Now Fraser's pointed out what he saw online.
So a lot of people have been replying to it on Twitter, but a lot of this stuff in the background is from the venue they were at 2 weeks ago. So like a lot of the signs in the background of like what the arena's
it's-
this way and
So like as if like this isn't to prove Tony's criticism wrong from this week.
Yeah,
because of
that he's a
soft
bad
boss
boy,
and
you know.
that. But he was being criticised for that 2 weeks ago as well.
yeah.
2 weeks ago,
So I think-
a year ago.
Supposedly this was. It looked like it was filmed a couple of weeks ago.
This reminded me a lot, not in a good way really, of when AJ Styles and Bryan were fighting in the Money in the Bank match in Titan Towers, and then Vince was like, "Stop it!" And they both like, "Oh, sorry,
see
Vince.
back.
Oh no, sorry." And it's like MJF and Cole are meant to be these funny, cool, badass
Yeah.
dudes, and then they're scared of Tony Khan. They're like, "Oh, sorry, Tony. It's your world champion." That
Yeah.
I really didn't like it, even if it was,
Done as tongue in
even
cheek
without
and-
all the context outside of it about them referring to their own.
It was lame.
I thought it was lame, but a lot of people seem to really find it funny.
I thought the whole segment
Again,
was
people
funny.
are dumb.
I thought the whole segment was funny.
I did not think it was
I thought
good.
it was
The bit in the ring was fantastic, but just a bunch of really lame Australian jokes.
Yeah, but
I've liked every other segment they've done, but I'm like,
Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee. I'm like, mate, I've been hearing this like, Australia jokes for like decades, so I'm past it, man.
bit of
I
the
love
kangaroo kick was great.
The kangaroo. You will do that in the match as well. So, I love the trampoline park one.
Yeah.
That was good because
Mm.
of how much fun Cole was genuinely having. But this one just felt, Australian tropes.
Yeah.
The Outback Steakhouse is good.
Good day, mate. Mate. All right, man.
Tony goes from behind closed doors. He's all like shouting at them and
Yeah,
stuff.
and
And as
then-
soon as he's there, he's like, "All right, cheers, lads." Like, what are you doing? You're not proving it wrong.
Yeah.
No.
And then later, after Cole and MJF are parked up at the arena, Roddy Strong kicks MJF's car, and that's his fun.
They
And
know
then
what
the
they're doing.
embassy are like,
They know what they're doing with Roddy Strong
Yeah.
now. This is self-aware.
he's like, are you all right? He's like, shut up.
They know what they're doing with Roddy. Yes.
Yeah. Then MJF Cole head to the ring. They both cut passionate promos about their careers so far, and both say that winning in the main event of All In means everything to them.
Let's forget about
so
Deborah.
no one's
She's out of the equation.
No one's laying down for anybody. They shake hands, but Aussie Open run down to attack. Cole and MJF clear the ring. Cole thinks about super kicking MJF, but they hug it out instead. It's coming.
Who's turning on who?
Cool.
And who, as me and Fraser said correctly, and not Maffew and Ross.
Yep.
And also, but I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah, because I think they're winning the tag titles.
Oh, do you? I think they're not winning the tag.
No,
because-
no.
But I think whoever's getting pinned is going to be the Bret Hart and will triumph come the end of the night.
that's a
WrestleMania
good
10,
shout.
baby.
Nah,
But
I've been having 95. Oh, sorry, MJF. I got held up in traffic. Hey, they drive on the wrong side of the road over here. Oh, you wrestled the entire match by yourself? Oh, they beat the hell out of you. Oh, that's going to be really bad for the main event later on. Oh, sorry
He's
about
so
that, pal.
sick of it. I thought you were like,
That's actually a good shout. But I think they're winning the belts, going into the main event. Cole wins. No turn happens there.
what?
Yep. Because
Wembley?
yes, because they need to build another pay-per-view a week later, so that Cole wins, has the big celebration, fireworks, shake hands, hug in the ring. Wednesday later, he goes, "Oh well, I want my rematch," and then the turn happens at All Out because they need to build a world title match.
I feel like
Who books a
cheats-
pay-per-view
Cole cheats to win.
the week
But
after a
then-
I know,
pay-per-view?
right?
But then I'm trying to look at it as well, like, it's the biggest show they've ever done. Would they dare not have a big title change to end the night? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think they will.
really?
Yeah, and
They will. You think they will?
I think they
do
will.
that?
Adam Cole will win it,
But
and then
then-
give the
yeah.
rematch the following week.
But will they not have their big storyline moment in the main? I don't know.
No, I think they saved that because they seem to prioritize All Out.
Because I've had a moment of real clarity. Because last week we were all agreed that we desperately want FTR to beat the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
And I had a horrible moment midway through this week where I was like, they're never ever beating the Young Bucks. Not at Wembley.
Me and Aiden were speaking about that this morning. We've both now sided with the Young Bucks.
I don't side
What?
with the Young Bucks.
I want the Young Bucks to win.
No!
Against the BFTR.
But I don't want the Bucks to win. But they are going to win. Like,
Yeah.
Boo. No, they won't, because I'm
never
going
gonna-
to throw stuff in the ring.
You're running.
we can
Super
stop,
kick.
we can
No,
stop-
lads!
Yeah.
The pretzels come their way.
I don't.
Well, if they sell at Wembley.
There's I
Rock
feel
solid
like
vegan sausage roll.
30 grand's worth of vegan sausage rolls. So, 6.
there's going to be no way. They're not going to lose at their big. The
They are
AEW
biggest show.
EVPs aren't going to not beat FTR and be the best tag team in the world.
But they are.
Yep.
No, they're not.
What are you on about you?
The Usos were the best tag team in
However-
the world. And no
They're not right
more.
now, they're not. So,
I'm worried. I'm really worried about FTR, guys.
you know what will take your mind off this? Other than Jericho calling out Ospreay having a match at All In, after a really great segment, MJF Cole building up the main event of All In, Jeff Hardy and Jeff Jarrett in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match. Let's talk about it right now, it says.
It was too much
So,
to read.
I
was
mean,
like,
it
what did I
really was.
even-
So, this was a paid advert match like we've seen in the past with that zombie film that I've forgotten the name of for that one.
Yeah.
Army of
Isle
Dead.
the- Isle
Army of
the-
Dead.
Army of Dead.
The one
Army
that
of the
WWE
Dead.
did.
That's such
The
a
one where
bad
John
name.
Morrison got eaten, and we've never seen him.
Yeah,
since.
That one. Everyone went, what is this?
Yeah, Zack
Which
Snyder's Army
Fraser
of
was
Dead.
actually.
Oh,
which,
Zack Snyder,
Which
there we go.
Fraser,
Army
off
of
camera
Dead.
before we came down here, was defending to
I'll
me.
say it on camera. It was better than this.
No, it was worse than this.
What, the film?
No, the
zombies.
zombie match. I think the zombie match was worse. Than
This is terrible. This
They
is
were both
Yeah,
pretty bad.
so we being, see, everyone in the comments, call us AW Shills, AW Shills or Stans.
Yeah.
The only company we stand is NXT, okay? And that's just because they chase you and
I'm
because
big-
Ross unironically likes NXT
does
now. So we
really,
have to
yeah.
help him. We're enabling
And
basically.
Big Japan.
So,
I support
and Big Japan. Abdullah
Stardom.
Kobashi
Yeah,
forever.
Stardom.
I like Stardom.
Yeah.
And Super FMW.
There's
This
a
match,
YouTube channel called The History of FMW that I've been meaning to stick on.
Bahu. Have you not watched it yet? Oh,
It's so many episodes, man.
Yeah.
I just want to stick them on in the background because they're like little podcasts. Each episode, each year he does a
Bahu's
whole...
done an amazing job.
I need to watch it because I don't really know anything about FMW.
Oh,
history.
that teaches you everything you want
I
to
just
know
know, like,
and didn't ask.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
Very recommended. Because it's nuts.
should I just watch it
half
from the
stuff.
start, from the first episode?
Yeah, to
Right.
get you used to, because it tells you who Anita
gonna, like-
was before FMW and why he mattered, basically.
Just something to put on while I'm like doing the dishes. Like, do you know what I mean?
Of
Just in the
course,
background. Yeah.
Like all podcasts.
Yeah.
I've actually got some bits here. So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match is the time with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game, which apparently has gotten very good reviews so
Well, it's
far.
doing decent,
People,
yeah.
it's a very good game. Hardy goes through the crowd and into the back to start, where Satnam, Jarrett, and Satnam Singh, who was dressed in the dungarees, jump him. Ethan Page, Brother Zay, and Matt Hardy make the save and pour something on Jarrett that is implied to be blood.
It's
but then
red.
Taz is like, what is it? Is it petrol oil? Is it lava? The
He
two of
didn't
them,
care.
The two of them stagger through a dimly lit hallway as we take a break, and Taz says something like, "It's like the go the haunted ride, bro, and they have the black light or the red light, the pink light." And then Excalibur says, "Yeah, it's like a horror film." And then Taz goes, "What are we looking at?" Because we literally can't see what's
Can't see
happening, and it turns out that Jarrett and Mrs. Jarrett are hiding.
Oh, he's done it.
The screen went. Okay.
Jeff Hardy dives onto Jarrett's and company, as Taz is trying his best not to laugh his ass off. They fight in the arena with about 10 people involved, and Jeff Hardy swantons him through a table for two, with Jay Lethal making the save, and smoke emanating from underneath the ring for some reason. The guitar, which has Jeff Hardy's face on it, is taken away from Jarrett and cracked over his head. But here comes Leatherface with a chainsaw. It's Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, who chases away someone. Singh can't powerbomb Jeff Hardy, but Lethal is back with a hammer, like in the film, to Jeff Hardy's head. The chokeslam lets Jarrett get the pin. People hated this,
Yeah.
and it's gash.
Leatherface is a wrestling character.
Yes,
He was in that
funny
Japanese
enough.
death match tournament, wasn't he? Back in
Yes,
with Foley
played
and-
by Corporal Kirshner.
Yeah.
And then that Canadian dude, I can't remember the name of.
But I don't know who. Oh, that's who played Leatherface in the deathmatch tournament.
I'm pretty sure it's Corporal Kirshner, but
In
don't
the
quote
one
me.
with,
No, I
like-
don't know.
In the one in Japan, with, like Foley and Funk
Yeah.
and the blowing up
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was that mad. Fair enough.
It was a surprisingly over gimmick. It wasn't like great or anything, but he was really over, and people were like, oh, because he run through the crowd with a chainsaw. Going,
Well, he's back now. I wonder who this was.
I don't think that was. Yeah,
This wasn't Corporal Kirshner.
This was not. Well, he's dead.
Oh, God, yeah, he is.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a must-see horror film.
Right?
The film apparently is really great. Yeah.
well, this film, the new one.
The game.
The film. No, this is the
game's
game.
been- but,
Oh.
but there is a Netflix
Sorry.
did a remake.
They did,
So-
didn't they?
Which
I forgot
actually
all
got
about
decent
that.
reviews. I've not seen it.
Is the original actually good?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Or
There's been
is it-
so many sequels and remakes
It's like
and
one of the
redos.
greatest horror films of all time.
Toby Hooper based an entire career based on that one film.
Yeah.
And that's all he needed, basically. Even like decades later, he's doing films like The Toolbox Murders. It says, from the director of The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in brackets. Yeah, we know it's 30 years ago, but still. Yeah,
I'm
it's
not-
still.
Oh,
that's
there's a
well
lot of
fortunate.
horror movies that are like from the team that brought you.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing he did
not a
decades
big,
ago.
like, I'm not a big horror genre guy. And I know that horror fans, it's almost like wrestling, like they're really into it and
Yeah, they
conventions
really
and
are.
everything. And there's a lot of crossover. I think a lot of wrestling fans are probably
Yeah.
horror fans as well. But this, like, from what I've seen of it, is a bit more what my sort of thing would be, where it's not like supernatural, it's just disturbing backwards.
Yeah,
Deliverance.
psychological.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, okay, yeah.
Real
Not
true
I know it's
story.
not like Deliverance, but
Well, yeah.
Oh, it's a very, very, very loosely based
Yeah,
on a
yeah.
true story. They said this in the example.
Yeah.
Yeah, the video game based on true events. You're like, hang on now.
and now that it's
Someone in Texas owned a chainsaw.
Yeah.
now that it's in wrestling, maybe I should check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dive into some horror.
Was this better
Cool
or
kid.
worse than when RoboCop came along in WCW? And
I'd
saved
say it's
him?
on the same lines.
Really? Oh. I
What
don't
about
think it'll be
Chucky?
remembered as much.
Chucky did one promo. Yeah, Chucky cut a promo on the character, then
Yeah.
left out getting the comeuppance. They're basically the Stephanie McMahon of WCW at that point.
But did Chucky not make an appearance on NXT? Recently?
Yeah, and
Like-
with Braun Breaker.
Chucky
They go,
always-
hey, you
Yeah.
Dynamite, why would you bring this
They
up?
bring Chucky back when it's spin the wheel and make the
Yeah,
it's Halloween
exactly.
happy, yeah.
NXT discovered semi-ironically bringing the things back. Like, look, remember that crap? And you're like, go away.
I think
Leave me alone.
For me, it was just crap because they actually brought Leatherface out and Karen Jarrett
It
running away from a
wasn't-
chainsaw.
I was ready to defend it and go, okay, look, it wasn't the worst thing in the world until Excalibur completely sandbagged this. It's not often he does it, but he's like, I'm not going to use my A voice for this. He goes, well, I did PWG on the weekend. He went, well, it's Leatherface.
Yeah,
And Tony Schiavone was already getting a few jabs in, like, wow, I've never seen anything like this. With that level of cadence. And then Taz, as soon as he over, goes, well, that was something. They knew it was bad. They knew it was a paid thing.
Yeah.
They were like, all right, it's crap. But, yeah.
Paid
Oof.
skits are one thing. Because you can kind of do them, you can hide them in the show.
Yeah.
And like, but when it's a match and it features Jeff Jarrett and Jeff Hardy, two big names, it's like...
Jeff Jarrett, one of the
Jeff
most
Jarrett.
entertaining people
He tried
on
his
TV
best.
right now.
You know, Leatherface got more of a push than Grado, who Jarrett is wrestling at Wembley Stadium,
Are
and
they
they haven't
actually?
announced it
I'm
yet.
worried, I'm worried it's not happening. I'm worried,
Leatherface should have taken the mask
I can't
off.
believe
and
that.
Grado.
Grado, yeah.
That would have redeemed it.
I'm worried,
Grado's Leatherface.
I'm worried that they're not doing it, and Jarrett and Grado's thing was an attempt just off their own back to try and get the
Possibly.
match for Wembley.
I
It
would
feels like
hate
it was,
that.
it was
'Cause they're mates,
We're
aren't
a we're a week away from it.
You've got to do Jarrett Grado.
Devil's Advocate, they were waiting for it because they didn't want to interfere with the hype for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre paid out of it.
Maybe they'll do like a
6 man.
because they've sold enough tickets. They don't need to announce Grado. They can do like Jarrett comes to the ring. No one can beat me, and then
Yeah, maybe. It's a week and a half. Week and a half to go.
Yeah, who knows? With
But when this goes out, it is a week and 2 days. You know, like you'll be, you know.
Get ready to go.
Yeah.
I've got my new.
Yeah,
I've got
you'll
my
be
new.
packing
I've
soon.
got my t-shirts. I've got my new bum bag or fanny pack, as they call
Yeah.
it. I'm all ready to go. No pickpocket is gonna take my belongings. No way. Take that, Cockneys. In my mind, they're all like Fagan's gang.
Despite interference from Penelope Ford, Britt Baker
Penelope.
defeats the Bunny to qualify for the 4-way title match at All In. This was
To get Britt on the show.
Yeah. Is Britt okay?
Yeah,
I swear she used to be like this level, and now she's just kind of down here.
I know.
Is this because other people have come along and got a chance to shine, or is she just
I guess.
needing time off? Or
I think it's just like they've cycled in new people, and like right now we'd be still having Jamie Hayter as champ probably.
Yeah.
Going into the big show.
Britt used to be though a featured part of. You'd always look forward to the Britt Baker segment, whether she was injured, whether she was
Yeah.
champion, whether
Yeah.
whatever, because she'd always be funny or have a good match or do a good promo.
Yeah.
And now she's just
Has she
comes
just
in
been-
as an alright
she's done
match.
everything.
Below
The-
her.
maybe
That she could do a
she's
nice.
a
I
part
mean,
of
that's
the
a good-
show, isn't
yeah.
she? It's weird.
The
Which is
acclaimed,
on.
the acclaimed arrive to face some local boys, but the lights go out. The jobbers are replaced by the House of Black. The acclaimed get beaten down, and the acclaimed take Billy Gunn's boots.
When I wrote "Take Billy Gunn's boots," I nearly clarified that Billy's not there because it sounds like they've just gone to get his boots.
Oh no, they're
his
unlacing his boots.
But no, they've taken the vacant boots of Billy Gunn.
It was. I think this is where like Collision being somewhat separate has actually benefited it more because the fact that House of Black, who have said the only place you can see them is Collision, the fact that they showed up on a random Dynamite to attack the acclaimed actually made that feel a bit more like, oh, what are you doing here? You know, it was I really liked it, but also at the same time I'm worried that
Your boys are going to get battered.
yes, yeah.
But it's good. It'll be a good match probably.
I don't know. Did we discuss it? What we're doing for the big question? Are we discussing it later because I've got a potential match.
Oh, save it.
Save it. Yeah.
Save it too. And then
Oh,
finally,
no, what is the big question? Are we going to do what would you add or what do you think of the card?
What do you think? What do you want on it?
Because last week I think we did what should be on the card.
What do you think?
Next week will be what's the
gonna
best
be
match.
best match?
So this week, I guess we'll do what do you think of the AEW All In card? And what did Seth whisper to Shinsuke?
How's the build been?
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Paid comments incoming. No, it hasn't been good.
It's been rubbish.
Where's Rhea Ripley?
The Young Bucks attack the Guns during their entrance and beat them in the main event because they're heels.
They are heels.
The Guns have the best entrance in AEW.
Although it was very funny seeing Matt Jackson just standing there waiting for the cue to attack them.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Just stood. And then the smoke that was meant to cover him quite clearly disappeared. So he's just standing there, and it's like
Colton
they've done
Gunn.
that.
And Tony Schiavone went, "It's
Boom,
mad."
super kick.
Colton Gunn. Like they're both strapping young men. Colton Gunn's a very sexy man, I think.
Yeah.
Just looking at Matthew for clarification.
Yeah,
Can you confirm that Colton
I
Gunn?
clarify. Yes. I went. Did you check with the gays? Yes.
I didn't want it to come across that
Yeah,
way.
it says here.
I'm just going to Google it just to make sure I'm talking about the right one because they're both good looking.
Do you want to phone a friend? 50-50.
Hello, gay wrestling Twitter.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he is. Why? Well,
Which one?
Oh, I got that.
Taller
All right,
one.
don't even
Taller
that.
one.
With longer
Yeah,
hair.
one that looks like Billy.
Well, they
really,
Is that why you like
really
him?
looks like Billy Gunn. Whereas
They're
Austin,
both- I'd say they're both more handsome than weathered
don't-
old Billy Gunn, you know?
but
He's weathered now.
oh
He used to be.
yeah, was Billy Gunn a handsome man?
Yeah, man.
Let me just check.
Let's check.
With the
That
gays.
one. The one who looks like Ryan from in there.
He looks like him. He looks like Billy Gunn more than. Oh, cool.
Dolph Ziggler looks more like Billy Gunn than both of his sons.
No, come on.
No.
He looks like.
Have you not seen that picture of Ziggler and Billy Gunn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he looks like.
Okay. Anyway, sorry, I had the guns.
Yeah.
Ah, Jane used to attack the Bucks afterwards, but FTR chased them away. Shoo.
We have a member of the office who gets bullied for being handsome, and it's a bit odd. I don't know what to make of
Bullied
it.
for being handsome.
You know Ryan in there,
Guess
right?
who? No.
Let me check gay Twitter. It's Ryan.
So, yeah, I don't know whether he seems fine about it, but like often
Bullied for being handsome.
everyone's always like, "Oh, Ryan,
I
handsome."
want Ryan.
Oh God, is he all right?
Well, it just seems to bounce off him, which is fair
Yeah,
enough.
he's
but,
so used to it.
But I think in One Direction fashion, he doesn't know he's beautiful. Like in the, you know,
Does he light up your world like nobody else?
yeah, the way he flips his hair gets me overwhelmed.
It makes you run to the altar like a
Because
track
now
star.
sometimes I'll come in and like one of the other editors will like, especially Dan, will go like,
Oh, Dan loves him.
"Oh, Ryan, oh," and Ryan's just there, just like, "All right."
Good. Robin.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Bullied's the wrong word. He gets
Abuse.
he gets leered after. Everyone's a bit lecherous around him.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Tormented with how hot he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard to feel sorry for
When he
him.
leaves Cultaholic, it's got some horrible videos gonna be put out. Could damage
No.
our rep.
Oh, right, I see.
I was bullied
You're
for being
gonna
so
like go out
handsome.
there and like after this recording and just look at him and you'll.
You know which one? You know which one he is?
Dan will be staring at him anyway.
Closest to the door, he might be able to hear
My
us.
God, you're
Yeah.
handsome.
He is closest to the door, so he might hear us.
I think everybody who works at Cultaholic is
But he's
handsome.
probably.
Oh,
yeah.
what an answer. Thanks, Gran.
Anyway, FDR do something and no one cares.
They did a stare down.
I tried,
to
but
the
you,
shower machine.
I couldn't,
Yes.
I couldn't finish reading. And then FDR, and you went, you know who's handsome? Ryan. And
It's on his mind.
Yeah.
that was the go home. Oh, it's not the go home segment, is it? No. Beg
No,
your pardon.
not yet.
The penultimate segment.
Nearly. It's feeling like it, but they're still probably going to... I mean, they've released... Did you get that email saying, it's going to be an earlier start now? All
Yeah,
in? Starts at
doors
like
at
5:30 or
3.
something? Yeah, doors are at like 3.
No.
Doors at
When did
3.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I'm glad we've told you.
What?
The pre-show starts at 5.
Matthew turns up at 8. Like, what?
Pre-show's at 5, and MJF actually mentioned it on the show. He was like,
He
make
did,
sure
like,
you're
make
there.
sure you've got a ticket. You're in your seat.
At
you
5
know-
o'clock.
You know what? I heard that, but yeah, but that's American time.
No. That's UK
Because it
time.
won't be American
No,
time, you
no,
dumb
it's
dummy.
gay.
That's BST, the band.
I'm so used to
Yeah.
Americans about time that I just ignore it. But I was like, no, that
That's going to be your time.
they'll announce it in GMT or
It's going to be
BST.
a long.
yeah.
Shouts out
Long
BST, the best of all the time zones, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's good.
Not this
yeah.
again.
Reminds me
Ian
of
Riccaboni.
summertime.
I
messed
know,
it
I
up.
remember this.
Mountain Time.
Yes.
Yeah, Mountain Time. You heard Mountain Time? I nominated it once for the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you did.
America's got East Coast, Central,
Yeah.
Pacific, Mountain Time.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Mountain Time? The fourth one.
Is that like Colorado?
It's like the Arizona, Colorado, like, yeah.
Wow. Because the mountains.
Right.
Concept of time for the Hall of Fame.
You laugh, but he's already tried it.
You will have, yeah. Yeah.
He's a trier. And God loves a trier.
Thank you.
And God loves wrestling.
Hot Ryan,
Need a
trying
wee.
Jack.
Need a wee.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Mailbag.
Just before,
Oh.
Montana Billy will open your wonderful presents next week. Sorry, it's always been either a really busy week or Ross or me
Yeah.
or some one of the presents are for me, Matt. It's for the
You need the
core
original
3.
trio.
We need it. So, but thank you, Montana Billy.
The Trinity.
We'll open your presents hopefully next week.
God, I hope it's not food.
Oh God, I think it's like
Raw steak.
I think there's like pictures of Japanese women in there. It's like some Stardom themed presents, is what I mean. And then there's other stuff as well. It's really, he sent us like a bag each. It's lovely of him.
Bag of
A
photos.
bag of women.
No, it's not all photos.
Question number 1. Hey, lads.
Anyway.
Thanks to Maffew and Jack's Sexy Rex, I've started watching OSW and oh my gosh, I love it. Yay. I was absolutely surprised to learn that they are doing it as a hobby and not for pay.
I think
What?
they've got the Patreon.
No,
and
hang
stuff
on,
like
I've
that.
seen their Patreon. Hang on, whoa.
I've seen their mansion.
I could bait a question regarding OSW, but here is a more applicable question. Post All In, who do you see dethroning MJF or Adam Cole for the AEW title? I am absolutely loving the Better Than You Baby storyline and absolutely hope it continues post All In and or All Out. It's still early, but I think it's the best wrestling storyline going presently. Much love for all that y'all are about. That's from Josh from St. Louis, Missouri, by way of Detroit, Michigan. Thank you very much for you Purple Heart, your love, and all those cars.
Purple Heart?
And
Oh!
No, they gave me it. They weren't in the army. Sorry, they smuggled one. And that's a good question. Who is the next challenger in line to be dealing with them?
And thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Right. Should we do, if MJF keeps the title, who should dethrone him? And then who, if Adam Cole keeps the title, who should dethrone him?
I guess so. Or do we just go with who we think's going to... Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah. Because it could be either.
It could be either. If it's MJF, then...
It will ultimately be Cole.
Then it should ultimately be Cole. If not, then I could see...
Is it who should or who will?
I think if MJF retains Jericho.
Is it who will or who should?
Who do you see?
Who do you want? Use your
Well, no,
heart.
who do you see is surely...
Stop using your brain, use this.
No, who do you see surely the other way around? Who do you see doing it?
Who
Who
do
do
you
you
see- who do you
predict?
think?
Who do you think will?
Who do you think will?
Shut up.
If it's MJF, then it needs to be Adam Cole. He's absolutely ace.
Go on, I'm listening.
I'm going to have to give up on my... Because if this was the heart question, I'd have to go Eddie Kingston for to dethrone MJF.
yes.
Well, now he's perked up.
He's not gonna, though.
But I don't think Eddie Kingston... For some reason, Tony just doesn't see him as the star we all do. So...
He's only got eyes for one star.
Oh, well then it's CM Punk then.
Oh, no.
He's going to be the one to unify the belts. The
I don't
real
think
world
he'll
champion.
Oh, of course, yes.
No,
I agree
no,
with
he-
that.
he-
If
he's not gonna
MJF
give-
keeps the belt, then it's CM Punk.
He can't... What am I saying? Of course he will. If
He
Punk
will.
wants it, he'll be like, yes, there he goes.
Yeah, CM Punk, CM Punk.
In
gonna
my
do it.
office now.
In my office.
Yeah. If it's Adam,
Your TK sounds like Brian Butterfield.
In my office now. He goes, get in my
Tickets
office.
for Wembley Stadium
Get in
available.
my office
Call
right
now.
And then it's the, how are you so great?
Because I'm
Because I'm me. Woof. Big up Rick Mail in the Rick Mail bag. I think it will be Cole ultimately if MJF beats him at Wembley. Or if it's Cole who wins, then we're too far down the line. I don't know if there's a... it'll be a heel and it'll be... Jericho's a good shout. Oh, is that if MJF keeps it, you think?
Yes.
Oh, in what way?
because he's a face now.
Okay. It's been a while. He'd
Yeah.
be the first ever two-time champ. No,
No,
And
Moxley's
he can
3 times.
finish that thing and just get that out the way and go beat Jericho because he didn't in the last time.
Yeah.
Could it
Jericho
be...
beat him, so this is a way of solidifying MJF is a number one dude.
Who else is on the rise currently? Everyone else is tied up and stuff.
That's it. Yeah, it's all.
Miro has got nothing on.
Hobbs.
He sort of does.
Yeah. Malachi. If Cole keeps it, if Cole takes it, I could see Malachi being given a big push to take it.
Okay.
But that feels like it's still way down the line.
Not to sound horribly racist, but I like how you say push.
Push.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot actually. Push. What's Bullet?
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. But what's it?
He said it once in the office with that amount of emphasis, like not very like
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. And then Ross went, Scooby-Doo!
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
All right, laddie.
I can't believe Ross would do that.
Oh, yeah, Girthy. Robin.
Is that his impression of you?
All right.
Oh.
Bonjour, next question from the mailbag. With All In at Wembley approaching fast, tell TK that. I was thinking about how to get some of the British wrestlers from the AEW roster on the card. My thought was that Kip Sabian could come out to cut a promo, complaining about not having a match and issuing an open challenge. This is where I thought it could be answered by a star from the British wrestling scene, such as Robbie X or Rampage Brown. This would be a good way to showcase their talents as well as Kip Sabian's. So a question to you fine fellows is as follows. Which British independent star would you like to see or feel deserves to appear at All In? Thanks to all the content you all make from former Sunderland, Newcastle and current QPR midfielder Jack Colback, a.k.a. Cam from Grimsby. Thank you very much, Jack, for that
Thank
lovely
you.
question. The answer, of course, as we're all going to say at the same time, is Pac.
British independent wrestler.
Great-o.
He's independent, yeah.
What, Pac?
Yeah, wrestles wherever he likes.
I say.
He just chooses to wrestle for AEW.
I think there's one person that's jumping at mind, and it's Leon Slater.
Absolutely.
And if you want a tag team, 0-1.
2-1.
Thank you.
No, I say 0-1, you say 2-1. Man, I had to reason I'm back with a new one.
Oh, knows it.
Well
He's
done.
When I say, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
0-1.
There's more as
2-1.
well. There's more to it
Yeah.
that I don't know.
Let's see
the lyrical
boisterous
dragon.
behaviour.
When
Yeah.
I said that.
I think maybe fun on the
Say
card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mind the lights. What's the lights?
But like,
My favourite tag team currently.
I think as much as I'd love to see some independent talent from the British scene, there doesn't seem to be the space on the card because they're just going for this. They obviously want to pack the card full with AEW's talent, and people are paying to see an AEW roster. So I can see why some people online have gone, maybe, I don't really want to see any independent talent.
It's good you say that, because Watch Wrestle Me, Love Wrestle Me, if we can plug them as well.
Yeah.
That they were saying, why Will Ospreay's going to be have a big match on the show against Jericho. Says you can see Will Ospreay once a month in London, or London area, for about 15 quid.
In a copper box.
Yeah, and I was like, and I went, that's not true, and went and checked. And was, oh no, the people in the Twitch were like, he is. He's way more regular. I thought it was just like a once every few months type deal, but no, he's actually properly.
I feel like when I do my matches of the month podcast, I find myself every week going like, got a Rev Pro match to talk about? It's Ospreay versus like another very good wrestler like Michael Oku or Leon Slater recently.
Yeah, so I think. Right, what you're saying, it'd be nice to have that, but it's like...
Especially when
people... obviously there's great talent, et cetera, but just put them out there going, look, British people, like, yeah, we know where they are.
But I did come up with one idea just to...
That was nice.
So, you know how I said earlier that I had an idea for Miro? I'd like to just Miro to come out, but he's got powers, but pretend that...
It doesn't happen.
Miro comes out and goes like, who you got for me, England? And then Rampage Brown should come out, because Rampage versus Miro is a bit of a little dream match, I think. For people who know who Rampage is, anyway.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think, although I don't know this for certain, that there'd be enough fans at All In who know who Rampage is.
Are big WCPW fans.
Well, maybe.
Might be in the crowd.
And if you don't know who he is, once him and Miro have like battered each other for a bit.
Yeah, once Tony Khan never books him again, then you'll know.
And he's not with NXT UK anymore. Well, obviously, because so he's a free agent again.
But there's what? Who's on the roster then? There's Kip Sabian.
Amir Jordan
Trent
would get a big
Seven,
pop
maybe.
because he's Amir Jordan, and the entrance would just be
incredible.
Yeah.
But on the actual
Let's go through the
AEW
North
roster
here.
Yeah, it's everyone. Gene Money, you should do a run.
Gangrel, UK indie wrestler Gangrel.
Yeah.
Benji, get Benji on there.
Benji. Imagine the landed gentry walking out of Wembley.
They get cheered.
Amazing.
Is that CM Punk? Oh no, it's Benji.
It's Benji.
Shaved his head. His hair's gone.
I wish he does a CM Punk disciple gimmick.
His hair's growing. By the way, I've got him on Facebook.
Quick,
his hair's
right?
growing back fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's mint.
Yes, he is.
Howdy and greetings to my 3 favourite white boys. This is my first time writing in, and I'm very nervous.
Thanks.
Are you also a white boy?
I'll get the mushy stuff out the way. This podcast gets me through long shifts at Walmart. Thank you for keeping me sane. Oh, bless you, pal. A few episodes
Fraser
back,
used to work at Tesco, which is like British Walmart.
It's an equivalent. Yeah.
Jack name dropped the song Golden Brown, Texture Like Sun, by the Stranglers, which caught me off guard for some reason. I'm literally from Texas. Why am I gatekeeping them?
Well, I do declare.
All I need to say was that it's a great song, and I was wondering if y'all knew the meaning behind it. Back in
it's
01, the lead singer Hugh Cornwell said that the song is about 2 things, heroin and women. Not sure why, but the vision of nodding off to this song makes it all the more unsettling. Anyways, I was wondering if y'all had any favorite songs with darker meanings. One that comes to mind is Suffer Little Children by the Smiths, about the very sad Moors I can't say that in
my
Texas.
God.
Moors Murrah back in the
it's about?
60s. Big love from Southeast Texas.
Possibly, yeah.
Fellow white boy Lane E. Yeehaw!
Thank you. Fraser, not to be offensive, but I like the way you say the word push.
Push.
Thank you. Thank you, Lane E.
Thank you, Lane. Which songs do you like that have got a darker meaning? So it's not a wrestling related question, but it's just because of Golden Brown.
Screw wrestling.
I mentioned Golden Brown because it's like my nightmare soundtrack. Like I hate that. It's like
Right.
It's such a creepy little ditty.
unsettling, and it's about heroin and apparently and women as well.
Wow. They'll both do you nothing.
All right, Dad.
I know. That was the oldest
old
dad.
ball and chain.
Hey, bloody, watch out from them women's. She's just a devil woman. I would say Hey Ya by Outkast because it's the happiest song with the most miserable lyrics.
Yeah.
I want to meet your
but like
mama.
breaking
Just
up,
want to
innit?
make you come. So, yeah, it's not about getting on and having a long-term
What
thing. It's
makes
just
love
not.
the exceptions?
Yeah.
Catchy though.
It's catchy as hell. It's not a happy, upbeat song though.
Basket Case is my favorite song.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Dookie before, Green Day and all that. And Basket is all about having like crippling anxiety, but it's all like, do you have that time? Yeah. So
Wild Wild West,
Good
that
one.
film was terrible.
Wild
the
Wild
song
West.
was good.
Look, the film can be as bad as it wants to lose as much money as just so we got that, song out there.
Jim
Wow, wow,
West.
worse.
Desperado, Rough Rider.
You know,
Wild
remember Pumped Up Kicks, which just took over the world for a
That,
while?
yeah.
That's about like a shooting.
Yeah.
All the young boys.
All the other kids with Pumped Up Kicks. Better run, faster than
better
my
run.
bullet. Yeah. Yeah.
But sounds so happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm struggling. Probably Pumped Up Kicked.
I was at a Leeds festival, whatever year that went big, and it was one of the cases where like the tent was rammed, and as soon as they played it, which is a shame because they had a good album back then as well. Yeah, they were more than just a one hit. But,
Yeah.
what are the?
What darkest song? Like it's
Quite a lot of dark songs.
there is a lot of dark. Stagger Lee by Nick Cave. That's
From
It's been a while since
Con
I've
Air.
no
Cave.
Cave. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not a great song, but it's quite dark. But we used to play it sometimes on the radio.
I just got one that put in my head. Steely Dan. Are you wasting away the years?
Dirty Work as well.
I don't want to be
Do your
your
dirty
dirty work no more.
Um,
Yeah, they're good.
Father and Son. I really like that song, but it's not really got darker meaning. It's just a really, really nice song. It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Oh,
Cat Stevens.
Yeah,
Yusuf Stevens.
Yusuf Stevens.
yeah. It's a nice question.
Good question.
Good, thank
More
you.
music
Thank you.
questions.
We hope to make you more miserable next week as well.
Especially-
Thank you, Lane E.
Especially because, well, I mean, actually usually it would be Ross, wouldn't it? But again, it still applies. We've all three of us have very different music tastes.
We do, yeah.
Ross on his Desert Island Graps chose ABBA Gold as his album that he'd take.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God. Half of ABBA's song, I mean, especially like The Winner Takes It All.
Yeah.
Could be a good one.
Mamma Mia.
Considering all divorcing each other or whatever, and do the music videos of each other. I don't want to talk.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac, Rumours? No, they're all true.
Yeah. It's
from Flight of the
Max Single. Truth.
It's from Flight of the Conchords. The band manager, it's Murray, present, and he's like, Flight of the Conchords, they wrote an album, some of the greatest stuff when they weren't getting along. Tusk. And then one of them goes, Rumours? He goes, no, they're all true.
It's good, that. Lord Tense High Diddlers.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah, Lord Tense High. That's
Great,
great.
great podcast so far. You lie, you haven't even listened to it. And I want to start by asking Jack to watch 1917.
1917
1917.
film.
You know, these podcasts are very long.
Even 1917. 1917.
Double.
Towards
double
the
W.
end, you can-
Full stop.
Every week, you can see the exact point where Maffew runs out of energy. I almost thought he was going to say 1,917 films.
Okay.
So there we go. Let's save that one. To watch 1917's review in the Jack on Film section.
Thank you for the
If he hasn't watched
recommendation.
it already.
I've not.
That's supposed to sound like...
Is that the one that's like a
Boy-
giant-
Jack on film.
Thank you.
Is that the one that's going to be in like one shot?
It's all in one. Well, yeah. Yeah. But it's very well done. Very well done.
Well,
Great film.
I enjoyed last year's All Quiet on the Western Front remake. So,
I've not seen it, but
I've read the book.
I've heard it's good.
well, they did
Wow,
they
it's
did
not often you get to say that, isn't it? Like, what a good feeling that is. Read the book.
They did a remake last year, and it got it like did really well at the BAFTAs, but not at the
Yeah.
Oscars. No, I think it might have done all
It's
right.
on Netflix. Netflix
Yeah,
produced.
I wasn't in the mood to watch it because it was just like, oh, the harrowing tale of anti-war. I'm like, there's a real war going on, Russia and Ukraine. I don't want to watch this.
It was it wasn't like a happy watch.
No, it's not known for its comedic elements. The All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah.
1970 great.
Okay.
Really good.
It's my personal favourite. I want to hear your thoughts. See Maffew's pride of Jack's growth in film knowledge. It's true. I'm very proud of Jack's growth.
Thank you.
And subsequently watch Ross somehow find out yet another piece of Star Wars lore that everyone else knows about. Like how R2-D2 holds the conscience of Qui-Gon Jinn, which is why he's always so keen on helping Obi-Wan.
And when I read this, I went, "Oh my god!" And Fraser went, "I don't think that's real." I was like, "Oh right, okay."
Yeah.
But it would be really effective if Ross was here. So can you just repeat that bit next week?
Keep that, yeah.
Just
Ross isn't going to know what that means.
no, but then he'll be. Wait, what?
No,
'Cause he'll
I
know.
don't think
He'll
he
No,
will.
I
know.
don't think he'll know.
No, I
No, he
think that
won't.
just
He'll
won't
know-
make sense
He
to
won't
him.
know Qui-Gon.
You'll know R2.
Oh no, he's only seen.
Yeah.
No, he's only seen that one.
No, have you
The
seen
first
that bit,
one.
Ross, where Han Solo reveals he's actually a robot? That'd be more something to get him. Anyway, the real meat of my message is to talk about a topic that has always interested me, which is different wrestling styles. I think it's so amazing how professional
Oh,
wrestling
I had to
can...
cut out a little. Sorry about whoever. I can't remember the name of the person who wrote. Sorry about that. I had to cut down a bit of
Tensai.
the message. I've just wasted the time that would have been taken up reading the full message, explaining that I've edited the message is still there.
Yep. The heart. Go.
If you notice a sentence or two missing, sorry.
edited it.
Sorry.
I think Jack is mint. Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, wow. And handsome.
Yeah. Hey,
Not
so
as
amazing.
handsome as Ryan.
No.
Quite true.
Professional wrestling can tell. I think it's amazing how professional wrestling can tell a story in so many different ways. It's always a treat for us fans to see the different combinations of spots and techniques due to these wrestling styles. In my mind, there's two ways of looking at it: visually and culturally. Did someone fall off the chair? Then?
Somebody's
That's why we all looked there. Sorry. Sometimes
fell.
matches, wrestlers, and styles can be categorized by how their combat looks, like high flying or striking. When I was an early wrestling fan, one of the pros of the Cruiserweight Classic was highlighting the visual style of each participant.
That was a highlight.
I agree. Sometimes they're defined by where it comes from, like Mexican Lucha Libre or Japanese Strong Style, which is something I learned a lot about via the WCPW, PWWC,
Pro Wrestling World Cup.
which honestly to this day is probably my favorite wrestling tournament.
It was. I mean, to be fair, we had a lot of talented wrestlers. there.
So my question to you boys is quite open-ended. What wrestling styles do you appreciate and connect with most as a fan? This could be what's most exciting for you to watch, what you grew up watching even, what's most prominent where you're from, what style your favorite wrestler wrestles, what styles... All right. Have fun nerding out with... What? Have fun nerding out with this one, fellas. Pleasure watching everything Cultaholic and appreciate the entertainment you consistently provide. Much love and God bless. Sincerely, Waluigi from Mario Super Strikers.
A fantastic
Well
spin on
done.
the. Yeah.
A.K.A. Josh from Long Island, New York.
Thank you, Josh.
You know why he's picked Waluigi?
From Long
It's 'cause
Island?
he does the DX taunt in the
does
game.
he?
Yeah, he's a good lad, that lad. Yeah, sorry, I skimmed through that. I think we're just getting to the point. I also put, you said, have fun nerding out. And in my head, I thought, you being a Star Wars fan, have fun nerf herding. Who's a scruffy nerf herder?
This is
Never
a bit
mind.
beyond my.
Ross would have got it.
Is this like extended universe stuff?
No.
No.
No, in A New Hope.
Princess Leia says, look at you scruffy looking nerf herder. And I was like, hey, you scruffy looking.
Yeah.
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 Back in the day when like every line
Is
of
this when
Star
they
Wars
rescue him and they
became a thing.
burst in?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hey.
I'm
So,
walking here.
favorite wrestler.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, I'm flying a
Wrestling-
Millennium Falcon here.
Wrestling
He's from Ohio.
Wrestling styles. Favorite wrestling Harry Styles.
I really appreciate watching the World of Sport styles that I get to see. Not just because Wrestle Me, second plug, get to talk about how great some of these oldies are and what they're doing and the human game of chess,
I think
stuff
they
like
just
that.
did a big thing on Les Kellett recently.
Oh, they did 2-part on Les Kellett and how insane he was, which is amazing. Gold Belt, which I recommend you watch because he's just the hammiest dude ever, but it's amazing. And Alex Wright's dad, is it Chris Wright?
Okay.
Mr. Wright to his friends, I guess. And yeah, that I appreciate and like to see more
Was he
of.
the first
And
high flyer with his brother? The Wright brothers.
And I like seeing new styles. I think one of the things of modern day WWE and AEW is because they sign so many independent wrestlers that their styles can
Yes.
quite blend together. And you're like, oh, I like it being different. I like the variety, the buffet of wrestling.
I like when they let them do that more than... Because WWE are trying to make everyone a bit more uniform in the Performance Center, aren't they?
Of course.
Yeah.
But then, oddly, when they get to the main roster, Triple H sometimes is just tempted to like, let's let Gunther have a Gunther match and just go for
Right.
it. And that's always when it's most exciting, when they can do their own styles. So yeah.
I guess that's, it allows them to work with everyone, though. If they know the WWE style, then they can go, right, well, tonight you're having one of your matches. It makes them stand out a little bit more. I think currently for me, the favorite style is that Gunther style where it's quite hard-hitting, quite a brutal.
That's the cool style of it, isn't it? It's a good one.
It's the most entertaining for me right now. Generally, though, throughout growing up and watching wrestling, it was high-flying. Just anything quick, flippy. In the indie style, the NXT had for quite a while. The
You
black
did
and gold.
earlier say that you do want the Young Bucks to be FTR.
I do, but mostly because I think I don't know. I think the tails are stuck on FTR.
That's incorrect. I think my favorite style recently has been that FTR strategic tag team throwback style because it's like the old school. It's like the Midnight Express, but updated with modern ability and moves and speed. And they've done it with multiple teams now, and they've proven that like they can get the best out of any. Like the DIY stuff was amazing, the Briscoe stuff was amazing, the Bullet Club Gold stuff was amazing as well recently.
When they beat FTR on Wembley, it's going to be amazing.
It's not going to be amazing. And so that's probably been my favorite style recently. But North Thunderstruck reminded me that wrestling's at its best when it has a mixture of all these styles on the card, because Thunderstruck did a really good job of, and I know we've raved about Thunderstruck a lot, but it was a really good show.
Great show.
And it wasn't just because we were there and because we know people who work there, like Fraser. But halfway through, like the intermission sort of time, I passed Bowers, the main
promoter.
man, owner, promoter,
Mr. NCL.
Booker.
Yeah.
And I passed him, and he and we didn't have a long conversation because he had a headset on. He was like, oh, as Fraser was for much of the show as well, just running around going, oh. And I went, the match order's really going well. And he went, like he said, I've taken so long thinking about the match order, and it paid off.
Oh, was so good
because it blended all in, and it wasn't too much of one thing. Like there was tag matches, singles matches, there was comedy, there was hard hitting stuff, there was a death match or like a hardcore match with Janela and Clint Margera. And then there was the big dramatic main event, and it was just all.
You had the super, like I don't want to say super indie, but you had the sort of chaotic multi-man match.
Yeah.
With I like the term super indie.
Yeah. Therese and G Money, and you had like all kinds of different styles in one match there.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of GC dub. They're not American indies, but I haven't watched barely any compared to what you used to because a lot of their styles are merging together, so it's similar. But I will try and watch Lucha when I can, which sucks because AAA's not been great this year.
Has it not?
People are like, oh, you must be excited because you're watching radio, dude. I'm like, no, the shows are just like dull, like and just there. When QT Marshall is outclassing many of the people there, it's like. Right.
Are they still doing that thing in Mexican wrestling a lot where the corrupt ref is a big trope that always rears its head?
That's never leaving.
Is it not ever left?
Yeah, it's part of the heritage.
It's quite annoying.
Is wrestling styles, distinct wrestling styles, though, disappearing a little bit? Because you kind of have, like...
It's a good argument.
You do have
we're losing recipes if everyone wrestles the same. Yeah.
Because they are, every wrestler's kind of doing multiple styles. Like, if you look at Danielson, for example, he can do the technical stuff if he's wanting to, or he can do like a more hard-hitting, more Japanese style with the strong style stuff. Like, most wrestlers need to be able to have a few. They can't just be like, I mean, I guess the exceptions maybe Zack Sabre Jr., who, like, his thing is how technical
but he's a really good striker as well. He's a good striker. Yeah. It's
or
interesting.
Like, Cody Rhodes can do the old throwback style, but you can also do some of the more high-flying sort of jumps, the dives and stuff. And
he keeps it seldom, though. So it's like,
so it's more like, oh, you can bust it out. So
he did a thing recently where someone was, who was it? I think it was an interview with Sean Ross Sapp, where he'd gone like, you've got quite a few moves now that refer to things. So you've got like obviously your dad's bionic elbow and all that, but you've also got the cutter and you've got all this sort of stuff. And Cody went, yeah, if I've wrestled you more than 5 times, I can steal your moves. That's just my rule. So
I also like the fact that he still uses the Alabama Slammer in tribute to Hardcore Holly.
Yeah, his first tag partner.
Yep.
All right.
In fact, Cody beat himself to win the tag belts because he was.
That is actually right, yes.
Yeah, in the match, it's Ted DiBiase Jr. and Cody Rhodes beat Cody Rhodes and Hardcore Holly.
That's how that happened, yes.
It's a crazy match.
Shocking, you don't see that anymore.
I woke up
anyway, Piper Niven's the new NXT Women's Tag Team Champion.
Well, it was a good...
it's a great discussion.
Yeah.
You know what I used to like as a kid, though? Just big fat dudes.
In wrestling, or...?
Oh, yeah, in wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And that was all the questions this week. Wow.
It was a good mailbag.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It was a big mailbag. I had to choose like 4 because it was so sorry if you didn't get in, but there was so many questions.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of good ones this week.
Try again next week.
Try again.
If you tried to send in a question this week, mailbag@cultaholic.com. Reese's Pieces. Howdy diddly do, diddlerinos.
Okay. Finally,
It recently occurred to me that if the Mega Powers had a child together, you get a wrestler who combined the backstage politicking of Hogan with the rampant paranoia of Savage, and he'd currently be working on Collision.
Oh.
I like that. So that's my question. Which wrestler do you think would be the offspring of these tag teams? Okay, fastest thought first.
This is going to be interesting.
It's going to suck. The Rock and Sock Connection.
A bit. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's kind of good on the mic and looks like a bum. Yeah. In a nice way.
He's more mixture. He's more a mixture of Kane and Mankind.
Not a V1 kind of way.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Kane.
Can I change it to? Can I change my answer to Willie Mack?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm saying Willie Mack.
I missed it.
The New Age Outlaws.
Ooh.
Can talk really well.
Who's a big road dog?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh man.
LA Knight.
Oh, okay.
The Acclaimed.
Okay.
Just in general.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm struggling a lot. I'm really struggling. Von Wagner. No.
Yeah. Jericho.
Jericho would be Sid.
Just
Just physically, it'd be Sid.
Von Wagner.
Oh. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would be Von Wagner.
It's got the hair of Jericho. Height of Big Show.
Drink it in, man. The hair.
Gunther. The British Bulldogs. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Damn, I can't.
Who would be the son of...
Damien.
Nigel McGuinness. Technical and big.
Oh, okay.
AJ Styles, he's a pit bull.
Okay.
I don't know. Liam Slater, he's very good.
Okay.
The Hart Foundation.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Jim screwed me. You all screwed me.
The Hart Foundation. Who's a technical powerhouse?
Dax Harwood.
Who's the best wrestler in the world and who throws TV monitors at people backstage?
Oh, my God.
Damn, Jericho.
Jericho.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Jericho. That works.
Booker T and Goldust.
Booker T and Goldust. Who's insane and insane?
Oh, Kevin Owens.
Oh, Kevin Owens. Okay.
Can do funny, can do serious,
Okay, yeah, he can, yeah.
can dance.
Okay, he can wrestle, he can sing. Joe Hendry.
That's
No, that's a good answer.
Yeah, what? Who's funny and that's also a bit strange. It's just really tough. I'm going to steal one of yours. Yeah, Joe Hendry's good.
Gene
shout.
Money.
Gene Money, there we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Yeah.
Edge and Christian.
Edge and Christian. Ooh. Oh, man, this is hard.
This is so tough.
The tall one from 3.0.
Oh, no. If you just combine both of them, if one ate the other, I'm going to say Test.
Character-wise, heel Jack Perry, I think, could be...
Oh, it's a compliment.
yeah, it is, yeah.
The Thrill Seekers. The other one from the 3.0.
Oh,
Jericho,
no, MJF.
Jericho and Storm. I'll go
Edge and
for
Jericho. Edge and Christian.
Bret Hart. He's tried to emulate them and he's nearly got there.
Who's this one?
Trying to annoy Maffew. Thrill Seekers, Lance Storm and Jericho.
Lance Storm and Jericho.
I've said, like, Bret, who's nearly as good as either of them, but not quite.
Danielson.
Very good.
Team Hell No.
Abyss.
Sonny, great submission wrestler, dodgy political views. Well, that just narrows it down for wrestlers, doesn't it? No, it's Chris Jericho's wife.
Team Hell No. This is really hard.
Flip Gordon.
Submission wrestler Flip Gordon.
Blue K.
Nice.
That's a cheap pick.
Yokozuna and Owen Hart.
Oh, man. Right. I can do this. Come on. Earthquake. Oh, I don't know what I've done. Earthquake. There we go.
Otis.
Oh, Keith Lee, because he's big and he's got banter.
Yeah.
Big Bants.
Big Bants, Keith Lee. Yeah.
The Big Bants lad.
Big Band's Baron Corbin.
I heard Rampage Brown do a knock-knock joke once.
I think next to Yokozuna, Keith Lee wouldn't look as big. Like.
Head Cheese. Al Snow and Steve Blackman.
God.
Oh, God.
God.
The most exciting wrestler of all time.
Yeah. I mean, Raven. What am I doing? I've just chosen one of their contemporaries.
Who's a really dull wrestler nowadays? There's not many of them.
I've got one for this. Do you know Doki in New Japan?
No.
Doki from New Japan.
Oh, okay.
Duke Hudson before he got interesting.
Okay.
Oh, bollocks, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think, is there any dull wrestlers?
Before he became delightful.
There's not many wrestlers I'd call boring.
No.
In the main
They've
roster.
all got good characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any? Hi, I'm Father Stone.
Madcap Moss, but it's not his fault.
He's just Moss now, isn't he?
Madcap Moss, perfect. Thank you, mate. Stone Cold and Dude Love.
Oh, God. That would be the rambunctious Jackie Orlando. Because that's like Jack Atkins' Dude Love, and he's got a shaven head currently.
Stone Cold and Dude. Yeah, this is too hard. Reese's Pieces. Good for sending this
It's a
one.
good
in.
Reese's
It's a really
Pieces,
good.
but it's hard.
It's really really tough.
Who's quirky and a skinhead?
And a badass.
Aye.
Yeah, Kenny Omega's a badass and he loves dudes.
Oh, that's a really good shout. Kota Ibushi.
There's one dude.
Well, yeah, you're right. Well, Dude Love, not Dudes Love.
I'll go Kota.
That's
Okay.
right, that makes sense. Thanks again. Hope you guys have fun when you come visit my beautiful home city of London. For All In.
Oh my word.
And don't just grumble about how you wouldn't want to live here. Too late. All the best, former Crystal Palace goalkeeper Perry Suckling, a.k.a.
Perry Suckling.
a.k.a. Eddie Edwards, moderately funny man. Available to tell jokes any place, anytime. Twitter. Romulan Ale, I remember ye. How you doing, pal?
Thank you, Eddie Edwards, former
Like
Ring
the
of
Star
Honor,
Trek Deep Space Nine reference. I
former
remember ye.
Ring of Honor
You're a
World
good lad.
Champion and current Impact Wrestling star. Eddie Edwards.
Gold
Boston Knee Party.
Cat did nothing wrong. Thank you very much, Eddie Edwards. If you have another Reese's Pieces, please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely podcast. Just before I get the big question, big shout outs, big shout outs to Reno2200
He's from the feature.
and Noah Anderson. Still funny. Thank you
We
very
should
much.
get a mic for you for that bit. Build one so you bring it down. Yeah.
Bit of
There
mime
we go.
acting.
You didn't
Anderson.
mime. You seem like you could. Oh, look
Go
at
and
that. That
give
was
us some.
great
some
for a
mime, is it?
podcast.
Yeah. And now Matthew
That
mimes.
was pretty good, though. The glass, it looked like there was.
Oh, I've done that because is it Monsters Inc. 1 or 2?
Yeah.
Was it yeah?
Oh my God.
Oh no, Matthew. The highlight of the podcast was Matthew. It's miming time, and he mimed everywhere. All right, enough of that. It's getting too dangerous. Health and safety.
Mr. Mime is a weird Pokemon,
It's a
by the
weird
way.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
And hits on Ash's mum.
No, he doesn't. I hate that.
Yeah, he
thing.
does.
That bit of
you seen-
fan.
He's
theory.
Mr. Dad.
No, he's not. Ash's dad's not Mr. Mime.
Mr.
So the big question is,
Mr.
Is Mr. Mime.
He's
did
like a-
Mr. Mime diddle Ash's mum?
He's like a housekeeper.
Go all in.
He's like a. Did he go AEW All In on Ash's?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
to get the
yeah,
keywords.
Keywords in there.
No, unfortunately, the big question is not that. It's
Oh.
is AEW All In an underwhelming? Will AEW
Is AEW All In?
an underwhelming card?
An under.
Oh.
Is it? That's the big question.
So
It's the most comment teasing
I
title
know, it
we've
is.
probably ever had. But on the other hand,
it is what everyone's talking about.
it is what everyone's talking about. It's and often you see a event sell 80,000 tickets plus, get people talking, world records, blah blah blah, and the card hasn't been fully announced yet.
No, Mr. Mime.
Do you think they sold out? They sold out a lot of tickets very, very early. Tickets went on sale in what? May? Time?
Yeah.
Do you think they sold that many tickets and went, it doesn't really matter what we put on it?
I hope not.
It's a big dick flex for a million. The son of a billionaire, whatever he is, to go. Wow, we sold 80,000 tickets without announcing a damn thing.
Yeah.
And then now it's like people are like, okay.
Now you've got to back it up. You've got to prove that you can actually. There's a reason you sold those tickets.
Yeah, do you want to do this again next year?
That's the
if
problem,
so,
If he does it again, and it feels like they need to move it away from All Out. That seems to have been the biggest thing.
there's a pay-per-view. For people who don't know or pay attention to these things, all three of you, AEW are hosting All Out a week later.
Literally 1 week
Is it
later.
a week later?
It's a 1
A
week later.
week
so
later.
Oh, it's
it's
so busy.
a week on a week on Sunday is All
When's
In.
payback? The week after.
The
that?
day before All Out.
Oh,
I know, Jack. I'm
my
sorry.
week's been ruined.
wrestling.
I was planning to book some time off.
Jack, no. You
Wrestling,
are working
wrestling.
next Sunday, and then you're working the following Saturday night and Sunday
mate.
night. It's like a WrestleMania two-nighter.
I've got 2 cats at home.
Not anymore. They've
Sell
left
'em.
you.
Not anymore.
They've left you.
It's alright. They're not
It's-
really mine. They're more my girlfriend's cats.
Yeah, but they
anyway.
love you just as much.
They love
Not
her
anymore.
way more,
Okay.
unfortunately. It's because I'm never there.
You're never there because work is
of
wrestling.
Absent dad.
It is a bit strange that there's a pay-per-view on the following week, and they seemed no matches they've been announced for that one either.
Yeah.
And that's 2 weeks away. So if it was just a show 2 weeks away, we'd be going, what are they doing? Like it's one of their biggest shows of the year.
It's tough for any booker in history, any company to do something like that and make it work. And you're like, oh, so wait a minute. The first one's going to be the important one, right? It feels like Anakin Skywalker meme, right? No, but they haven't booked anything for All Out. Or they've pushed some sort of hype some
only
stuff,
thing they've
obviously,
got
for All Out, but
is
nothing's been-
Luchasaurus Darby Allin for the TNT title
Yeah.
at All Out.
Yeah.
That's the only match confirmed for that show. But for All In,
Well, Hobbs is probably going to be at All Out as well.
probably All Out. But All In, it's like it's just like a road to or a precursor, like a prologue.
The Sunday Night Heat is bigger than the pay-per-view.
I think this week's Dynamite changes slightly with the addition of Ospreay Jericho. That's like a big pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Even though it might be a weird match because I don't think it plays to either guy's strengths.
It's not the dream match that everyone went, they're doing Wembley, right, Ospreay Omega.
But it'll give Ospreay a big win, presumably.
You would assume so to go into... I would imagine New Japan.
New Japan are never going to let him lose that,
No.
surely. No.
And then
No.
Yeah, Ospreay has to. Yeah, you're right. Like,
Ospreay's kind of got to win.
Do you think he'll win by cheating, though?
also, it's
Hit you with the bat, hit you with the
With
bat.
Don Callis.
just to interrupt. It's heel Ospreay
But it's
in London.
face Jericho. Everyone will sing Judas.
Yeah, that's his victory. Fozzy gets to
That's
play
the real
at
win,
80,000 people.
Yeah.
He gets, we're going to sing it live! And it's the whole Fozzy band just out on stage.
That is what's going to
Yeah, Fozzy's going to play them at the ring. Because he's now a face, so people will be like, oh, it's Fozzy.
And we're singing the Ospreay song. Ospreay.
So Ospreay has tweeted out the lyrics to his song.
Yeah.
So people sing along.
So make sure you learn them.
Elevated, elevate me to the sky.
Whoa, we're so elevated. It's gonna be.
It will be that. It will be that.
Yeah. It's kind of underwhelming. Although they've sold 80,000 tickets, they need to sell about 5,000 more to sell out.
So as a general sort of counter argument to the
Yes.
and I do think the card is slightly underwhelming given that it's the biggest show ever in the
History of the company.
in the history of the UK,
And,
but it should and I do think Tony's made a misstep with all these multi-person matches and the lack of a storyline for a lot of them, like the women's title match and stuff. But as Maffew was saying earlier on, as an occasion and as a spectacle, I think we'll still look back on it and be like, it was worthwhile.
Oh, 100%.
I don't think the weekend will let me down, but the show might. That sounds so weird, but it's true.
Yeah, if you focus purely on the show, then.
But the fans, we'll make
fans
it.
in
You
attendance.
will make it,
I refuse
guys.
to have a bad time at this
yeah.
event.
But the
Yeah.
fans
That's
in
it. I'm not
attendance
going to beat me.
will love it. It's the at-home audience.
The Fan Fest, which they still haven't announced who was appearing at.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which
It's-
other people are like, it is a week and a bit away.
But what hypothetically, like, what match? Obviously, Omega Ospreay would be one of mine. What match would make it feel bigger? Like,
Simon Miller, guest ref.
Probably Rhea Ripley versus CM Punk for the thumbnail.
Rhea Ripley,
Rhea Ripley
CM
being there.
Punk.
Probably.
Like,
I mean,
what
the
would
one
make you
the one I
whelmed?
was secretly
make you
hoping
whelmed?
for was, especially when they were starting to tease FTR on the Bucks. I was like, oh, they're gonna do Punk and Omega. It's gonna happen. And obviously, it hasn't happened. I'm like, okay.
I
This
don't
was
think it's
before-
gonna
This was
happen.
before this
Yeah.
week with all the.
I feel like watching in real time when people are like, oh, we're going to get Brett versus Hogan at the next pay-per-view. It has to happen.
Yeah.
And it never really probably
never will.
happened. It's, I don't, if you're going to be betting on that, you're going to be waiting a long time for a payoff.
I think that there'll be one of the best things they could do to enhance the card. Honestly, would be Jarrett and Grado just to get the crowd on side. Like, they'd love that. Although I don't want to be following that though.
Ospreay versus Grado.
Oh my god, two massively different schools of British wrestling.
That'd be great.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, a bit ridiculous.
No, it'd
Ospreay
be
can't
class.
keep up with Grado.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre Deathmatch.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be certainly a fun show.
If that was a match though, Grado's comeback would be electrifying. Ospreay spent ages beating him down. You're crap. Grado starts doing all his Dusty Rhodes stuff. Oh,
I was just doing flip bumps from that.
it would be amazing.
And wins. Guess who becomes the IWGP UK champion.
Oh my God, Wrestling got a huge amount of defender. Yes.
Goes to Tokyo Dome.
All right, Tanahashi pal.
Japanese
How is your
commentator.
sale?
You're a dafty.
Japanese announcing explained this is the most prestigious, most athletic wrestler of all the UK.
Him versus Toru Yano.
Oh, please.
Just
From the top end of Bob Sapu. No.
Oh,
the Sapu end of. It doesn't matter.
oh, he tried it again. 2 strikes.
Bob
I want to hide behind the
Sapporo.
mic. Oh, Sapporo. Yeah, fair enough.
Sapporo.
New beginning in.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward I am looking forward to the road to All Out.
On a scale of
Yeah.
hyped, whelmed, and underwhelmed, where are you?
For the weekend, I'm really hyped.
You're hyped.
I'm excited
Will
to
TK be there? 'Cause
Yeah.
you know what fans are
absolutely
like?
will be.
Do you think if... Yeah, I'm thinking if they show him in the thing.
Sack the board. Sack the board.
And he's there like...
Are you watching Vince McMahon?
Ah, no. That's...
And it'll be the novelty of being able to drink in Wembley because you can't drink at the football in view of the pitch.
yeah.
Everyone's going to be steaming.
No, they're not. They're going to see the prices and they'll drink beforehand.
Yeah, true.
Still, they'll see the prices and not drink before.
Oh, God, yeah, I'm going to be teetotal the
London.
entire weekend.
So
We drunk on ham sandwiches.
you're hyped for it.
I'm hyped for the
What would you
weekend.
say? You hyped?
For the show, I can't lie, I am a little bit disappointed in the makeup of the card. Not the talent of the people involved,
Yeah.
but the putting together the matches. I'm like, there is a lot of multi-man stuff. And yeah.
I'm hyped because the amount of people that are messaging me going, hey, Maffew, you could be around? Can I say hello? And I'm like, no, peasant. And I'm like, of course, yes. But it's like, where will you be? I'm like, oh, God, I don't know.
Wembley.
That's the hard bit, isn't it? Just
Yeah.
like, just whatever.
I'm around.
It's going to be
Yeah.
like,
London's big.
mad.
Well, you've not organised anything. No, I don't know Wembley that much. And
Yeah.
I think
I
that
kind of just like thought, look, I've got a lot
I'll
of stuff
probably see
happening
you
right
at
now.
one point from a distance and go, and that'll be our
Is that
interaction
Maffew?
with
Is
us.
that across Wembley? Is that?
Not in the stadium.
Is it? She's surrounded by wrestlers, being like, "Oh, it's Maffew."
Oh, I know him. Oh, no, he's been beaten down on the pretender. Yeah.
Is that Tarzan Eddie Kingston beating him down?
You'll like appear
Brooklyn.
You'll appear on the video screen, and it'll be like Maffew,
wait.
Botchamania. And it's like
The production guys definitely like it. I know that because I told them. So it's funny to be like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
yeah.
Correct you there for your own protection. Eddie's from Yonkers, so there you go. Don't
Yonkers,
yeah,
Brooklyn. Yonkers, Brooklyn.
Yonkers-
Rabbit season, duck season.
Yonkers is a funny name for a place, isn't it?
Yonkers.
Yonkers. What?
Yonkers.
It's probably a horrible rough place.
Yonkers.
Yonkers. Some people think I'm Yonkers.
But I just think I'm free.
It's also the name of that
We're so
Tyler-
happy because we're going to watch AEW at Wembley.
It's also the name of that
Hey.
Tyler the Creator song. Right. Okay.
So, you know what?
hyped,
We're gonna have a great-
hyped, We're whelmed.
We're staying hype. We're
hyped.
staying whelmed.
Joel, you hyped?
I'm whelmed.
You're whelmed.
Whelmed.
You're whelmed. Yeah. We're gonna have a fun time watching it. It's gonna be really fun watching it. Even the bad AEW pay-per-views have been fun.
I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of London. Train strikes.
No, they're not on the days that you're traveling.
I know it was just you ruined.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Damn
you're
it.
gonna be stuck in London.
Train strikes.
Pod
Gonna
fade
stop.
and you.
Oh, I'm really
Train
sorry,
strikes.
Jack.
Jelly deals.
Yeah.
Everything being more expensive.
I'm in my mind.
Everyone sounds like Bob Hoskins.
in
It's
my
going to be
mind,
mint.
Wembley Way is going to look like the scene in Ben Knobs and Broomsticks where they sing Portobello Road. And all the merch vendors are like,
Street where the pictures of ages unfold. I gotta hope it's exactly like that.
do you know how mad that film is? At one point, the skeptical older child who doesn't believe in magic
Yeah.
gets turned into a rabbit by the witch and still is like, I'm not sure about this magic
Yeah,
stuff. I
it's-
don't really
It's a great film.
It's
It was
amazing.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
as a
Football
kid.
match.
Underrated.
Yeah.
No one talks about it.
Fantastic.
It's like Mary Poppins
My
did
dad
better.
always-
Like,
Ben Knobs and
whatever.
My dad always howls for some reason at the bit where he's sleeping at the train station and then there's the German soldiers and he wakes up and knocks one of them out. Like, my dad always finds that hilarious. Like,
At the very,
I don't
I
know
didn't
why.
realize, like, at the very, 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 very start of the film, it's like, I say, good sir, I'm trying to get to wherever he's going, Waverley Station. And he goes, I can't tell you because you may be a nosy. He says it a really weird way. He says it in a really weird, like, really.
Norseman?
Nosy. And he says, but I'm not a nosy, you idiot. I'm trying to get home. That's what you said if you was a nosy. He's just blacking out all the signs so obviously people in Vegas
Yeah.
don't get there.
and it was that enchanted like army of suits of armor
Suits
that
of armour,
actually
that's-
won the
yeah.
war.
Oh,
Yeah.
through the
So,
core.
statue, she every locomotion.
Decorum. Oh, I used to know this box. No, it's gone.
Draguna,
Decorum.
Dracorum, Sages,
Yeah. Oh, so I just said it.
Billy Gunn's boots.
Oh my god, what happened?
What a film. What a film.
That's what we
Gets
want.
the crowd singing the song.
Red
and
Knobs
Billy
and
Gunn's
Broomsticks
boots.
match.
Yeah. You remember where he's juggling and then it falls in the soup
House
and
of
it hits
Black's
him in the-
magic. So
Yeah,
it
they
could
are.
happen.
Madam, I made them up, but they work for me. They work for you.
Oh, what a film.
How's it so cheap to live here? I'll show
Oh my
you.
God.
Unexplained bomb.
And it's Angela Lansbury as well.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Angela Lansbury did the thing.
Viola
Knobs and
Davis, my
Broomsticks.
woman king. Have you not seen the...
Angela
Oh,
Bassett
you
did
must
the
have
thing.
seen Angela Bassett did the thing.
Viola Davis,
My woman king.
What are you singing?
Blanchett Kate, you're a genius. And
It's just Fall Out Boy's
Jamie
cover up.
Lee,
We didn't start the
you're-
fire.
it was during the build-up to the Oscars, and there was this song
Oh, no,
with
well,
all of
yeah, we're
the
topping
all
up.
of the best actress and supporting actress nominees got a shout out, but it was in hilariously weird fashion. And every time she shouted one of them out, it would pan to like one of them in the crowd looking like, what?
Like, it's like they're not aware of it.
Dame
It's-
Edna, I'm so fond. Anna girl, you were great in Blonde. Oh.
It's great. Great video. Go and check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it is, go look for it.
Yeah.
Because you know what?
Did the thing.
Viola Davis, my,
My
woman
woman
king.
Angela Bassett did not win after that.
It's not like the B-52s
She
when you
didn't
sing
do the
together.
On the side of the road. Love Shack. Oh, it's all come full circle.
There
Wow.
you go. Done.
Love Shack is a little place where we get together, but it's shut now because it's the end of the podcast.
Oh, it is.
Jack, what have you got for us until next week?
Match of the month is out. It's my pinned tweet. We looked at all the matches from July. It was a very stacked week, and I think August will probably be the same because there's been the end of the G1. There's going to be All In. There was SummerSlam as well, although it's debatable whether any of those matches were matches of the month. There's going to be a weirdest episode going out on Sunday. It's been delayed, unfortunately, but CM Punk decided to make the whole fortnight about himself, so all the content's been geared towards that.
Selfish bastard.
But weirdest episodes, the one I've been teasing for about a month now, will be out on Sunday, I believe.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And there'll be pitches in that next week for
Oh, next is
Hooray,
busy. Busy.
Wembley's a pitch.
I've got worst shows ever. You can watch that one. SummerSlam 1996. That was
Yeah. I was,
yeah.
Nah.
It's not that great. So that's on the channel now. Also on the podcast feed, I did a Desert Island Graps last week. I hosted one. It was with WWE and Kind of Funny's Greg Miller, who recently got attacked by Jeff Jarrett and is now in a feud with him. So it's the Forbidden Door is Greg Miller. So I got to interview him, which was really cool. He was one of the people that got me into journalism. So it was a nice moment. I've been
Did you
watching
tell
him.
him that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've been watching his stuff since
You
I was
dropped that giant bomb on him?
9 years old. So
That's
it was cool.
mad. And the
lovely,
only
man.
hero I knew that you had before that was Mark from The Room. So it's nice to hear that.
I've done two Desert Island Graps, and they're both with people called Greg.
Yeah, Greg Sestero. He did the Desert Island Graps with Greg Sestero.
Greg Sestero.
Check them out.
Check them both out. Now. Go and listen. Now.
Hold on.
Fantastic.
Yeah. What about you, Maffew? What have you got to plug?
Yeah, what have
Did
you
you
got?
watch me? That's still on YouTube. Yay.
Yes.
Was that the Oppenheimer one?
No.
Oh,
It's a
it's
new
one.
It's a new one, and I had it like as a One Piece reference, and I've seen at least 2 comments that are like, "You bastard!" I thought it was actually going to be about One Piece.
I bloody
I'm like,
love.
sorry.
bloody
I
love
thought it'd be a good
pirates,
thumbnail.
man.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Everyone's talking about it. Not that.
It's
live,
all on
live,
Netflix. Oh,
live
right.
action
Oh, right,
adaptation.
okay.
Yes. But I'll plug Tom Campbell's little interview he does with Brian Butterfield,
Brian Butterfield.
Yeah.
a very good comedy character we like here. He's coming to Whitley Bay.
Yes, he is.
Check out all the places.
Cold down. Room temperature water. He's better than I've made him see.
Joel, anything to plug?
No.
Fantasy football. You check out the teams. Have you got one for the public?
Oh yeah, there's the Cultaholic FPL League, but I think it's already. If you were in it last year, you'll have been re-signed
there you
up.
Check out all the Twitch streams.
Ross has got one for Hold and Give as well. He's got a fantasy league as well.
Yeah.
And check out Hold and Give. It's Ross's football channel, and now the season's underway. Lots of stuff
Gonna be
going
football
on.
content.
Kayla made her first appearance on it.
Yeah.
Rating.
Hey, Kayla!
Yep. Rating the kits for this season, and they do a very good tier list. And she's just a natural on camera. I was like, oh my god, yeah. At one point, she goes, because there's a team who's got a sponsor that's like a starfish shape, like a star,
Okay.
but it's kind of wonky. So she goes, yeah, the star's a bit weird. It looks like Patrick at the disco, and then she goes, Patrick at the, and then it's like, she's got it. She's nailed it.
She knows,
Yeah,
she knows how to do this.
yeah, she's great.
There you go.
Ah, you know what Patrick was in, don't you? SpongeBob Scumcock, SpongeBob Scumcock. Mailbag at cultaholic.com, patreon.com/cultaholic. This has been Jack, this has been Fraser, this has been Joel, this has been Bobu Sapu.
Point at the sign and shout Scumcock.
Yeah, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob Scumcock.
SpongeBob
Scumcock.